Yeah,
Oh,
he's
right.
literally in the middle of rebuilding it right now.
Oh, but comms. It's Friday. We made it. There's
And I'm back.
Happy
not
Friday.
the right names.
Survived.
Akaroth is here. I shaved my beard a little bit, got a little younger. Fuck yeah.
And this is for you, Tamber. Don't think I didn't see it.
Dave. Thank you. Malkin on the ball.
Doing what I can.
Yeah. Also, thanks for the resub, Tamper. Very appreciative.
Valamar, how you doing, buddy? Kegden, how you doing? I know how Kegden's doing.
All right, so we got a little light week. Elby's gone. Akaroth is gone. So we're gonna hold down the fort.
You know what I personally think we should do? Get trashed.
Just get absolutely
just
shit
get
faced.
absolutely
This is what
stupid.
happens when Dad's not home. And Elby will
Exactly.
He won't be mad, but he'll be
literally.
disappointed.
I'm good, Valamar. I got back from my week-long bike ride last week, and I'm back.
Why do they call it Ragbri?
The Register's annual Great Bike Ride across Iowa.
Oh. Well, fuck. Okay, that was a
There's
random
a reason.
name.
Yeah.
I thought there was a random name they came
No, not
up with.
random.
Okay,
The Des Moines Register is the local paper, right?
Yeah, it's
And
an-
they
it's a-
started
it's an
this
acronym.
50 years ago. So they kind of run it. It's the Register's annual.
Any
Great.
famous people do it this
Fine.
year? Like I know Lance Armstrong used to do it occasionally in the
He's done it a
past.
few times. Not that I know of, and I think only one person died this year. So there you go.
What?
Only one.
Yeah,
Someone died?
there's usually one or two. There were
There's usually people that die every year.
on the route. Yeah, there's
I mean,
20,000
you
people
take-
ride it on a normal year.
you take
There was about
20,000
35,000
people-
this year. Yeah,
I guess you have 20,000 people do anything, someone's gonna die.
exactly. And
And
it was
most of
those aren't
35,000
even
for most of the days,
registered riders.
and they don't think they got to the 100,000 on the Ames to Des Moines, but it was close. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same with like cruise ships. I mean, you go on a cruise, it's like a week long trip on a boat with like 6,000 people.
And most of them are old.
Right. Well, that's why it's like usually someone dies on a cruise, usually of a heart attack or stroke or something. But that's just because like it's 6,000 people. 50% of them are probably over 60 years old, 50 to 60 years old or older.
Yeah, Valamar, that's 20,000 bike riders. That's people riding bikes. So you're right. I mean, somebody's going to die. Plus, it was
No one died on that
it was
cruise
a-
we took, the Eve cruise. No one died.
No,
There-
they-
now we had to make
17
two emergency stops, medical emergency stops, but no one died.
on Tuesday of the ride this year. Two of the guys I ride with, our team had to go to the hospital, but they didn't die.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. It was
Heat
Dear
related.
Lord.
Heat related.
One heat stroke, one heat exhaustion. Yep.
yeah, one person had a heart attack and they had to get airlifted off, which was weird because there's no helicopter landing pad on a cruise ship, but it was like having to hover there and they had to like lower the guy down with the like gurney cage thing and then like fly them off to a hospital. And then literally like 5 hours later, we're like, okay, now we got to make an emergency stop at shore. And it's like another medical emergency happened. Some person got a blood clot in their leg and their whole leg started turning purple, which
That's not good because
I'm assuming they probably, I'm guessing they
bad.
probably lost their leg on that one because it was like 2 hours till we got to the port that they could bring him in on, but it was not a cruise ship dock. And so they had to load him on a lifeboat and bring the lifeboat into the small dock and then drive them to an airstrip, which is 2 hours away, and then fly them to a hospital. And it took like 3 hours to get it. It was probably 10 to 15 hours till they got to the hospital. So I don't
I'm
think.
guessing they've got good enough emergency medical
Maybe.
services that they give him some blood thinner and probably didn't lose it.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But
Anyway,
anyway,
so,
weird topic. So what's everyone?
what a way to
drinking?
start. That's a great
Yeah,
opener.
let's
So
just
what is
talk
everyone
about death
drinking
and
today?
Yeah, so speaking of health issues, let's have a drink. What's everyone drinking?
Oh, I'm first. Yay. I am drinking my normal Captain Morgan and Pepsi.
Nice. I got a simple vodka and 7-Up. Just going with that. With some whiskey
A
for
very
later.
classy cherry Coke as usual.
Yeah, Skyhawk. Skyhawk.
Sorry, I
Oh,
got
I was like,
chat. I
speaking of
I am
strokes, someone
drinking
called me.
Spotted Cow.
Oh,
Got
it's
my
a beer.
Spotted Cow from New Glarus.
Invisible beer.
Oh,
Got it. There
There
it
we
is.
go. There it is.
Yeah, at least
I
it's
got
not
the Moo Moo
spotted
beer.
dick.
Is that a thing?
Well, you can't really drink that. You more eat it or suck on it. It's weird, right?
Oh, you can drink anything. You just
I
gotta
don't
liquefy
recommend
it.
sucking on it.
Spotted one? No, that'd be bad.
Hmm. That was the fastest
Spots
drink.
usually mean bad, right?
Yeah, or old. Or freckled. You know.
I think we should take a shot for the fact that we just got through talking about our drinks without getting distracted.
In like 2
In
minutes.
like, no, it wasn't even 2 minutes. It was like 48 seconds.
Damn. Well.
Yo, so now we know who the fucking troublemakers are. It ain't us. We're the good ones.
I don't
It's,
know about that, Dom.
What?
It's usually us, and somehow we just went through it fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll do drinks. Why not?
Take a shot. We'll do it.
And then
Well,
another
Rick-
one for a redeem shop.
No one talked over someone else. Well,
Yeah.
we'll start doing that pretty soon.
I don't know. I think that usually happens. There's got to be at least 5 people on here for that.
I don't know. I
I
can
do it a
totally
lot.
do that if anybody wants to.
Talk over people.
Yeah.
I do
Just-
it a lot.
just for the
because I'm an
ambiance.
asshole. I'm just a jerk.
And now we're just
Yeah.
all doing it.
What do you do? Man, fuck it.
You just stop it, fucker.
I
Alright.
actually been jonesing for the podcast 2 weeks in a row. I missed it. I didn't like that. It hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
I was gonna call in 2 weeks ago, and I didn't. Then last week I was home in time to be on here, but I was too tired, so I didn't get on. My fault. I'm a bad person.
But yeah, so we got
I forgot about last week. I was on another person's stream.
CSM. We could swing into.
So talk about
cheating.
Eve.
Yeah, let's just hit
The community debate came out today.
I haven't looked at the beat,
I have looked.
but
So it opens up with the CSM. 18 submissions are open.
yeah. I think the beat is like basically what we do is the beat. So,
And usually we do it without reading it. We just know this shit because we're that fucking.
well,
smart,
that's what I'm
right?
saying. Well, I mean, I checked out all the other stuff, but the beat, it's like the beat is kind of just doing the beat and then doing our thing is like just doing the same thing twice. I guess except for like some of the communities.
Beat it like you mean it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like to do that.
But yeah, CSM. Applications are open. Is there a list of
There will be once the application period closes, right? It's not
Yep.
closed yet,
That-
so it's yeah.
they should
Correct.
show them up in like live real time. See who's like throwing their,
It's not
their
closed
shoe
yet,
in
right?
the-
Doesn't it close like Monday? That was
No,
only
it's not
Saturday.
closed yet. No.
Yeah, it's still
So
open.
they're saying 30 applications so far. Campaign season so
To
far this
18.
year. So 18. So there's a lot of time, and I'm sure of those 30, most of the no names haven't done it yet. They seem to be like the last ones for some reason.
Yeah, so it's Brisk and Kenfeld can't run.
Correct.
Everyone else can. So I'm assuming we're gonna see return of the nominate
say-
and moderator, or not
I
moderator.
don't. No, I don't think no, I'm gonna come.
Not
I don't think. I think a nominate's done.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Oh,
do it
really?
Anymore.
Oh,
He's
okay.
done. He's not around anymore.
And then
Well,
was it?
he's not even in Goon leadership at this point, I believe,
Correct.
after the
Yeah.
changes last year.
He
Oh,
left
he's
with-
he got burnt out after doing CSM 2.
He left after left after
the
Matani left.
Matani situation thing. I think.
Oh, gotcha.
He was caught up in that.
And then
Well,
was
I don't think he was caught up in it. He left
There-
because he supported
I-
Matani. You know what I mean? He wasn't doing weird shit to people.
That's not entirely in line with some of the stuff that I read and heard about, but it's in the past also, so like it doesn't really matter. TLDR, he's
Mm.
gone.
then was it moderator? Was the other goon guy that usually ran all the time?
Angry mustache.
Angry Mustard. No.
Do you think Merkel will go for it
Merc.
again?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, Merkel Chan. That's what I'm saying. Merkel Chan would be a shoe-in if he applies.
I
definitely
don't
there.
think he will. I don't think it's something he has interest in, maybe, or he's too busy.
Yeah.
He's made those comments in the past, but I don't know. Maybe this year's different.
think-
Who knows?
I mean, I
Pretty
feel like
much though, whoever Goons puts as the top 2
they get it.
on theirs are gonna get it, and in a good year, the third as well.
Yeah.
now, is
and-
that because we put forward such good candidates? Right. That's why. correct?
I mean, bluntly, I think it's
I think the goon
because y'all
candidates
are
have been
good.
fine.
You get good.
we do, but I'm saying
Oh,
it
yeah,
doesn't
okay.
matter. They could put forth me.
Imperium-
If I'm the number one candidate, I get on, even
Yeah.
though I shouldn't. Right. I'm telling you,
Imperium
just because of the
members are
numbers.
really
Yeah,
good at voting the way the state tells them to.
They are better than other big groups. In all honesty, that's why we've
Yes.
had 3 and 4 on before. I mean, because there was one year we had 3 goons and 1 initiative, which is pretty much 4 goons.
Yeah, I mean, but
Because
I mean,
we do vote very well. Like Pandemic Horde is notoriously not. Now, the last couple years they've gotten better, but they in the past they weren't good at it, right? And I don't know if they just weren't organized or they didn't give a shit, didn't try. I don't. It could be either.
I mean,
one, don't know.
PanFam's usually got. I mean, it's mainly because
Well-
of the horde numbers, but PanFam can usually always get one guy on, guaranteed.
For sure.
I mean, if Goblins runs, he gets in because he's going to get all the horde
And I was
vote.
just saying, in all honesty, just like I was
then
joking
Kenneth
about
Feld
the
is-
Imperium, the goons or the Horde has a lot of good candidate choices, right? Like Goblins is a great candidate. Whether he's the enemy of my group or not, he's a good CSM representative.
Yeah.
I
I
like
say the
him
same
on-
thing with the goon stuff. I mean, Brisk is a
For the most
solid.
part, yeah.
Brisk is a solid
He
CSM
doesn't-
guy. Merkel Chan's solid. So
I don't think the goons have ever put forth anybody who's a joke, a piece of shit,
With
right? I don't-
Gobbins, I
Zenuria.
can't like I never see
You're right. I'm wrong.
Gobbins.
You're right.
That's the
I
one I
never
can
s-
think of.
I never see Gobbins go out and like actually talk to people outside of like his group though. In terms of like CSM stuff. Like I honestly don't have an opinion on Gobbins as a CSM member, and therefore I'd never like put him anywhere on my ranking because I don't know what he does. Like he doesn't talk about it publicly.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I don't. I apparently I met him, but I don't remember him because I don't
I've
know.
seen
the,
him at Vegas,
Yeah,
but
it was
that's
like
it.
in passing, right? That's exactly it. Yeah. So Valimar, is it them need to turn me up, or I just need to be done?
I turned you up a little bit.
Sometimes I
um,
do dumb shit. It's just a fact.
Yeah, it's basically it ultimately comes down to my end. Like if you're quiet or loud, I can adjust it here. But yeah, the I mean, Goblins and holy crap, NC guy, or no, PL guy. Fuck, Kenneth.
Kenneth
Jeez,
Feld?
I was having a brain blank.
We got you. We got you.
Yeah. So Kenneth Feld and Gobbins. Now Gobbins wasn't on it this last time, but like both of them have gotten on there. So like the Pan.
Well, Kenneth is one of the ones he's gotten on twice in a row.
Yeah,
So
Kenneth is
he's
on twice in a row.
precluded.
Gobbins wasn't on this time, but he was on the time before that. So I'm saying like PanFam's gotten 2 candidates on.
Did he not run last
before.
time though? He didn't not
He-
run.
he
He didn't.
was-
He didn't run it. I don't think.
I thought he was term limited last time.
Was he? He might have been. I think he,
no, because
he
I
didn't
think
run and not
there were a
get on. so.
bunch last year that were term limited.
was well, yeah, because Merc and Innominate were term limited last time. Was Gobbins?
I thought
think
Gobbins
so. He
was
might have
too.
been. Kenneth is term limited this time. Briscoe's term limited this time. That's it. Who was it that? Now Arcia, because she came in. Like, didn't someone make it and then immediately step down, or was that the year before?
So about halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through, it was PGL,
That's
Pro
right,
God
yeah.
Legend. He stepped down, and then she was
Arcia,
able
yeah.
to get in. Arcia was able to get in as like the the 11th spot person,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, and she barely missed it too. On the vote, I think she missed.
She
it
was
by,
the
She
one,
was damn
one
close.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, and that so. Yeah, who knows? I mean, Pandemic Horde has only grown. Like they're fucking huge this time. And Frat, I
Brad
mean,
Pandemic Horde and
Frat has a
Imperium
lot
are
of members.
roughly the same size. Right?
well,
I mean,
yeah, but
within
the
a few
thing is, like
times.
with Frat, is you would think that Frat has gotten a person on in the past, but you would think with their numbers they could single-handedly get one candidate if they all
I
voted.
thought they have one on now, don't they? Isn't there a frat person on there now, or no? Is
I think
wrong?
that was the year before. That wasn't this term. I think that was last time.
Okay.
But-
No, I agree with Tamber. Mark Resurrectus. That's the name I've heard thrown about. So I think he might be running again.
Oh, Luke is Frat. Oh,
Luke is frat. There you
Oh,
go. I
I
thought
bet.
there was somebody. Yeah.
yeah. I was thinking that, okay, there's so I guess they did get one on. And then was it who was term limited last time? Steve Vernuken. Yeah, Steve Vernuken's not term limited this time, so he could run again. Maybe he goes. Mike Azariah, I don't know if he's gonna run.
He did not get on. He ran but didn't get on last year.
He ran but
correct?
didn't make it last year, which was he's
Sad. He's been a CSM before and he did a great job.
he's done it several times and
Tamber
like,
should run. I'd vote for you. You'd get
He's
votes.
hit and miss.
1, 2, 4 right here. Bam.
yeah, just
Four
run on
votes.
the
You are
art, run on the
represented.
art consultant. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. I guess we got to wait a couple weeks till we can find out who's all running. But be interested to see.
To be fair, I imagine it will be like, I mean, like most of the. There's always weird people we don't know on there, but I have a feeling that there'll still be a good chunk of people who are well known, either have been on there before or they're known enough to get on immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always kind
And then
of.
we'll see what the wormhole. The thing with the wormhole is like sometimes they get a guy in there, but it's always.
Well, that was Mark.
It's weird because
Resurrected.
there's like combined, all the wormholing groups have enough numbers to probably get one on. But the thing is, they fight with each other and they don't like each other so much that it's like they would rather vote for some nullsec dude than get that fucker from the wormholes on the CSM. So
I think
Yeah.
given the fact that they got Mark Resurrectus on last year, and he seems to be well liked. I think that he's going to end up getting back on this year, and I think the fact that he's also now one of the hosts for the meta show is honestly only going to help him because it helps
yeah,
with
he's
his
personable.
visibility.
Right?
Yeah,
You know what I
he-
mean, he's like he's yeah. I think
He
he's
might
pretty
get
good.
some of the trickle down votes from Imperium and all that.
Well,
And
or
honestly,
what
be
they
on the meta shows,
do.
he may be on the top 3 ballot spots. He
Well,
might be.
if he's not on the top 3, what I wouldn't be surprised is if they strategically put him at like either 4 or 5 on the ballot, because then their overflow votes
Go to
would
him.
start going to him.
Yeah, good point.
If that's the way that I would structure that ballot personally.
The only way I think you're right. The only way he'd get to be on the main ballot is if we don't have other choices.
Oh, yep. Sorry, Zach Killer. Let me.
What happened?
Oh, he was looking for the Discord link. Let me post it. I really should set up a command where it'll post it if
Didn't we
someone
used
does
to have
that.
one?
No,
I thought you did. Okay.
no. I could probably set it up in Stream Elements, but here, hold on. Let me get you a link.
I got it. Fuck off.
Too slow.
No, I pushed a bunch of buttons. It didn't work. I fucked it up.
All right, there you go. That's the Discord.
Why would you do that, Tamber? Come join my corp. I'm way cooler. Fuck. Why does nobody want to join me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the other thing that we get to. So it's different this year because normally they've done it used to be 14 members that you would vote for. They dropped it down to 10, 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. And
10 or 8?
10. I think it's 10.
Because they said they're going back up to 10.
No, they're staying at 10 that you
Staying
vote.
at 10.
They're staying
And
at
then-
10 that
yeah,
you
and
vote
adding
for, but
2,
then
yeah.
but then CCP is just picking 2 people to go on the CSM that are not voted for. So you vote for the 10, and then CCP will just plus these 2.
An important thing to note on that, and I have mixed feelings about this whole thing though, is they have made a commitment for those 2 that they pick to be within the top 20. Like,
Right.
so those 10 that are in the top 20 that don't get elected, that's where they're going to pick from.
Okay.
They claim.
I mean, if they said that, that's what they're going to do.
That's what they
Hopefully,
said. That's what they're
if
going
they
to do.
say they're
Yeah,
going to do that and they do something different, there's going to be a bunch of pitchforks.
So the thing that I wonder about though,
Golden
is, like,
ammo pitchforks.
and I'm trying really hard to not sound like too much of a bitter vet because I genuinely don't think that I am, but I worry about not how this is going to go this year or really even next year. It's how it's going to go in 3, 4, or 5 years down the road, or when the next leadership for the community team or whoever makes this decision, when that turns over to someone else who isn't the person who made this promise, are they going to feel as beholden to it? So we'll see. This
Yeah.
potentially is it's a big change to the CSM as an institution.
Yeah, and obviously it could change depending on whatever the CCP decides to do with it. I mean, they'd have to have a meeting, and if they decide they want to change that, how they work it, or change the numbers, or where they could pick from, then I guess. But I kind of like this. I mean, there's a lot of people that are mixed on it. I think it's fine because you still get the same 10
Here's
numbers
my
that you
only
would vote for,
problem
but
with this,
it's like they get to pick. Because what if the voting, we'll call it a popularity contest, a lot of people use that term, but we'll just use it again, of the CSM, that might not necessarily get the members on there for certain aspects of the game that CCP is really looking to get feedback on. Because if they're coming up, if they know they have an expansion on wormholes coming out and there's no wormhole candidates that made it in the top 10, they might be like, well, let's pick a couple wormhole guys so we can get some feedback on wormholes, since that's what our next expansion is going to be on, or that's what we're working on. So it gives them the ability to get people on the CSM that is going to be focused on what they're working on.
No, I think it has the potential to be really great. I think it just also has the potential to be explosive if
I
player
agree with Jake, yeah.
perception
Conspiracy,
does not
tinfoil.
line up. Yeah, like this is the kind of thing where if CCP doesn't appear like that they're holding to what they've said they're going to do, there will be we'll be like monkeys at the zoo throwing poo poo at them.
Here's my
Yeah.
thing: is if in the next after the top 10 in the next group, however many they said they're going to try to pick it from, if there aren't any good candidates outside the major blocks, they're in trouble. They cannot choose somebody from a major block. They can't. They got to choose somebody not tied to any of the big blocks. Otherwise, this is gonna fucking
Well, that
blow
was
in their
one of the
face.
things that I asked Brisk about when he was here the other day, and he even like mentioned that's like my concern was one that he shared. And what I said was, well, what if there's someone that is from the big blocks that ends up in that 10 that doesn't get elected, and they are genuinely a subject matter expert, but say they're from fraternity or goons, there's going to be a segment of the player base that's flipping shit, even if they are legitimately an expert on whatever thing CCP's working on.
Yeah,
100% agree with you.
especially if
they have to be outside the box.
Especially if, let's say, like 3 of the goon candidates make it with the vote, and then CCP picks a 4th one, people are gonna blow up. Regardless,
or
like,
even or
like what
any of the
Skyhound
big
just
groups
said, regardless of the qualifications or anything, it's like people will not tolerate that. I guess, yeah.
for sure. But any of the big groups, they don't have to be necessarily be Imperium.
Right. I'm just saying. I think
if
Imperium
if
would
it
just be
happens with PH or
extra.
it happens with Frat, it's more of a chance of happening with the Imperium because, like you said,
Well, because they're gonna have more.
We probably will get 3 people.
You'll probably get more
likely,
members
yeah.
on there than anyone else. So, like, just adding more from that pool would make people.
See, you know what we should do is we should
Operationally-
run, and they should pick one of us because we're fucking
Yeah.
subject matter experts, right? We know what we're fucking talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
The more I drink, the more I know, right? That's
I
just a
drink and I
fucking
know
fact.
things. It's
I think CCP is going that this whole thing has the potential to really help them developmentally. I also think that they're going to have to be careful walking through the minefield.
I guess that I'm in complete agreement.
Yeah, that's
Purgatory
pretty. That's pretty
22,
normal purgatory.
welcome.
That's, but no, we just hang out and bullshit.
But okay, so Valimar just said something. I want to address this, right? We need to have. I agree with this, right? Sea restrictions should be a thing. The problem with that is, right, in the game of Eve, there are no such things as coalitions, right? So technically, if
Mechanic
four-
wise, yeah.
mechanic wise, so if 4 people came from different alliances, but they happen to be aligned, there's no way to technically game wise say, oh, that's a problem because it's if it's not a part of the game, it can't really do that. What?
Oh, he's in trouble.
No.
Wi-Fi, bro.
My wife went up to the thing and got me corn dogs because she's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Right? She is awesome. She just said it.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that was actually before.
We have a little like town level fair thing going on. So they have corn dog people up there.
It's like the big foot
You gotta get
longs.
you gotta get the funnel cake.
Yeah, I do like those, but I don't need one. No, I'm not with the knit purgatory. I'm with TNT, so I'm part of the Imperium. I'm a pretty big deal, if you know that or not, but most people don't know. Who I am.
I'm with Pandemic Legion. I'm no higher up in there. I'm just a grunt level PL guy, but that's where
I
I'm
am-
at.
But he's a pro level Logi dude, so if you need Logi,
Pro Logi. That's what PL stands for.
that's what Drayden stands for. Hell yeah.
I'm about to be homeless by choice, looking for a new forever home.
And I'm going to talk him. This guy's going to join me. I guarantee. I'll travel to Michigan, give him back rub for it. I'll do it.
Join Slice.
Slice is no. Why? You're not even in Slice. Why would you say that?
I mean, you can join PL or Horde. I would say it's probably easier
I don't think
to
Skyhawk
join
would
the
like
other ones.
PL at all.
Yeah,
Horde would
it's-
be about the same as joining us, except he'd have cool people to hang out with me.
PL
Yeah,
could,
it still
could
exists,
be
but-
a little elitist culture-wise, I think, but
I
mean, I've-
a little.
Well, and
and anymore they shouldn't
honest-
be, but they still are. Yeah.
honestly, that is something that I'm used to. RC was born
But-
out of like an offshoot essentially of PL at one point, and like for a long time they were married at the hip practically. Just like
Okay.
RC was like the southern extension of like where they went and did shit. They've kind of grown apart, but they're still allies. But culture wise, they're not very dissimilar. RC is
Okay.
definitely very elitist.
Okay, I was just saying, Horde is much more. Fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling. The Alliance TM. Horde would be pretty fun. And then I was just saying Slice because like Akrot's and Slice, and you just be like, hey, can I join? And he'd be like, yeah, and just accept your thing right away. But that's what I was told. November's like, I'll just push you through, just apply. And I'm like, I applied. He's like, okay, we need you to go here and answer all these questions on the forum. We need you to do this and this. And I was like,
You
it's
guys
like
like
applying for a job, man. You said you were just gonna push me through. But I got
Yeah,
in though. I got
no.
in. Oh, what's up, Vlad? I got in though, but I was like, this was not the just apply and I'll get you in that I was sold. But
Where are you flying these days, Vlad? You're in PL, right?
Yeah, he's a PL.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not in my corp, but he's in the alliance with me. What
So,
corp are you?
Dominar,
You're
if
in
you're
Sinners
getting-
still, right?
Yeah, I'm in Sinners.
Okay.
Dominar, or if you're getting Fair Food, man, you gotta get some fucking fried Oreos.
No, this is like a small, very small town, local thing. They didn't have that. Just a few of the
What? That's some
so
bullshit.
the big fair will, yeah, of course. Yeah, Iowa State Fair is good. That's without that, Iowa State Fair is where that shit's invented, right? That's just a fact.
Just look at this fucking thing.
No, we're in no sect purgatory. We're still we're in the Imperium still, so you still have the access to all the Imperium bullshit. But we, TNT's its own alliance. We do our own things. We do both. We're doing kind of a low sec, little like what do you call that? Deployment. Just a small group of us up there fucking
a
with people.
SIG.
No, it's just
Oh, you're
no,
not
it's
SIG,
not
oh.
SIG. It's just TNT guys. It's just kind of.
Are you explaining why your corp is better than mine?
Here's the only thing you need
Are
to
we
know.
talking corps or alliance?
Drayden,
Let's say
here-
alliance.
It doesn't matter, alliance or corp. The only thing you need to know is why mine's better than yours. I'm in it, and you're not.
I have a dev in mine.
My corp is better because there's 24 of me in my corp, and no one
Oh,
talks
shit.
back.
Well, Habit is probably the chillest PL corp out there.
Sinners used to be it's funny.
Sinners is
Been around a long, long, long time, right?
well, they were in
kicked
NC Dot before. They were, and then they
They've been in
left.
everything. They were
Well,
they were in Bastion at one time.
They left NC Dot, joined NSH, and then they came down to try to kick RC's teeth in and fell flat on their face like within the first week of that.
Didn't
entire
NSH
thing.
like just kind of all fly apart?
Oh yeah,
almost?
and then
It-
and then
It fell
after
apart
yeah, not
because
long
Amara
after
is a
that.
whiny little bitch.
Because who is?
I agree, Space
I
Gamer.
know.
I like small groups too. That's why I like TNT. You get kind of both aspects.
Yeah, and then I guess they joined PL. I was not in Sinners was already in PL before I joined up, but
The only thing I remember about NSH really is just that they talked a bunch of mad shit about how they were coming to burn all of our stuff, and then we literally had like one fight with them while they were moving down towards us, and then like that was it.
so you think that
That was before I
Cagton?
joined. Yeah, that was like right before I joined them.
I don't know about that Cagton. There's tons of money making stuff to do in PanFed. There's like they do all kinds of posh fed shit, or they do just a bunch of crabbing stuff, a bunch of there's tons of ways to make a shitload of money in
If you
PanFed
do
if
stuff, right? You got to do stuff, Drayden.
Yeah, you got to do stuff.
So
I mean,
a
you
1v1 with Drayden versus me, that would be awesome. Right?
we
Because
could set that up.
You would fucking logi the shit out of me, right? And it'd be awesome. I just never die.
I'm like, why are my drones doing no damage every time I do damage? It just gets.
I like have a smart bomb going, bombing myself as you logi me.
Yeah.
So
Do smart bombs hurt yourself?
Yeah.
yeah.
No, they don't hurt the ship
Oh,
that's
no,
using
yeah,
them.
yeah.
that's
I'd have to
what
have two
I said.
people out there. Yeah,
Oh.
you're right. You're right.
Oh,
you're
I
right.
was like, wait.
No, here'd be the challenge. I'll
didn't
go
know
shoot
that was a
somebody in
thing.
high sec. You try to keep me alive as Concord's killing me. Think you can do it? Are you that good?
No,
Are you
because
that good?
apparently Concord.
I'll get instant concorded as well.
Yeah, I think Concord just does. That's what I was asking earlier in a fleet today. I was in Mr. Unlucky's fleet earlier this afternoon, but I finally got into Horde comms and into Horde Discord and everything and got in there. But I was asking, and we were talking about Titans in high second because there's a few of them in there still. They're just not allowed to do anything with them. Except is Kripa still allowed to mine with his?
Yes.
Okay, you just can't do anything hostile with them. But I was like, well, what about Concord? I was like, I wonder how long it would take Concord to kill one, and they're like, it'd be just as fast
No,
as any other ship.
it is instantaneous. They just, yeah. They
Well, I
have-
mean, it does kind of go down, but so I think they just do percentage damage of the ship because they don't kill you in one volley. It's usually like 2 or 3 volleys, and then you're dead.
it depends on the security status. Right?
Oh,
Depending on how
okay.
many are there. If you're fucking around in 0.5, you may survive for a little bit. If you're fucking around in 1.0, insta kill.
I
Because
almost
there's that many of them there.
I was like, I
That's
don't
just
have
why.
much experience with Concord. Just a few times in a Catalyst during Burn Jita when I was
No,
back when I was
you're
in.
sure?
Well, and then
So you didn't
also
have a
in
recent-
also in a Saber, a Saber in high sec. Yeah,
I'm telling you guys, I know I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
that was
That
the
made-
funniest shit.
You guys should have made a video of that. That was so.
Well, we
fucking
got
funny.
the clip.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
Yeah, we have the clip. We have the clip from LV's stream.
Fuck yes.
It was-
And I'm a little disappointed you haven't done that again.
Well, I'm going to. I got all the fits and stuff. I was actually going to ask people if they wanted to do that tomorrow because I don't have anything going on tomorrow. So
Space Gator, yes. Gate guns, you can if you're in big enough ship. You can
Yeah, the gate
You
guns
can
aren't
you
too
can tank them.
bad.
right? Concord, you can't legally tank. I mean, you can't do anything to stop Concord from killing you. That's against the EULA. So I mean, even jumping
I
into
don't
another system,
think there was anything you
technically-
could do to stop.
Well,
it
it
from
used to be
killing
able to
you.
jump into another system. That was how you did it.
Oh,
and
but
that's
now they don't let you
illegal.
jump.
Or wormhole.
No, that's you don't let you do it, but it's also against the EULA. You're not allowed to try to escape them. That's
Yeah, but now they have you pointed
Now
out
they
like you
can't.
can't
Yeah,
you
yeah. Now
can't
you can't,
filament, you can't jump through a gate, you can't bridge. Well, you couldn't bridge in high school anyway, but well, I mean, you couldn't bridge to like a Sino out. Like
can
if you're
jump
in a,
out. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like you can't bridge out with a Sino if you're like in a Black Ops or anything like that. So
But it is against the EULA to even try.
yeah,
Right?
oh,
That's
to
a
even
rule.
okay.
Yes, to try to escape Concord. That's against the rules.
Okay.
Because it's not part. It's not a game mechanic. That is a punishment for breaking the rules.
Right.
Right. That's what is.
Yeah, it's capital punishment.
So Old Man Star years ago when I was in faction warfare, the old iteration of it, we would sit in Old Man Star and camp the gate guns and the Navy there and pop people as they came in. If you have enough logi and big enough ship, it can be done. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, in low sec, yeah, you can
Who's low sec? Yeah, yeah.
you can tank the guns in low sec. If you have logi that are constantly repping you, you could probably tank it in a frigate. They don't instantly kill you, and if you have enough logi reps coming in, then. But frigates and destroyers,
It's like
gate guns are pretty
400
rough.
DPS.
Yeah, like frigates and destroyers, it's pretty rough to take the gate guns. You usually have to warp
I don't know
out,
if
but
can frigates even do it unless they just get hit.
that's what I'm
once,
saying.
maybe.
If you have logi ships repping you and there's enough reps coming in, you could with a frigate. But generally, if the gate guns are hitting you and you're in a frigate or a destroyer, you should probably warp out. Cruisers and bigger can tank it with some repping ability. So
Yeah, for sure. And there's tricks to it, right? You tax me on a gate, the gate can start shooting you, warp away, they move on to somebody else, and you can come back. And they'll have to cycle through everybody there who's eligible to be shot by them before they get back to you.
nullsec, they're
He's asking where we live. We're
oh, he's
deployed
asking where you're deployed. You guys
yeah,
are
we're not. We live in Nullsec and Delve with the Imperium, but we're deployed somewhere. It's secret. It's a secret because we're attacking Draven.
pure blind, or
not
maybe
pure blind. We're not with that.
oh,
we're doing our
you're
own
then you're
thing.
probably deployed in what's that one 2 jumps out of LXQ like oh it starts with an O.
Nope.
Umon.
UAMON. Okay, it's not that.
Starts
That's-
with a U. And no, and that's not where we are.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys are somewhere around.
We're doing our own thing.
drones.
No, we're not doing Imperium deployment. We're doing our own thing. Having fun. We're having a good time.
Come on, Dom. You can tell us.
I can. It's close to you, Mom. I'm not.
All right, let me go look at Dom's Zeke kill and find
You
out where
dirty
his
fucker.
losses are.
No, I haven't killed anybody lately. You're fine.
Oh. And then yeah, I mean it's Skyhawk's looking for a new home. Akroth is in Slice. LB's in a wormhole. I think that's pretty much. I think that's everyone.
Valamir, yes, it smells like elderberries, but it also smells of hamsters.
Oh, what's that one down there? Period basis. Does anyone even go to there? It just feels like the asshole of Eve.
I mean, it's decent
Thought that was
space.
catch.
Well, catch is in the middle of stuff. Period basis is like what's that one way the fuck up where Razor used to live in the top right of the map? The opposite end of Venal? Tino.
Tino.
Yeah, Tino. Yeah, Tino and period basis are like you can't get further away from anything in the game than that.
Omist is pretty damn close.
Omis, the Spire is pretty fucking middle of nowhere too, but yeah, so that's well CSM. There was also a couple other things. God, that video is funny. It does look like fucking manic.
Yeah.
There's a board game. We'll do that before we get to the gold ammo. Torches and pitchforks. So there's a board game that Eve is working with Titanforge. I guess they do some other games and make some models and stuff.
Yeah.
They're going to
looks
be
good.
looking to kickstart it later this year. So that doesn't necessarily mean the game is going to be made, but oh, I froze.
We just lost Drayden.
Oh, I'm back. Hello.
You were.
We lost you.
Yeah, we couldn't hear
Welcome
you.
back.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I think my internet took a shit for about 5 seconds, but All right, am I back? Is everything working?
Is it because of that pile up down by Boise? It's fucking your internet up.
I hope not.
That made
That's
national news. Did you hear that?
pilot.
Your
That's
internet
a
was.
that's a long ways away.
What's the north-south interstate?
There is no
55?
north. There is no
55,
north.
59, something like that.
95 is a highway.
No. What out of Boise? What's the interstate going?
I
north?
think that's I-82.
35?
I think it's I-82.
No, 35 is where I'm at.
No, it's an even number one because there's only east-west freeways in Idaho. There's one.
Well, there's a road near Boise where both lanes are blocked, and it's like blocking traffic. Fucking
could
everything.
be like I-82. I think is the one that goes through there.
He didn't, did he? He's fucking downloading porn torrent.
Oh yeah,
Douche nozzle. Oh, sorry. Did I say it loud?
just streaming them all. But yeah, no, I don't know. But Boise is like a whole nother world. Like I almost think the northern part of Idaho should just not even be part of Idaho. It should either be its own state or absorb it into one of the other states because it's like that little mountain range that cuts the state across like in half. That's pretty much like two completely different zones.
Isn't there some push for like eastern counties of Oregon to like
Yeah.
combine and split off with like
It's
some
actually
Idaho?
like the eastern half of Oregon, and even
Yeah.
some that stretch all the way to the coast. If it was approved, Idaho would have coastline, like ocean coastline. It'd be like this. It'd be like Alabama, but probably half as wide. It'd be like this little like 30-mile stretch of coastline.
I mean, Oregon is you basically got the rest of the state and Portland. So,
But the thing is so those counties have voted to approve it. But the thing is they have to go to the Oregon state legislature and get it approved there. And then they have to go to the Idaho state legislature and have Idaho approved to accept them in. And then when both the states accept that, then they have to go to the federal government. And the federal government then has to approve it to allow the states to change their boundaries. It's probably never going to happen. But it's because those counties are more rural and conservative, and they don't want to be part of liberal Oregon, and so they want to go to like conservative Idaho votes.
You'll
I mean, to
never
be
get
fair-
two state legislatures to agree with each other on top of getting Congress to agree with itself and the states. Like,
Yeah.
and
and
keep in mind, Oregon or the Democrats are not going to approve it because you would basically be
Thank you for
giving
the follow.
the Republicans 2 more senators.
I
I'm
don't think
sorry.
it'd be one more. I think it'd be one more.
No, it would change the House rep. It wouldn't change the Senate. That's right, because you
No, the
just be expanding
Senate's always
Idaho.
2 seats, but
It's always two. Yeah.
I was thinking splitting the state off. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I thought they were trying to make like a new state called like Western Idaho at one point too.
Yeah,
But I
that
think
might
aren't they trying to
happen.
sell that to Canada though?
Canada has this little like just
Get
nut
that
sack
shit outta here,
Just
yeah.
has a nut sack hanging down into the U.S. I'd be Canadian. Bring it.
I know. You kind of already.
I
are.
always love reading about what it's like to live in the northwest angle over there in Minnesota. Such an interesting quirk. So
the little like hat part.
It's
The fez?
basically. Well, it's so the northwest angle is physically disconnected from the rest of the
fez.
mainland United States by the Lake of the Woods. Essentially, back when they were making early maps in like the 1700s, they thought that, or they just assumed that the lake was like a relatively oval shape when it's like just a weird randomly shaped blob. And because of the map making error, there's a chunk of the United States that is physically disconnected from the rest of us. So like the school kids on their bus ride to the public school every morning, the bus has to leave the United States, go through Canada, and then enter back into the United States again.
So they gotta check their passports every time they go to school.
They don't have to.
Yeah.
There's some special rules and laws and procedures, but like basically, if you're driving from the northwest angle to the mainland U.S., you don't need a passport, but you better not fucking try to go anywhere else.
Yeah. They got all the razor wire, making sure no one escapes the school.
The thing is, the border there isn't like manned. Like I watched a documentary about this, and literally the school bus driver like pulls up. There's like a gate or like a chain across the road. He unlocks it, pulls the bus through, relocks it, done.
So we could actually lock those fuckers out if they're dickheads, right? Hell yeah.
I mean, it
Just
looked
follow
like
them,
they
lock
could
it up
drive-
behind them.
It looked like they could kind of just drive around if they didn't mind
that's
going off the
bullshit.
road.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the most secure border.
Let's do a shot. I haven't done a shot in a while.
Fuck yeah.
Also, Tangent, the board game though. It's
Oh, we did go off on a tangent.
a little bit.
Did we do a shot for Pee Wee yet?
Is
Oh,
the,
we
is
went
the
on a
board
ti-
game called Tangent? No.
No, the tangent was
Oh,
Actually,
I would have been
the
so
tangent
happy.
was because my internet fucked up.
Eve Online Tangent.
But no, so they're making a board game. Apparently, Rick Javix helped work on this. I don't know. That's what
At
Elliot
least
said.
the art.
Yeah, I can see him doing some of the art.
Cool.
But I was sitting there, I was like, oh, Eve's gonna get a board game, and then some of my I was telling my friends in another Discord. And,
Another board game.
Well, it's like my friends that live here, and like one of my friends owns a game shop in Spokane, and he's like, oh no, they've already had a game. I was like, what are you talking about? There was a Eve board game a long time ago, I guess.
Danger Game.
It, was,
Yeah, they gave it out with the 10-year anniversary. I got a copy of
it
it.
wasn't called Danger Game. It was
It is too.
Yeah, it was.
Yep, that's the original CCP game.
Danger Game.
It's the game-
Eve
it's-
Conquests.
Well,
We're talking about the
originally-
very first game CCP made before Eve
No.
Online.
What's Eve Conquest? Is
talking
another board
about a-
game?
Yeah, we're not.
Why do
talking
I
about
not
the
own
same
that?
I'm
thing.
talking about an Eve Online board game, like board game of Eve Online. There was another
Yeah,
one.
that's the one that's just coming out.
No, there's one that came out a while back. It was called Eve Conquests. I didn't know about this, but it came out.
Looking at it. Yeah, he's right.
It's like they got the map. Like the board is basically like the entire map of
Came out in
Eve, but each spot is a region.
Came out in 2009.
Yeah, so that's before I even started playing Eve.
That's fucking crazy. Why did I not know about this?
There, I put a link in the chat to that's Board Game Geek.
Oh, it was a White Wolf game too. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, apparently way back in the day there was an Eve. So I was like, oh, Eve is finally getting a board game, and apparently nope, they've had one for a long time. But
Technically, the second game that CCP's done.
yeah.
So-
I
no,
found,
CCP did
I
not
found
do
a
this game.
review. I found a review on Amazon for the old Eve Conquest game, and I can tell that this was written by an Eve Online player. I'm going to read it to you.
It looks
This
like it's
is
very
nothing-
complicated.
This is nothing more than a shameless cash grab by recycling an existing online game property into a board game. It could just as easily belong to any of the other franchise, and there is nothing that makes this special. Save your money and your time for something else.
when
Uh,
was that, when
was
that
written
written?
by an
When was
Eve
that written?
player. May
That's
24th, 2010.
So
That's
Eve
either-
players' attitudes have not ever
well, I was like,
changed.
that's either an
right?
Eve purist who thinks that
Yeah.
Eve Online should only be the PC game and nothing else ever, or it's a board game purist that is like upset that Eve took a board game that they shifted their video game into a board game. I don't know.
I feel comfortable assuming that that person is an Eve player. They are sending
Yeah.
Eve player vibes.
That's a lot of Spurg. Yeah, Val, CCP's first game was a board game, but it wasn't Eve Online. It was just a board game they
The
made.
Danger Game. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Danger
that's
Game.
one they gave
But
us with the 10
This other one was the
anniversary.
first board game of Eve Online. Like Eve Online was
So-
now created, and now there's a board game of it. And so the one they're going to kickstart this fall is the second board game that they're hoping to make.
And the looks of it, it reminds me of like there's a Star Wars game and a Star Trek game similarly, like with their little ships you move around. It
Yeah.
looks like it's gonna be similar to that, and those are kind of fun.
Yeah,
I
what's
don't.
that?
They don't have like like playing time. It's not like Warhammer where you can just keep playing it, but both those games are kind of fun. So this should be good.
I'm trying to think of what's that board game that's like a very complicated space board game. It's I've seen it in the shop. It's like one of those really complex, like the rule book is like a freaking novel, and I see it when
What,
I
Warhammer?
40K.
no. It's like a space board, not like a tabletop. I mean like an actual board game. You open a box, pull the game board out, and play with dice and cards and stuff like
I'm
that.
not sure, and there's
Uh,
lots of them. So
fuck.
I'm not.
So, Purgatory 22. To answer that, best without going like super specific because I don't know why for that one for sure. But CCP will occasionally turn off specific endpoints if they notice that that endpoint out of nowhere is just getting absolutely hammered by someone's apps, and that's been a recurring problem over the last year.
See
And
him out
CCP
there.
has talked, and CMLKith, and CCP has
What?
talked about how that like they have to do that because if they get too many calls to the API server, and we're talking like 100% plus like increase all of a sudden in API calls or worse in a few instances, then like it can actually cause potential issues for the main cluster.
Now, is that for just API? Because they can still use like the ESI polls and stuff, right?
Well, yeah, there's a ton
Just
of
not the
different
old,
API
not the old
endpoints.
API system, but
Well, yeah, this is the ESI API that I'm talking
oh,
about.
oh,
There's a bunch of specific endpoints that you can like put in for your server call. And if one of those, say for example, is getting hammered to hell and back, CCP can just turn it off to protect the server.
they kind of did that with
The market API.
yeah, well, the Eve, uh, Eve Praisal. But then it
Well,
started
but
working
wasn't
again.
that was not really necessarily
The Eve
CCP's
Praisal
fault,
thing,
right? Wasn't that the third party thing?
Well, Eve Praisal, the guy,
doing things not the right
the
way?
API thing that he used to call from, I think it was one of those that CCP disabled. He's like, I could work on getting something else put up, but he's like, I haven't played the game in a decade. And he was just like, I'm kind of
it's more
done
than-
doing this.
It's a little bit more than that. Not exact. So basically, CCP made a change on the back end that resulted in the server behaving differently for calls. And the result for his application was it increased how many API calls it was trying to do, which did get his IP banned. But it's the kind of thing where like it's like we're gonna ban this IP because it's kind of starting to like break our shit. But there's a way for you to like get back in and fix. You essentially just have to fix
Yeah.
your program, and then you're back in.
Yeah, and he didn't want to put that because he's like, I've been away from Eve for so long that I'm not going to put my time into it anymore. But he did put all of his code as open source out there, so he's like, if anyone else wants to use it, go for it. And then like within like 2 hours, there was an Eve Praisal clone up and running. Like I forget what it was called, but someone else like basically it's pretty much it's just not Eve Praisal anymore. But
So the thing, so
It's
Commander
like Eve Praisal Mark II or something like that.
yeah, or something like that.
So Commander Starscream is mentioning in chat that it's a BS line that I'm saying from CCP and the player base is smaller. The player base can be smaller. That doesn't mean jack shit when it comes to API calls because those are being done by a computer and have to do with computer programs. So it depends on how the person actually like designed the program and how it's behaving. Has absolutely nothing to do with how populated the servers are actually.
Gotcha.
That's interesting.
But yeah, so API is still there, but yeah, I guess I haven't really looked at EveWho in a while. A lot of times for EveWho, I'll just go to Zkill because pretty much most of the information you can get off of EveWho is on Zkill. It'll tell you like, I mean, I guess it won't tell you
But
like
it does seem like
how long they've played necessarily, but it's like you can look at like who are they, what corporation and alliance do they fly with, and what have they killed and lost in the last however many years. But that's about it.
It gives you better intel in most cases. It's like, what do they fly? Are they generally competent?
I don't know about that because my Zkill shows that I'm like super dangerous. And that's not true at all. It's like I got
Yes,
like a 90.
Are you
I got
sure
like
it says super dangerous?
I got like a 90%.
Hey,
like,
Mr. Unlucky.
Yeah, I got. What's up, man? Yeah, I got a like a 90% like lethal. This person's dangerous, and it's like, no, I've just been on a lot of F1 fleets, which even if you die in those fleets, you kill 70 ships and lose one, you're gonna be way in the green no matter what. So
Well, yeah, if I look at someone and it says that they're dangerous, but then I look at their solo kills and it says 2, and then
I
I
don't do
look
a lot
at
of solo
those,
kills, but I'm fucking dangerous,
and
motherfucker.
then I look at those and it's like, oh, they killed their alt to like suicide back home. Okay.
No, I didn't do that.
Or it's like the guy in Goons that built a bane and then killed it with himself just so he could say, "I have the first T2 Dreadloss in Hall of Eve."
yeah, I don't necessarily agree. I'm kind of with the red line. Like, you don't necessarily have to have solo kills to be because all that means like there's a lot of people that are really good. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that are really good at the game that don't necessarily run around by themselves. So
No, absolutely. I'm saying it's a thing to look at. It's a factor amongst many. Like if I'm doing something that, I don't want someone seeing what I'm doing in a system and I see a random neutral come in, I'm going to be looking at all of these things.
yeah.
And they're all these are all things that I'm going to be looking for, but I'm looking at like 100 different things, not ever just one.
For sure. Yeah.
Unlucky is
Only
here.
thing I use Zkill for or Zkill is to make sure I've got more kills than anybody else in my corp.
How'd the rest of that roam or It wasn't even a roam. It was like a whole weird thing tonight with the Unlucky's thing. It was like there was some roaming, and then there was some dropping, and then there was some. I would call it baiting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unlucky was running around in a Redeemer trying to bait this Goon Crusader fleet. I think it was Crusaders. And he was like trying to bait them in. There was like 40 of them. And he's like, come attack me. And they just refused to, I think, because they knew he was bait. And so then he would catch and pop a couple. So he's like, he'd kill like one or two on a gate and jump through the gate and chase them to the next gate, kill like one or two. And they just refused to engage him. So we're like stuck on a Titan for like half an hour while Unlucky's just killing all these ships by himself. And they're just like not touching him at all. It was like, what the fuck?
So,
All I know is he's
Drayden, have either of y'all been on any of the high sec fights lately?
I was in one a couple days ago. It was in Perimeter. We took bar guests. I was in a Bassie, so no, I was in a Scimitar. We took Scimitars because with the high sec mechanics between PL and Horde, you can't rep or cap chain with people that you aren't in the same alliance as. So PL and Horde can't cap chain with each other. So it's a nightmare trying to do mixed alliance Bassie fleets. So we're like, we'll just take Scimitars instead. That'll be then. But I couldn't even do anything because there was only a few people that broadcast reps, but they're all Horde guys. Like, well, I can't rep them. So I just kind of sat there and I did launch my drones and I killed 3 Valkyrie 2s that were hitting the Citadel or the structure.
Nice.
So and then we warped off and my drones were left on field. So I actually came out ISK negative on that.
So could you, since it's high sec, right? You couldn't warp the Horde guys, but had you been in the same fleet, could you?
No,
Or is that
it doesn't matter. If you're not in the
doesn't
same alliance, you
matter.
can't.
That's why when it comes to assisting in wars in high sec, it's honestly almost easier to just be in separate fleets because of that bullshit.
Yeah, we didn't lose any Bargus. Redline. We
Oh,
killed.
sorry, he's talking to Mr. Unlucky.
No, he's talking to me because I was saying Unlucky didn't take Bargas. We took Bargas. BFL. We took Bargas to go defend one of the Tranquility Trading Consortium buildings.
But Drayden, have you seen the movie Black Hawk Down at all?
I have a long time. Like when it first came out, I watched it once and I haven't seen it since. So I don't remember. I remember the femoral artery scene, which was like really hard to watch, but that's like most of what I remember from it.
Well, just remember, if you find DPS, Sue's going to high sec.
That's pure.
You better have your safety on, because that's a hot weapon, son. I just raised my index finger a wag and go, well, sir, this is my safety.
That's why they stress put.
That was Hulk. That was the Hulk that did that.
Put green safeties on, because if I had not had green safety on and I repped a PL or a Horde member, I'd have been fucking concorded.
Yeah, but it's one of those it's like infinitely quotable, like that Black Hawk Down meme. Sir, this is my safety.
Yeah, and it was just I was sitting there, I was like, man, I shouldn't even bother, because it's like there's only ever a few PL guys in the lodge viewing, so it's like, but then again, it's like, but what if a PL guy starts getting shot? None of those Horde lodges you're gonna be able to rep him, so it's down to us like 2 or 3 Scimitars to like hero rep that guy, which don't tell anyone that, Dom. Don't use that strat. Shoot the PL. They have no lodge. But
see, this is why
I can't do the high sec shit because I fucking been banned from there.
This is why you take Ikatersas, because each Ikatersa is like half a Guardian worth of reps.
And they're fucking great. Glad I agree with you 100%.
Dude, we literally won a fight in Pochman in Ickies where all our Guardians died and we still clapped everybody and did not lose an Icky because Icky reps is so damn powerful.
Yeah,
and they hit hard.
I wish
they're great ships.
I hate the whole.
They're pricey though.
I hate the whole thing with I know why they did the thing with high sec is so that you wouldn't have a group of people repping a ship that can then attack other people, and it's like this person's getting reps from like 6 Logi that you can't touch because you'll get concorded if you try to shoot them. So I get it, but it sucks when you're actually allied and in a fleet and both. It's like Horde and us are both at war with the people we're shooting, so why can't we rep each other? What I think it should do, but it's like, I think the best mechanic that I can think of that might help get around that is if you rep someone in HiSec that is, you know, instead of it giving, you know, like Concord response, what if it just gave a limited engagement timer to everyone that has aggressed that one ship? So then everyone that's shooting that guy can now shoot you. So it prevents the whole Logi being perfectly safe and repping it. It's like now I'm available to be shot, but I can still rep people that I want to. I don't know, like that mechanic's already in there, limited engagement timer. So why not add that to
That actually is a good idea. It might work because the reason they did
because
that
then that lets
change
cross
was because
alliance
people
stuff
who
work.
weren't war decked were
Yeah,
logging
yeah.
people.
So that way
yeah,
it allows cross alliance stuff to still work whilst not giving an unfair advantage of like me being able to rep someone and not be shot. So it's like now I can get shot. Or even just give a criminal timer without the Concord response. Let anyone shoot me. But, well, I don't know about that. Because then you got people that aren't in the war coming to shoot you. But I think the limited engagement, I think that's the best option. Because then everyone that has aggressed on the person or been aggressed by the person that I'm repping has a limited engagement timer with me at that point. I think that would be fine.
No, that's a very legitimate fix for it. The problem is when they made that change, that mechanic wasn't in there yet.
Right.
So I mean, maybe I should go back and look at it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, because then, like, and even outside of the Wardex things, like now, if you have a ball of Logi that's going to rep the guy that's trying to shoot someone, well, now the people that guy's shooting can.
Anybody can attack him now
Yeah,
and be safe.
so-
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a
might create
handful
more
of like
content.
really. There's a handful of really silly mechanics still there, like around HiSec. So learn the hard way. We were doing it was some silly war deck that we were doing a while back where we were bashing some Pocos in HiSec, just blowing some shit up. And one of my guys thought it would be funny to one of the Logi guys to rep the Poco, which resulted in Concord showing up and killing him and wiping out the rest of the guys that were lodging him because they had their cap chain up.
Yeah. Well, the cap chain.
Oh, because they're cap chaining each other, they all got that, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
and
it.
and all because he put his reps on the Poco that we were at war with, which is stupid to me.
Don't be a traitor. That's what it's saying. Don't be a fucking traitor.
Yeah. Maybe I'll slip that idea to whoever gets whoever gets the PanFam CSM spot. I'll be like, yo,
I got him tackled. What? I'm dead.
yeah. HiSec wars do suck balls, Lucky. Like I'm perfectly
Especially when
fine
you're
going in
dumb.
there, but it sucks. Like if I was in Horde, like it's probably not as bad for Horde because most of the members in those fleets are Horde. So it's like, and if you're DPS, it doesn't matter. You get to shoot what you're gonna shoot. But for Logi, it just fucking sucks because like it's like only one side can rep theirs and the other side can rep theirs. So if you have uneven Logi numbers, it makes it like more dangerous for certain DPS ships than others. Yeah, but like I don't know why is Bargus and HiSec a bad thing? Redline, I don't know.
It's just very try hard, Drayden. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we were outnumbered. We actually had to bail on that one because
You were trying hard. That's fine.
we had two fleets.
Is
They
it
had
fine?
five.
You
We had
make it
two
sound like
fleets.
it's
They had
not fine. I
five.
try
So
every time.
we're usually outnumbered, so we got to
Yeah.
punch above our weight. You know, you got to.
Oh.
That's why we use paladins and
Brave-
Bargus and shit.
against the brave newbies. The brave.
Well,
newbies.
those brave newbies are bringing like fucking 400 or 500 ish or units or TFIs
Brave
and stuff.
newbies aren't newbies.
Did you
They're bringing
say
like
they're bringing units? What kind of units?
Munit. They're bringing like a shitload of
Units. Oh, they
Munits.
said
Either Munins or Tempest fleet issues, and like I mean, when you're going against like several hundreds of those, and you got half the number, like those are not
real quick.
Yeah.
newbie ships. They're not
Go ahead,
bringing
Redline.
fucking caracals.
Real
quick.
quick disclaimer. All right, I am sick as fuck. I am
Aw, I'm
drugged
sorry.
to oblivion. So if I say weird shit, that's why. It's not because I'm a weird person. I promise. Also,
It's okay, Redline.
So far, this sounds like a normal Friday night.
look, it's not. I promise, it's not. It's only slightly normal. All right, I'm sorry. Continue.
But
I mean, it's
don't
okay.
know.
I'm just talking to y'all while playing some Explorer
You know what we should
and,
do?
killing some empires, so.
No, hold on, guys. Let's drink to Redline and his successful recovery from his awful illness.
Yeah.
To Redline.
Here, here.
Yes, here's to my eventual death.
Yeah, I don't think we
I
lost
didn't
too
say
much.
death. I said recovery.
I don't know what
I was thinking death, but I said recovery. I think.
like we had to bail, but we had two fleet. Like we had the Bargus fleet, and then there was another Horde fleet that I don't know what they brought. I saw some
General
NC dot.
Ships.
I don't know what the point is. What you guys are still fighting for there? Like you
The-
gave
the
it
s-
up, and
Well,
now you wanna
the
fight
Keepstar
for it
died, but there's
again.
still like Satio. I think this was a Satio.
So were you there guarding structures or?
We were
destroying
defending a
Guarding,
time. We were
yeah.
defending
Defending,
a. Yeah, we were defending
I
a
saw the
timer.
pings
Yeah,
for that fleet, but I
so-
can't go on those because I'm negative.
Yeah, I think that
Wait,
died because I think that was the final timer on that one. So I think
It was
yeah, that was a Satio. I think that died. So
test fort.
It happens.
oh, it was a fort. Okay, that's right. It was a fort.
Oh no, not a test fort.
But
well, it wasn't even a real fort. It was just a test fort.
yeah,
I
it was just
mean,
test.
It was probably
Please
a
Test
real
fort, please
fort.
ignore.
Oh, I thought they were testing it.
But
Oh,
it was,
sorry.
but if it's a test fort, like what's test do now with high sec stuff?
The funny thing is, I don't think there was any test there. So we were all defending a test fort, and they didn't even show up.
Look at you.
I mean, test is basically dead at this point.
Yeah, I
They're
know,
not.
but
They're everywhere.
That's
This is a
not-
strong, healthy
you
alliance.
know what? If
Remember
they
that.
had brought
Yes,
20
thank you,
dudes, I'd have been like, cool. There was not a single test member there ever
Listen,
at all.
Test Alliance, please ignore is not an alliance to be ignored. Okay, they
Yeah,
have
but it's
gone
in their
through-
name.
They
right?
have gone through a lot. If you actually look at it and say, what has Test Alliance Please Ignore gone through? It's a shit ton.
Are you
Those
talking about their
dudes-
entire existence or just recently?
Just like most recently, you want to talk about the shakeups when Legacy broke apart at the end of World War B2 or whatever you want to call it. Test got fucking vultured for like 6 months. Horde
Yeah.
just picking people from their ranks left and right. And anybody who stayed like really loves Test.
and I think that's
and,
like the
like-
third time that's happened to them, right?
So
And-
it's
and
like
that's who's
cannibalism
left.
then. Like, Horde had to eat tests to absorb their power.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
looking to.
but now
they have
who's left? You're just
3,000
people
members.
who love Test. It's just 3,000 people who love Test.
Just
I still have my test
3,000.
back.
Just
3,000 3,000 tunes.
say
if we
500
follow the normal
500
if we-
people.
Why
If
you
we
say
follow the normal
tunes?
rule, if we follow the normal rules, it's 1,000 people, half to a third of which are
Why is
actually
that the
active.
normal
Yeah.
rules? Why do you assume regular people are paying $60 a month to play this shit fucking video?
I
I
think
was,
a-
and you know what? I think
because
Skyhawk's correct.
because
Any
a, regu-
null-sec
a
group-
regular
yeah.
person isn't going to pay that. Okay, it's not fucking $20 a month for every account.
There's a lot of people.
But
that
I
flex.
agree with Skyhawk. I think if you're a null-sec
Oh,
player, you more than likely have
understand.
more than one account.
Yeah, a lot of people plex their stuff, or they'll pay for one or two and plex the rest. type
I
of thing.
charge mine to Drayden. He pays.
Or
for
they'll
mine.
be like me and they'll pay $20 for one account and then a month. Although I do all mine on 3-month subs, and then my other 7 accounts I do rotate through on the 3-month pack or like 3-month bundle, which breaks down to $15 a month, which is the old price.
Yeah, or like
I
me.
just
And,
buy. I wait till they do like a monster sale and then just buy like a year's bulk at a time, and it ends up being like under 10. But You gotta be willing to commit.
usually do that only. I only usually will do that with my main. My main is the only tune I'll ever
You
be like,
guys-
okay, you get a year.
You guys gotta stop giving this company your money.
Yeah,
They don't know
I-
what
You know what?
it's
I
doing.
bought the
Fucking
fucking
cat.
20-year anniversary big. box.
I just
fucking
do
booster
it.
Good man.
I just run with the. I
Buy a
only have 2
booster?
accounts and just pay $40 a month for it.
I'm about to buy the fucking Eve online game that board
I
game came out in
want
2009.
We speaking of the pack, that's a good segue there, Dom. Way to go.
Thank you. That was not even planned. I'm that good.
Yeah. So pack comes out. Standard pack. It's got a bunch of stuff. It's got some skill points. It's like 1,000 plex,
Standard.
like 250,000 skill points, and some skins, some lava core skins for the heretic, the paladin, and the revelation. Which that'd be cool. But it also came with this booster. I forget. It's like it starts with a G. I can't remember the name.
the gold ammo.
Yeah, gold ammo.
Not
but
gold
whatever
ammo,
it's
but it was a
called anymore.
booster.
Well,
you
come
bought
on.
it.
So so here's the thing. It was a booster that gave you 7% bonus to armor reps, 4% to laser turret damage, and speed. It was like a speed boost, I think, was the other one.
And then once you activate it, it lasted for 90
so here's
90
the-
days.
48 hours.
Oh, the way people complain about it, I thought it was like at least 90, maybe.
No.
180 days.
Here's the reason. So
Well,
it was
everyone
it
was
was
being a
it was a
bitch for no
2-day
reason.
booster, and the thing is, you can get those
Ooh,
boosts on
Dominic,
other.
You were playing the opposite side on purpose. That's not fair. Don't do that to me right now. You
Yeah.
son
So
of a bitch.
so
I'm sick, but I'll take that fucking fight, Dom. I
I,
swear to God.
will you? Because I don't see a problem with this.
well, hold on.
You don't see a problem with?
I
them
think they should
buying
offer this every month.
skill,
Wait,
like,
hold on. I'm
actual
getting
stats
to what
in
the
game?
problem. I'm
Sorry,
getting.
go ahead, go ahead,
Wait.
go-
I'm
go
getting to what the
ahead, go.
problem is. So
Okay, all right,
you
I'm
can
sorry.
get the damage, you can get the rep bonus with other boosters. It wasn't the bonuses that it gave that were the issue because those weren't very OP. It was the problem that you
Ooh, it
could
was.
only get these if you bought it for money. These were not available. And it cannot be traded. So these would not be able to be available on the market for people to buy with ISK. And so it was essentially gold ammo. Like, here is now a bonus that gives you an advantage in combat that you have to spend money or Plex to get. Actually, I don't think you can get it with the Plex. You had to spend actual money.
Money, yeah.
You had to spend
Dollarino.
money out of your cash or out of your wallet.
Exchange cash.
And that was
for
the
stats.
only way to get these bonuses.
Why can't we buy more than one of them? I would. We should be able to buy them in
Otherwise-
packs of 10, right?
Otherwise known as pay to win.
Right, and so that is the thing where it gets into the, like, I don't care if it's available for people to get these bonuses without paying money, then that's not pay to win. And if it's cosmetics, that doesn't give you an advantage. But something that gives you an advantage that you can only get for money that other people can't, that is where it crosses the line. And they did that with
Okay.
this.
So before
I
Red
agree
Knight
with
and I
you.
argue. Oh, good, Sky.
I was going to say that I agree, Drayden, that I don't like this. I also hesitate to go as far as full-blown calling it pay to win because it's not a guaranteed win by any means. There's
Right,
still
the
so many
bonuses
other
aren't even
factors.
that
Like
great.
Come on.
I hesitate to call it pay to win.
Semantics.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're just
it's-
a meeting.
Yeah,
Because you still have to be able to play the game good, right?
Like the thing is, like, the bonuses weren't that strong. Like, I mean,
and they
you,
weren't permanent. That's
Okay.
the
well,
point.
they were,
right?
but
here's-
it's
here's
the
the
it's
thing.
like the principle of the matter. And the thing is, like,
I
okay,
know,
maybe
no,
this one
it's-
wasn't
It is
massively.
the slippery, the top of the
Maybe
slippery
this,
slope. I
maybe
agree.
this is
Let
a,
me-
no,
let me
Red
tell
Knight,
you
before
what
we
it is
argue,
for
I get
me.
one
All
point.
right,
I
right.
just wanna t- I
Hold
just
on,
wanna
hold
tell
on,
you
Red
what
Line.
it is for me. You made a point
No,
already.
no, I
Can
get
make-
one thing to besides our
All
argument.
right,
Let me
all
get
right,
to
all
it.
right.
So here's the question I have:
I'm
if
gonna
you
eat a crack.
bought that pack and got that booster and used it already, what are there any? Do you have any repercussions? On
they
it,
got
or-
rid of it. They took it out of the pack.
No one ever. What? Before anybody bought it,
Uh,
it
good
seemed like it
question.
was out already when
It
when
was
they-
out for about
yeah.
a day, and then they took it
No.
down.
It's
So
been
no one
long
ever
enough
got it.
that
That's
would
what I'm
have
asking.
worn off
Okay.
by now.
Are you sure? I thought it was permanent.
It was a 48
it was
hour. No, it was
48
So
48
why are we
hours.
crying? 48 hours? Are you shitting me?
But it's 48
It's
hours
not-
of
Did it apply immediately though? Like, because
When you-
someone could still be sitting it with it in
Yes,
their
it's
redeem
like the
queue, right?
boosters you can redeem.
yeah. I would guess like once
Yeah.
you redeem it, then it would.
Oh, then I'd be
So it's-
pissed. If it was in my
so it-
redeem counter and got pulled out of there,
Well,
now
no,
I'm mad.
They wouldn't have pulled it out from anyone, so I bet anyone that paid for it and got it and hasn't used it, they still have it. I
I
bet.
bet they.
Yeah, I don't know. But so how long did it last? About I think it was just 48 hours, regardless of your biology skill, a Space Gator. I don't know, but yeah, the thing is, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this booster wasn't that egregious, but it's the principle of the matter. And if people don't get mad at this point, then it's like, okay, what if they push it to something more later? And then it's like
Gold
eventually,
torpedoes.
and then
Fuck
eventually
yeah.
it's like, where do you
torpedoes.
draw the line? You should draw the line right at the crossing of that initial jump instead of going like, well, this bit's okay, but not this strong. Like, it's like that's too arbitrary.
Well, so
Don't
here's the thing.
sell bonuses for money.
Okay,
Drayden,
The line was drawn in 2009. The line should have been drawn in 2019 when they tried to sell skill points, but people didn't fight nearly hard enough for it to make.
Well,
it
is it going back even further than that when they sold skill injectors and extractors?
That's what he's talking
That's what
about.
that's what I
Oh.
said.
I think
That's
even like
what
the direct like pay money.
No.
They started selling direct skill points on their site after that, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it was.
and then people were arguing like, but injectors, someone had to train those skills. Like, yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You pay.
So
you
they
pay
allowed
C-
that one, right?
It's like that's like
Well,
a semantic
that's
thing.
the
You pay
thing.
CCP money,
So
and then you
is that
can
where it
get
started?
skills.
That's where it started. But then the second time they tried to do it, people rose up over the ships.
Procure pack, right?
But then you could even
Procure.
almost, but at the same time, but it's like, what if you take the weird arbitrary stuff and go even further back? The character bazaar. It's like you can pay CCP money, buy a bunch of Plex, and just get a character with a shitload of skills. That's kind of like buying skill
but
points,
that's
right?
not-
You're not buying it
no,
from CCP,
someone-
you're buying it
someone
from
had
another
to
player.
train them.
Doesn't
They're
matter.
just,
Train
they're
their
just
skills
facilitating the change.
matters.
It was still between two players.
Right, but the essential, that's all like the middle ground stuff. But it's like the beginning and end step, like the end justifies the means. Everything. It's like you start off by paying CCP money, end up with character with high skill points,
Yeah.
like
okay.
without
agree
without
that- I
having
don't
to
agree,
spend the
Campbell.
time to train it. So
Plex, I don't think Plex is pay to win. I just don't
Plexing
agree.
is not pay to win. Plexing. So look, here's how it's pay to win, right? I don't know if you guys have. I'm sure you've spent a
oh,
lot.
I was
of
fine with
time
the character
playing
Bazaar
video
strike. I
games.
was just saying like that's you could go down that road.
Am I muted?
No, sorry, I was talking over you.
Okay, cool, gotcha.
We're just
So
yeah,
I know that you guys have played EVE Online for a lot of time, and I know that in the history of you playing EVE Online, you have had experiences where you got away from a fight with very little hull, right?
that's never happened to me.
Bullshit.
I just die. I don't ever get away.
Okay, so
I'm
have
That-
none
that
of you
broke-
ever
yeah, I know what you
experienced
mean.
that?
That procure
none
we
of
tried to
you
kill in
ever
Highsec got away with 10% hull.
Right.
Fucking
so
asshole.
imagine if the only reason we didn't kill him was because that fucker paid $69.99 to CCP and had 7% more HP. to stay
Or
alive.
he bought Plex and bought a skill
No.
injector and trained up his
No.
mechanics to 5 or
No.
whatever.
No, because skill injectors can be purchased with ISK. Like that's the thing, is that this
Oh,
is something
yeah.
that was directly tied to money and trivializes these things that people work so hard to set up and so hard to do. Like the skill
Yeah.
ceiling in EVE is extremely high, right? And anything that bridges the gap should come from a player's skill, not their wallet.
But I mean, there are
But okay,
there's
I agree,
implants
and
you
I
can buy
disagree.
for ISK that give you 7% armor.
Yes, again, you can buy them for ISK.
Right.
That is the
But
point.
technically, buying
is-
skill injectors, that's still coming from a player, right? Those points are. They're not. CCP
Sure,
isn't just
yeah.
randomly adding them. So there's that's the one saving grace for it. I agree with you. Otherwise, I don't think it's right either. I've never liked it, but that's the one saving
Oh, I
grace. It's
love-
not like
I love
CCP is
skill points.
adding additional skill points for purchase. I know they give them away, but for purchase, that would be
I'm-
different, and I would not like that at all.
I
I've-
absolutely love that you can buy skill points in EVE Online. I think it's
Not
fantastic.
but you're not buying it from
I'm-
CCP.
Who cares?
well,
I love
they,
it.
CCP does sell them though.
No, they don't.
it's-
They sell the
Yeah.
injectors, which are still
No, there's
being
go,
CCP
go onto the
CCP
store,
Oh,
Dom.
you're right, you're right.
There's
No,
the
you're right,
packs
you're
where it's
right.
like buy this
I
pack
forgot,
and
you're
you
right.
get 1,000,000 skill points. Boom.
I'm fine with that
So-
too. I
Well,
don't
and
care.
So I
occasionally,
think-
if you've got an account
fine
that's
with
been on
it.
sub, if you've been on sub for a while, you will occasionally get an email as well
The
offering you like
resurgence.
offering so however many SP.
280,000 skill points for
Also-
$300 or some shit. But no,
Yeah.
It's
I
like
think
say
that
I bought
selling
six-
skill points for money
6
is
mil.
fine. I
Yeah.
think that being able to purchase skill points with cash is great because that is something that brings the ladder up without like decreasing it. Sorry, it brings the ladder back down between newer players and older players without decreasing the worth of an older player's skill in the game.
Yeah, I'm fine with it
Because
too.
you
Yeah,
can have
because
skills
Oh, look at
trained,
you,
but
the big
silly shit.
brain.
I agree.
You guys,
Yeah.
you
I have
know
a
what?
big
You might have
brain.
just won me over.
I'm fine
I
with
like
it.
that
'Cause,
argument.
I mean, if it's gonna if a new player comes in and they're like, if telling them nope, you got to train for 4 months to be able to fly this thing, and they're like, fuck this game. Or if they
Right,
came in
but
like, or you
how-
can spend $10 for a starter pack and we'll give you 500,000 skill points. You can get into it tomorrow. They're like, okay. And then if that keeps new players into the game and then they stay playing, cool. We want that, right?
It's too easy. Here's
And
my
I'm not
$10,
like
right?
no one's gonna be buying their way into a fucking Titan. No one's gonna be buying their way into it.
It's not true.
top up.
People have done it.
Yeah, people.
You know how
do
much
do it, and-
plex
and
you'd have to
that's
spend to
fine.
do that?
Yeah. What was the
They
guy's
do.
name?
Like,
What was his name?
They know.
Like 15
Iron
grand
Banker
or
bought
something silly.
all the skill points. Bought them all.
Okay, the dozen people that have done that, you know what? Cool, they have
You
a
said
Titan.
no one.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
it's like
just
the
say no
average
one.
player
That's
is not
okay,
going to be
fine.
spending that kind of money because once you
For
start
sure,
getting,
the average players.
once you
yeah,
start getting the diminishing returns of like where skill injectors are now giving you like 100 or only 50,000 skill points for like what, like 1.5 billion ISK or some shit like that, 1.2, not worth. Or no, I think it's like
I
900
really-
million, but
I really don't think the everyday spender is purchasing the $7
that what it
packs
was?
from
Nuh-uh.
CCP. Personally, that's just
Is
me.
Dragnet correct? Is that what it costs?
well, Iron Bank had he probably didn't pay into that money. He probably just had the ISK to buy that many skill injectors because dude ran fucking, what was that gambling site?
no, but is that what the actual value is though? If you were to buy it all,
Maybe. I mean, I
'Cause
wouldn't
you
doubt
figure
it.
you buy the big skill injectors, whatever you inject. If you're high enough skill points, you only get what 150,000 per shot.
50.
Oh, it's
Fif-
150.
fif-
right,
it's
okay,
50 per shot. Yeah. If you're over,
Certainly
Well,
isn't
150.
fine.
150
is it 150?
100,
Oh,
it's 150.
I thought
for the
it
big
said- oh.
ones. Yeah. Yep.
The big ones are 150 if you're over what 25 million or over 50 million.
But you can buy the injectors and stuff to pop right into a Titan if you want to. I mean, that's crazy. But the thing is that I feel like
Wow,
With
that's crazy
this-
if it's that much.
With this booster, right? It is a very slippery slope going from, skill points, which, like I said, I think are fine, to having actual like stats tied to money. That's cringe as fuck.
Yeah.
It's the worst. And it felt really bad to see it.
Well, and
Like,
especially if it starts becoming a
literally.
thing where you have groups like, hey, everyone's got to put this in. Like you're gonna have these elitist groups that are gonna be like, you better buy this to go into this fight with.
Well, here's hoping we don't, right? Because
Right.
they removed that booster from the pack.
They did.
They said, "Oh
Like,
yeah,
it was like
we
a
didn't
day.
intend to be stupid."
Okay,
but,
did
like,
they when they
did.
removed it? Because I was out of the loop. Did they say, "Hey, oh, you're right. This is a mistake. We don't want to do this," or they just
said,
removed it because people are crying?
They said that
They
based on
said-
feedback that they realized they overstepped. Blah, blah, blah.
I'll read you what they said.
Yeah.
Thank you.
While you're pulling that up, to
Please.
clarify on the large scale injector thing, so obviously it starts out at 500,000.
Yeah.
You have more than 5 million SP, it drops to 400k. If you've got, once you cross 50 million, it drops to 300, and when you cross 80 million, it drops to 150k.
Okay. Well, okay. So you can actually get up pretty high then. I wonder if they've changed those numbers because I thought 50 million was the break point a while back.
It's been the same.
Oh, it's been 150 the whole time.
Yeah.
150,000.
said,
Shows how many of those I've used. I think I've used one
they
ever.
said, after listening to community feedback and consulting the CSM, we agree that the booster's exclusivity tipped the balance unfavorably. This was not our intention, and we appreciate the passionate feedback we have received from you. Which just means we'll put it in something else later and see if you're as pissed as you were this time.
Yeah.
That's
Fine.
the
That's
got very
that's
sorry, not
fine.
sorry.
Does anyone
Yeah.
else remember the Christmas where we all were given, and you could sell these on the market if you wanted to, but every account got 3 boosters that you could take that all they did was remove, or each booster allowed you to use 3 large skill injectors without any SP loss. I
Oh, I don't remember
fucking
that.
dumped so much as that was Christmas either 2017 or 2018, I want to say.
Probably when skill injectors were fairly new.
Yeah, they were within the first couple years of skill injectors, and I dumped so much fucking SP into my main.
I
from
don't
it.
remember
was like,
that. I wonder
oh.
if I got one of those and sold it because I wasn't using skill injectors. So I was like, I think they were selling for a decent amount.
If you were high SP, it was worth it.
I've used it
because-
on not my main characters. I've used it a couple times.
Yeah, I gotta check.
But I got
my
the
guy.
maximum amount of skill points out of that booster.
My
I've never
guy's
used
just
one
about to
like that.
tip over. I think he's at like 199 million skill points right now, or something like that. So I'm about to tip over 200.
All I
next-
know is I'm more than halfway there to the maximum. Fuck
by the
yeah.
end of next
Boom.
year, I'll cross 300 mil SP on my
Oh,
main.
you dirty
Damn.
fucker.
Although there was a point where I wasn't playing, and I think for about 6 months, my guy was.
Did you say middle of next year?
By the end of next year, I need to go and do the actual
How
math
many
on
do you
it.
get in a year? I don't have no clue. How many?
It
What are you at
depen-
now?
It depends what if you have implants, training implants in, or stuff like that too. But
No training implants, no injectors.
No, I've got training implants. I'm eating one of the the Master at Arms accelerators every 2 days like clockwork. And then all the free SP that CCP gives out throughout the year. So like I basically have plus 15s in my head constantly.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have that. But I missed what you said. So how many in a year do you think you'll get?
I'd actually have to sit
a
down and
nerdy
do the math.
Neanderthal is saying about 24 million a year with implants, but no accelerators.
Fuckers, I won't make. You got me. I won't make 300 million.
Why do you have plus 15s in all the time?
Because I have the +5 training head in, and then I've also I'm always eating one of the Master at Arms, which is a +10.
Crazy. That's
I,
crazy. For what?
I
Like,
don't-
what are you training that you need to
Everything.
have so quickly?
Uh,
Like, once
everything
you
to
get to a
find.
certain point, isn't it just like a waste of money? Like,
Well,
what are you
I mean,
doing?
No, there's
so,
there's
like,
always
so-
stuff.
Electronic
that-
so-
tap
so right
ships,
now-
5?
right now, my main, because I'd only trained up to like Dreadnought level 4 for each race. Right now, I'm training level 5. But basically, for
48
each of them,
days
but-
each.
but almost all of my, so yeah, looking at my main, I've got 262 skills at level 5 out of 420 skills, and like pretty
Nice.
much my entire queue is stuff training to level 5, and my queue expires
but-
on
At this point, it's like electronic attack ship 5. It's shit that you don't fly to 5, right?
Now there's a bunch
No.
of stuff I don't have to 5 that I do use. I don't have all drone
I mean, like-
specializations to 5.
like,
I don't have
I'm-
all gun
Well,
specializations to
do you-
5.
But do you use all the guns? Like you have the.
But
ones
what
that
if
you
I do
in
use one of
five,
those
right?
guns? I want my guy to be a Swiss Army knife.
Hell yeah.
I mean, of course,
Yeah,
but
I'm
we are
at
talking
200
about the guy with 300 million skill points, though. So
200
I mean,
so I'm sitting at 268 million skill points right now, which is where I'm getting by the end of next year. I'll cross the 300 mil.
Yeah, I've got 255, and I've only got 2 groups that are maxed out, right? And I've got several groups that have like 2 skills in them. Like anything industry, I have nothing in them. And I'm
I'd-
still not maxing out.
I just 2 days ago finished. Well, didn't finish, but I was not able to fly command ships until like a day or 2 ago. I
What?
just finished
You
command
had
ship
all the,
level.
did you have all the
God.
All that
I-
shit
I-
I've got.
I
boost
finished-
part done, but not the ship?
how
I-
could you have hoped to have been in the alliance tournament
I-
without being able to fly
I-
command ships?
How are you in PL?
I
Do they know
just-
this? Did you tell them?
No, that's the thing. The funny is, I was
Don't
like, I can
tell
fly
them.
pretty much every subcap really well, except command ships and marauders, because I don't have skills for those. And they're like, well, 60% of our doctrines are command ships and marauders. I'm like, fuck. The 2 things I can't fly. I guess I'll just fly launch.
So
It's
no
fine.
matter where you go, you still have that. Oh, I gotta fight. I gotta learn the new doctrine. God damn it.
Yeah, so I just command ships level 1 finished like 2 days ago, and I'm working that up. So, and then I think I have marauders level 2. So I gotta work on that before I can actually fly those.
Space Gator, you have more self-control than I do. I cannot handle seeing free SP sitting on applied to something.
Yeah, I use it
I
immediately.
apply it the day I get it,
Oh, do ya?
unless
See?
Yes,
I'm busy.
I apply it
So
the
the other way
moment I
around,
redeem
it
it.
accumulates.
Yes. Okay. See,
The
so
moment
that's where we're
the
different
moment I
then.
redeem it, applied instantly.
Oh, me
See,
not.
so
I
that's
try
the
to keep
thing.
at least $1 million saved up on each one.
Yeah, I try to keep. I save it up. I save all of it up until I need it, just like Space Gator says. Because like, I have everything that I actually fly. Like all the subcap sup is leveling up to 5 right now. But if there's something I want to fly and I need it to be level 5, I'll use my unused skill points and I'll just boost it up real quick. But like that's why I was asking, what is it that you're trying to train that you want to train so quickly that you keep spending more money on these boosters and implants or whatever? Because
So-
it feels wasteful at a certain point to me.
I mean,
but I mean, if
so-
it's not to you, it's not.
Well, yeah,
Or is it
well,
the
like
industry
I
stuff?
I basically spend 50 mil a day on those boosters, which to me is like pennies, honestly.
Well, could I have 50 mil a day? If 50 mil a day could
I'll take
feed a red
25
line
mil a
in-
day. Fuck it.
could
Right?
feed a red line in need, bro.
I mean, sure. if you're
Says the
leading
guy
a
with
fleet
like
elite.
20,000 plex.
It's only 10,000 now. Thanks very much. I bought a year of game time because I unsubscribed because this shitty company doesn't get any more of my money. Not a
Well, they
fucking
got someone
dollar.
else's. They got someone else's money on your
That's
account on your
That's fine.
behalf. So
It's not mine.
I don't think it's
not
a
you,
good
mine.
company. I think it's a
you,
great company.
you gave them
disagree.
someone else's money by using those plex.
It's okay. They can have.
The-
They already got it. No. See, they already got.
Yeah,
that
but they
money.
got it. But they basically it's
already
unallocated
got
money.
that
They
money.
have to wait until that plex is used.
No, they don't.
It's like a
What do you
gift card.
mean?
Redline,
It's not.
Well, they
do
do.
you-
No, it
do
doesn't
you-
work. They already bought
do you
them.
want
That
an
doesn't work
early
that way.
birthday present of some Master at Arms accelerators?
No, I don't, because there's nothing that I can think of that's urgent enough that I need to train
Well,
quickly
so
to
what's
spend 50 mil a day.
what's funny to me though is like just the different ways that we think about this. Like I don't like urgency has absolutely nothing to do with it for me.
What does
It's
it have to do with? I'm so curious.
number
And I'm
go
not
up.
like judging you, and I'm not like being
No,
mean.
like
I'm just
no, I know.
genuinely
Like
curious.
it's just well, that's what I'm saying though. Like I'm with you because I think it's funny that we are thinking about this differently. For me, it's just big number go up faster because I
I
just like
see.
seeing the
you're a
overall
min-maxer.
sequence go up faster. Yes,
And that's why you're loaded.
That's why he's
you're
loaded.
is
Exactly. Yeah.
because you say big number, biggest number go up good. So you're like, you want to make that number go up as much as you can. And me, I'm just like, oh fuck, I spent my last billion on the Hypernet. I guess I need to sell some Plex to keep moving forward.
Well, there's also a little
You're a
bit
degenerate
related-
gambler.
recently.
So my best friend out of game is also the person that got me to start playing, and he originally started playing back in 03. And within the next few months, I should be passing him up in terms of SP.
Because he's taking breaks and shit. Or
Oh, he's taking breaks on and off, and also he doesn't maximize. Like I sit down once a year and go through the skill plan for all of my tunes, and then make sure I'm mapped out perfectly to maximize that whole year. Like I
Oh,
min max
I
the
get it.
fuck out of it.
massive
this-
nerd.
You see, this
Yeah.
man,
Hell yeah, I love you now. Fuck yeah.
this man doesn't need to push his glasses up on his nose.
No,
He's
he
wearing
knows who he
contacts
is.
because
And-
he knows
and-
he needs both
Yep.
hands to analyze his skill plans.
And I can be honest, I've never not had my characters going, right? They've always been subbed. But there have been a few times back in the day I like forgot to add a skill to it. Now there's not a problem now, of course, anymore. But yeah,
Of course.
I remember still when I went on vacation to Hawaii for 2 weeks back in like 2013 or 2014, and I had to pick a long ass skill to be in my queue because that was back when you had to start training within, what was it, 24 hours?
Yeah. Well, you could. Yeah, as long as your total training time wasn't past 24 hours, you get that new skill, and then
of
it
the
goes.
first
long.
skill, yeah.
Yeah, the first, yeah. So like I just put in, I think it was Advanced Spaceship Command or something like that. And it's like, cool, you'll be fine until I get back.
Yeah, I always had like a level 5 something to put in that slot. It's like, all right, put in this like hour-long one, this 4-hour, this 8-hour, and then like a 30-day. Just to
I
make sure it's
definitely
capped.
lost.
I don't
SP.
remember before skill queues existed.
So I didn't play then. I do remember
Yeah, you
though.
did. You had to have.
Are we
I
going
started
down
in
memory
Hawaii.
lane now? Going down
Yeah.
memory lane?
Maybe.
There were,
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
were
remember
seasons-
getting up at like 3 a.m. to set your skills?
I wouldn't do that.
That sounds awful. That sounds like
I'd
the
be like, you know what? I'll
worst.
just go a little bit of time without training.
my
right.
Still
Ugh.
today, my favorite quality of life change CCP has ever made was the change they made with clones. Like, remember how like
I
you had to
hate
make
that
sure you had
change.
to upgrade your clone so you wouldn't lose
Yeah,
SP. Fuck that shit. I hated that so much.
I like that. I
It
like that old
fucks me.
system.
I
hated that change.
utilize death cloning for travel all the time, and that bit me in the ass a few times.
That was a little element of harshness that I really liked. It just
Or someone takes out
I mean, I
the
got burned
cloning
on it many
facility
times,
and then
but
you're
I still liked
screwed.
I lost Cruiser 5 once.
And then you also had to pay money. That's the thing. It's like every time you got potted, you had to spend money to make sure you did. Yeah, ISK, whatever. It's like, and eventually those like that. There was people that like I remember there was like a legit strategy of like, I'm not bringing this character over this many skill points because it makes his pod and his clone too expensive to replace every time. It's like it basically like deterred people from wanting to get more skill points.
I liked it. It like leads to some very funny stories, like Big Red Boat losing Fleet Command twice, and that's a long fucking
Yeah.
train.
Yeah, as a
When they removed that one, I was not happy about it, but I didn't cry and didn't throw a fit. I did not like the fact they removed the loss of skill points for the T3s. I thought that was perfect. I did like that.
I'm going to disagree with you on that.
I
There was a
appreciated
good point for it.
I think
I
that
liked it.
any
It's something that-
change that
that
removes
change-
the barriers to entry to this game is a good change.
Yeah,
bar
I don't
none.
disagree
I
with
don't
that aspect of it, but still, I like that. In my opinion, they should have just made them a little stronger ships and made it worthwhile
Make
to
them
lose those
cost
skill
more.
points. Yeah.
Just
I mean,
increase their
you'd only
cost.
lose a couple days worth, but it would suck because I mean, imagine if you like had to reship and then now you don't have.
Oh.
It's like
Right.
you wouldn't want to reship on those and go lose another one and die and then like.
You never know.
But can you tell me off the top of your head what those skills do?
Allow
the-
you to fly the
cruiser?
ship better.
They do something
In
with
what
the.
ways?
What?
They do something with the module things on the T3s to make them better or something. I don't know.
It decreases the amount of heat damage you take.
Is that
so-
all it does?
Yep.
Oh, then it doesn't fucking matter.
So
Why
can
Which
you
is
not-
why a
tell
lot
me
of people only train like a Mars strategic cruiser to 1, because all the bonuses are on the subsystem skill.
Oh, was it this? Oh, yeah, you didn't lose the subsystem. That's what I thought. I thought you lost the subsystem skills. You lost the just the.
You lost the subsystem skill. That's how they did it. You would randomly lose 1 level from whatever. So if you had them all at 5, you're kind of fucked.
Well, that's exactly why I only trained that shit to level 4 until that change happened, and now I've got it all maxed out to 5.
Oh, you
So
lost.
if you're
a-
really shitty at heating your shit anyway, you should never go past level 1, because you only need level 1 to use everything.
Dude, like I don't even remember.
I don't
to
heat ever.
I
What
don't.
the fuck?
I never remember to overheat anything.
I don't either.
Ever.
Or if I do, I burn
Um,
it out because I'm too stupid.
Every
to do it.
time I die in a ship, I have
They have
100
different
nano
ones.
paste in it all the time because that's how much I put in there just in case. And I
'Cause
never
I'm
use it.
terrible at it too.
Redline, since you were wondering, I'm
Mhm.
putting a link in chat that is the top part of my current skill queue.
The other
You gonna help me get money or
change I like is that you
Anything?
can swap.
You
jump,
asked what I was training. I'm
You can
showing
swap jump clones without starting a jump clone
Oh.
timer if you're in the same system. That's
I
something
fucking
new.
love that,
Like that. That was not a
I-
thing the last time I played until I came back. I'm like, wait, what's this?
That one kicks
Well, you
ass.
could
I
always
What's
do
this?
it in a
What's this?
station in a citadel. Then they
much
added you could do it in
easier.
an NPC station, which was
Yeah.
nice.
But that didn't come out until Citadels came out, right? I mean, that was.
Yeah, long after, because
Well,
yeah, originally even
But you
in,
couldn't do it in the old station system. Yeah.
no, yeah,
Right? Am I correct? Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, even if you jump clone to a jump clone. Well, remember also you couldn't have more than one jump clone in a station, or else
Correct,
you'd
yeah.
accidentally blow your implants.
No.
I did that one time.
Oh, I did it too.
I lost an entire set of generations, all 4 of them, doing that because I just wasn't paying attention.
I think it was just learning implants for me, but imagine losing like a full high grade slave set back when that actually was expensive.
I would cry.
Ouch.
Cry.
Still pretty expensive.
I see, yeah, yeah. You know
Was
what?
it-
He's not
Those
wrong. Though.
used
They
to be
are
like
less
6
expensive because there
bill
are
for a
more
whole
choices.
thing.
Yeah, there are more choices, so they are less expensive. You are correct. Yeah.
You said 6 bill for the whole thing?
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
remember
cheap.
back in the day, yeah, like a full, like a crystal or a slave set was like 4.5 to 6, depending on what the prices were.
What is it now?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't bought slaves in a long time.
I don't have.
Well,
any-
now it's amulets, right?
Yep, they moved it from the Sancho
Yeah,
to the Blood Raider store.
Well, they call them amulets, and then they still kept the name slave, but they've changed the slave set to like now that's a different implant set.
No, they removed the name slave entirely. It's
Oh, okay.
amulets and nirvanas.
Nirvana. Okay, I thought they changed slaves to amulets, and then they changed something else to
I
slave.
think it's
I
about
think
three
they wanted to get rid of the slave term out of the game.
Well, everybody that had a HG slave set when it went live, I think they just changed the string in the database.
This is all the
Yeah,
all
they
the
just
bonuses
changed
are the
the
same.
name.
They just basically changed. the
that's
name.
that's an easy change.
But I'm looking at mine and just quick math. My head, 3 billion probably now.
That's still not cheap.
Oh, it's not
you know?
cheap. I don't disagree
It's,
with you. but
it's like cheaper
not
than
7
a
billion
bread.
though.
Well, yeah, it's cheaper than a dread. It's a clone. It's an
Yeah.
implant set. Of course, it's cheaper than
3
the
billion
dread.
is a lot though. That's
Didn't used to be. The dreads used to cost less than those.
Well, back
But I
in
think
my
Vlad's
day, you could
right.
buy a
Way
fit
back, they used
dread
to be like
for less
7
than
billion
a
for
tank
that
of
entire set,
gas.
It used to also be there was no LP store, so you had to just hope that whatever you were wanting, you'd get that random offer that was the right item. So
How
if you were
often
running
did
for like
you-
Navy Ravens, you'd have to like decline like 50 offers for implants till you finally got a Navy Raven offer.
Fuck that.
Yep. There's a lot of shit that CCP has fixed that they've done well at, like getting rid of Warp to Zero, adding the LP store.
I'm glad I missed the
Yeah.
not
Anything
working to
else?
zero. That's it. Nope, that's all of it.
Oh, also, have we taken a shot lately?
We can always take another one.
Have we taken one for Pee Wee yet?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
are you taking one for Pee Wee Herman?
Because he's dead?
What?
Who cares?
I did not know that. Yes.
Pee-wee
Pee-
died.
yes.
Pee-wee
We
died.
take respectful
Paul
shots
Rubens.
on this
We're gonna
show.
do 2
Was he
shots. We're doing 2
Respect-
shots.
Not
One to Paul
a
Rubens.
Massive piece of shit. The fuck?
One to Paul Rubens.
Was he though?
Drink.
Just because he's dead now, he's not a piece of shit. I don't get it.
All
And
he
one
got
for
caught
Pee-wee.
doing was jacking
2.
off in an adult
Yeah.
theater.
I
That's
do that
it.
all the time. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah,
first
why
time
was
I got caught,
Pee-wee?
right?
Yeah, why is Pee-wee a piece of shit?
I'm asking.
Oh no, he
He
got
wasn't. I don't think
arrested
he was.
because he got arrested for masturbating in a X-rated porn theater.
Well, what else would you do?
Who
there,
like
right?
who isn't like all the other people in that theater are like glad it wasn't me because I was doing the same fucking thing.
Right.
Yeah,
I was,
so-
right, I was in
so-
the seat
and-
next to him. What the fuck?
Okay.
What's funny is that happened apparently the month I was born. So I'm
Nice.
reading off a thing about
Oh,
this.
thanks for making me feel
yeah.
old. Fuck
You're welcome.
you.
Detectives would periodically visit pornographic theaters and observe the audience. Arresting those engaged with these detectives considered indecent exposure. Said visit on the night of the incident also resulted in 3 other men being arrested on similar charges. Basically, yeah, it was an adult
I
theater,
mean,
and the
like-
cops would just go in there for easy pickings.
That's weird. I don't know why. Like, I wouldn't want to go out into public and do that. That's just weird. That's
What? You don't just stand out in the front yard?
like that would be
It's-
weird to be sitting in a
it's-
theater
it-
with a bunch of
It
other people. Like,
enhances the
I don't
feeling
think
if
so.
it's
The,
public.
the
I don't
thrill of
know.
getting caught.
The
I-
thrill, the thrill. of
But you know
someone
what? I don't have
actually
any judgment for
business
people
right
that do that. You want to go to?
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna judge the
I
shit
will
out of
say,
you. I
I
catch you
did-
doing that, I'm judging the shit out of you.
I did
I'm
come
telling you.
across a quote from someone
Come.
that we're all gonna cringe at a little bit when I say, but this says whatever Rubens has done, this is being blown all out of proportion. That was said by Bill Cosby.
Yeah, because
see,
Ruse didn't
no.
drug anybody. For
He-
Bill did way worse.
Yeah, Cosby was a lot worse.
Oh yeah, fucking.
Cosby is
Yeah, if it's
actually-
true, he might not.
Infinitely
be.
worse.
Bill was able to get away with it, like
Yeah.
OJ.
Well, I don't know if Cosby got away with it. He was in prison
Hey,
for quite a while, wasn't he?
If the glove don't fit, you must
You
quit.
must acquit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So hey, why don't we? I'm just gonna point this out. There's a couple things on the community beat we haven't talked about yet.
Oh,
Well, yeah, because we're part
The-
of the we
the
are
Oz
the
tank?
community beat.
the what
Did
tank?
anybody watch this?
Nine.
Somebody made a show. It's like Shark Tank, but Oz Tank, right? For Eve. They handed out over 100 billion ISK on the first episode.
What
Where
what
was
what
it? Where was it? I want to watch this.
what
Was
were
it- is it
people
near a pod?
prop?
I get
What
them.
were people
Hold on, I'm gonna get you there.
pitching to?
I haven't watched it. I'm just reading the community beat. Do you think I did? And see, now that's ridiculous. She thought I did some research, and
Yeah, LB's not around to do all the Eve
I
related
don't like to put
research.
any effort into shit
White
right here. So
presumption,
there's
so
the
he's
YouTube
basically
link
like
for
Shark
it. It was a
Tank.
show. It was like Shark Tank, but for Eve.
Yeah, but Shark Tank.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
Yeah.
I have this invention. I'm like hoping to pitch to you to
Yeah.
to fund. Like, what can you pitch to these
Alright,
guys that
I'm-
isn't available?
I have no
Uh,
idea.
I'm
You
gonna-
dream it, we
gonna
fund
make
it. Is what it
I
says.
will watch
investment
it.
in
I'll-
Mjolnir Torpedoes 2.
Tell you what, I'll watch this episode and I'll report back for you.
Thank you.
Jaden.
Nice.
I appreciate
Alright.
that.
Why are you gonna watch in 2x speed?
No, I mean I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, it's only
no.
15 seconds.
Oh, that's just it. It doesn't change.
Oh, that's
It's just
loud.
It's just a thing.
That's loud. Oh.
So on Twitch, they're at Oz_Eve on Twitch. So I didn't do. It sounds like a neat idea. I didn't really look at it, watch it.
Oh,
It sounds
that's
fun.
just
Fuck it.
That's just. I watched a commercial.
You did, and I tried to tell you
Sounds
that, but
good.
you didn't listen. So,
It sounds good. Fuck it, is what Dominar
so
just
Eve
said.
I'll check it
partner,
out.
the Oz, he's the one that did this. So he obviously he streams or whatever.
Yeah. I
And then
haven't watched this stream.
underneath
But
it is
I
the
know
one
that.
I want to talk about. This sounds like a kick-ass thing. On Reddit, under u/Caldari Navy Blue, aka Navy Blue, he's got some 3D models. They're fucking pretty cool. I don't know.
Oh, I know. I was like, the Oz. I've seen that name before. When they did the CCP stream for the new Excel add-on, he was on their
But is
stream.
he just making them or is he selling them? What the fuck?
Well, he
I
was.
want one.
What are you talking about?
Hold on.
He was
I'll
on
look
the one going over like how to do market stuff on the Excel add-on for Eve. That's where I know the name.
Wasn't he involved in some scandals, or am I thinking of a different high sec?
I think maybe he
Lord.
was involved with some murders.
Not murders, like
Oh.
in-game scandals, like misappropriation of funds, like blue collar,
Then
like
murdered people?
white collar Eve Online shit. You know what I mean?
I don't. I
somebody-
never heard of the dude, so maybe.
Somebody in the scene was a rat and did that, and I forget who it was.
Now, Tamber's saying he.
Oh, that
posts
was
some
that was
cool
six.
stuff,
That was
so I don't think-
6ix9ine.
6ix9ine.
The bounty hunter initiative.
The rap
that was
guy.
Funded? What
Come
was
on
funded?
now, come on. Don't do that to me, Drayden. That's not funny at all.
Wasn't he a rat though?
Yeah, he was a rat. He didn't play Eve Online.
No, he didn't play.
So, okay, sorry, because I just want to say this too, because I was doing a little bit more reading into this and I was curious. So that whole thing we were talking about in the theater happened in '91. Someone else that he knew was being investigated under like a pornography case, basically, against actor Jeffrey Jones. The police got a warrant to also search Pee Wee Herman's house. And they did confiscate a bunch of stuff from there, and and he did turn himself over to the LAPD for that in 2002. But then when the district attorney went through his collection and which included his computer, found no grounds for bringing any charges against him.
Against Jeffrey Jones or
No, against
Pee Wee.
So
It
like
was a-
so literally after like raiding his house, going through his computer, going through all his shit, they couldn't find anything to charge him with.
Yeah. Judge was
What
like,
were they
none
trying
of
to
this was
charge
out of the
him?
order. In fact, it was all quite good. I mean,
What?
satisfactory.
what the fuck are you guys talking?
I don't know. This
I
is
think Drayden's taking
conspiracy.
liberties here. He's taking liberties here.
I'm
There you
just making shit up.
That's the best thing to do, right? I love making shit up.
Exactly. That's how the best Eve shows are.
So I don't know if this guy, this navy blue dude, is he selling these things or is this just pointing out that somebody knows how to do cool stuff and fuck you all, you don't get one?
I don't think he can sell them.
Why
Unless
would
he wants to
CCP
get-
put it in their fucking community beat? Just to
'Cause
show
it's-
people,
it's
hey,
just- it's
look,
art.
this guy's cool.
Yeah, it's someone made some art and they're like, here's some community art that
No.
the guy did.
That's-
This isn't
they're
like this
not-
isn't a
That sucks,
shop.
man. I don't like
It's not a shop for you to
Now it
buy
pisses
stuff.
me
They're just
off.
saying
Now
like
it pisses
here's
me off. No, it's pissing me
lots of games do that. They're
Dominic.
like here's community art creations
Do
that
you
people have
think-
made. Whether it's like online
wanna
digital art, sometimes it's arts and crafts stuff like this.
Do you think those models are 3D printed, Dom?
I think they're Legos, aren't they?
No, they're
No.
handcrafted.
I would
That's
say
why they're in the
I would
3D.
looking at
Is
it. I,
because only one of the models you see there was 3D printed. The rest of them were crafted by hand and hand painted.
Yeah.
Look at your face right now.
I was
Look
almost
at your
wondering like
I'm reading it.
face, man.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
ridiculous.
You can't believe it. It's awesome, right?
I think he's lying. It looks
I'm
like
not
Lego,
even
Legos.
saying
I'm
that.
reading it. I didn't believe it.
I tried to have a 3D print.
You know what? I should try to do this. This looks like something I could probably do.
I tried to get a
It may
basilisk.
take me 73 years to do, but I mean, I could do that.
I found like a one of those
You got
3D
73
print
years
files. I
left.
forget the extension for those, but I found one of those online that someone had done for a bunch of Eve ships. I'm like, oh cool. And then I just found a place that does 3D printing and gave them the file, and they
And they did it.
and they sent me a basilisk, and it came in, and I was like, the fuck happened to it? It's not. I had to
Well,
throw,
yeah,
I ended up
because
throwing
they
it away.
won't do it. They won't do any of the like after you take that 3D that file. You do have to like do a slice. Is that what they call it? There's like some things you have to go through.
Well,
make
this
sure there's
this
no
did like
errors.
end up, and it was just like I'm sure it would have been a lot better if it was because like a chunk of the body of the ship was fine. It's just the wingy bits on the
Oh, you
basilisk, like
paid
the
for a shitty
little
one.
the solar panel things did not come out right. One of them was only half formed and like droopy, and then the other one was like you could see like the squiggles of the thing.
Did they
really
charge you
bad.
for it?
Oh yeah, it was like $50.
You paid?
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be good. It was like $50 plus shipping. And then,
Did you know? Oh, okay. I thought you meant they took somewhere locally and did it. Never mind.
No. This was like some online place, and I mean, I think I could have set it to
That
a
makes me
higher
happy.
quality. I set it to like the lowest quality, which probably was, but the higher quality job would have been like $160, and I didn't want to do that. So, I was just like, yeah. So if I do try to do another
You got
ship,
what you paid for.
yeah.
So yeah, Rafe Collins, the guy I used to do Close Space Nerds with, he has a 3D printer, and he did print me out an Aeon, but it's only 2 inches long. So I mean, it's
Yeah, this would have
It's
been like
cool,
this is like a basilisk. It was 8 inches long and like 6 wide and like 5 or 6 tall. Like it was
Dom, why would you be satisfied with that? He only printed you half a ship.
yeah, an Aeon.
Put him.
Ah,
it was the link that
joke
was
is
happy
that
about.
joke
It
is
was the link
I
I was
figured-
happy about,
I
right? It
figured
didn't,
he
it
was
didn't
more-
make it.
It
I
was
thought-
better.
I
joke is
thought he
still
was
good, by the way.
disappointed by the 2 inches. I mean, when did that ever please anybody?
It's big. It's smaller than mine, so I'm happy. I
Sky,
don't
are you
feel
a size queen?
intimidated by it.
I know others that are.
Yeah, if I try to do another ship, I'll probably try just like handcraft it out of something. I don't know what.
Legos.
No, I wanted to
CNC
actually.
machine.
You could do it.
Probably. I don't have anything to cut plastic, so I
No,
don't know.
use one of those things, popsicle sticks.
What I might
gonna
do is
make
get some
it
like clay,
popsicles.
like modeling clay, and then or get something and try and like sculpt it out. And just that would be interesting. That'd probably be
See,
terrible.
I still want
Zero
and
skill at that.
I
though. That
still want a
takes effort.
3D printed Aeon at the same scale as my avatar.
Oh, that's an avatar?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's an avatar head. Okay. Wow.
That's
I thought
cool,
that was
yeah.
something different.
Drag is correct. For $160, just buy
That
a 3D
is
printer.
Skyhawk's
If you're
bad
brave
dragon
What was your
enough,
shipping.
joke?
man, if you're brave enough, I wasn't judging. I was just shocked. I was surprised.
Speaking of 3D printing, did anyone see the 3D printed avatar at Millennium Fandom in Vegas? That thing was
Mhm.
fucking nice.
No.
I
I
saw
wasn't there this year.
photos because
I
I
heard of it,
didn't
yeah.
make it. I never made it down to Millennium Fandom this last year.
Oh, it's this year. It was there this year, not last year.
Yeah, it was there this year.
Oh, in June. We didn't. go.
Oh yeah, just kidding. I didn't.
I didn't go last.
I've also actually never been into Millennium Fandom. I've just never made it down there for whatever reason.
Yeah, we went there Thursday for karaoke.
God, Tim Tammer's fucking joke's great. That's a great joke. What are you talking about? That's bad.
But whoever was running the karaoke there was pretty bad.
So actually, I'm gonna pour myself a shot of tequila real quick
Mhm.
before
Okay.
I say what this one is for. I'm gonna pour this
Well,
nice
this
and
never
carefully.
goes well.
That
You're
guy's
gonna.
way
Oh
up
no,
there.
you're gonna roll your eyes as soon as you hear it, Redline. Don't worry.
My eyes have been rolling ever since I entered this call.
I expect nothing less. I would like to take a shot to the simple fact that it is 45 days until a bunch of us are flying out for FameFest.
Nice.
I
Yep.
thought it got canceled. Didn't I read
No.
that?
Fuck you, Dom. Skyhawk, what day are you flying out?
Fly out the 18th. Get there early morning 19th.
Yeah, I think that's when a lot of us are.
Yep, the
I'm just
18th
happy
is
speaking of-
45 days until September 18th when we fly out.
So speaking of,
I'm just happy
Yes.
I'm getting there at 6 a.m. and I might catch the CCP bus this year. Because they always go for the Euros, because, let's face it, I don't blame CCP for not wanting to get up at 6 in the morning.
But see, speaking of
That's pretty
meetups
early.
in the
Wait,
community beat,
what time is
they're
their
pointing out
bus?
the Nottingham.
The,
meetup.
the Icelandair flights from the US usually land at like 6 or 7 a.m.
It is, but what time is the CCP bus?
Later.
I would imagine
Oh,
it's more like noon. Because that's when all
Gotcha,
the
yeah.
Euro flights come
I-
in.
I'll
It's
be
not
getting.
shaped like an
I'll be
Airbus.
getting
I don't
there.
want to write it.
I'll be getting there at 6:30 in the morning. So
So
I
you
know
will
I've
like
taken Icelandair before, so I know what time their blocks are.
yeah, that's for the Icelandair coming from the States. That was literally the only time I could get in.
Yeah, I'm flying United this year.
It's at $620 round trip out the door after taxes and bullshit fees. I'm not complaining about
And
Icelandair.
Icelandair kicks ass. Not gonna lie.
And
It's a good
it's
airline.
it's nonstop. So like I'm loving it already.
See, it'd be nice if Icelandair flew to like Atlanta, but they don't.
Well, there's only 5 locations, right, in the United States?
They added more this year.
Oh, did they? Okay.
This last year, yeah, like Detroit didn't used to get them, and now they do.
Oh.
Detroit only gets them 4 days out of the week, though. It's not like a daily thing.
Well, it's still you're going there. I
Well,
drove
and-
to Denver to go, which it's not that big of a deal. It's still 10 hours though. I mean,
Oh.
Shit. At that point, it'd be, well. So Icelandair is now flying out of Minneapolis as well, Dom.
yeah, when I went, they didn't. It was Denver, Seattle, Boston, and New York. I think were the only choices. There might,
Okay. Yeah, they've
When I flew 'em-
Chicago, Minneapolis, and Detroit have been added in the Midwest alone.
Surprised they don't have like a Miami.
I don't think people in Miami like it cold.
There's a lot of people in but there's a lot of people in Florida, and that's a huge city. So
When I flew last year, I went through DC and then Boston, and then the year before was double DC.
So in North
Double D.
America, Iceland Air flies Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, Denver, Minneapolis, Chicago, Detroit, Toronto, Orlando, Raleigh, Durham, Washington D.C., Baltimore, New York, and Boston.
I can't believe Raleigh. That one's the only one that surprises me on the whole list.
Portland. It's weird that they would do Portland if they're already doing Seattle. Portland's like.
Well, they don't want people from Portland driving to Seattle because
I was like, it's only like a 3 or 4 hour drive from Portland to Seattle. It's probably like 3 hours, actually, 3 to 4.
There are also 3 destinations in Greenland they fly, apparently. 4, my bad, 4.
but they use prop planes. Like,
But
one-
also,
one
I'm
single
just
prop
surprised they want to put their planes in Portland. You.
plane. If you have never been to Iceland,
I
you're
mean,
gonna
it's
enjoy the
just their
shit out of it.
plane.
It's gonna be a
It's
lot
not
of
like
fun.
they're trying to
You're gonna
put their
have a good
dick there.
time. You're gonna have a good time.
So, I didn't get a. You guys. So I want to set up a Rome thing soon, so I can spend that because Akrox
There's
did,
something else you got to set up that we haven't picked a time for yet, too.
Oh,
yeah,
Space just
that
said,
too. That could be
they
tomorrow
dropped it.
too, if you're open tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow night I have to be up early Sunday morning, but
Or Sunday night works too, if whichever one you want to do.
Yeah.
If,
like I'm saying I can do it tomorrow. I just can't like run until
Yeah,
2 in the morning.
oh yeah, no, that's fine. I figured like run like 2 or 3 episodes. Like that's usually about as much as I can watch at a time anyway. So
Yeah. So
Oh, Tamber's leaving.
so tomorrow
Hi, don't go.
see Tabber.
tomorrow I get home from work a little after 3 p.m. your time, Drayden. So like
Okay.
basically, and I don't have anything else planned for tomorrow night except for fucking laundry, and I can do that while we're watching shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you said I'll let myself out. I thought you were leaving.
Oh,
Okay.
he was
Never
talking about his joke.
I liked it. It's a good joke.
Yeah, so I'm down for that tomorrow. I was just say also tomorrow if people want to do it, I'm available, or we can set up another time. But another Rome, Cobb's Rome. I'm gonna have ships to hand
I
out.
will definitely watch that shit because man, that was funny.
I'm gonna have ships to hand out because Seema and he gave money to Akaroth, and then Akaroth looked. He's like, he in fact did not give. He's like, I thought I already sent it to you. I'm like, you did not. He's like, I'll have to look. I'm like, I. And then he looked. He's like, oh, okay, I didn't send it. So he sent me the money now. But so I got a billion ISK by Seema to fund it. He wants me to FC it. He's like, he funded it so I could practice trying to FC.
Also, I just double checked. So I thought it was Sunday morning that I picked up a delivery route, but it's actually Monday morning that I do that in the early. So I can actually go late tomorrow if we want to watch like binge.
What,
like
what
3 or
time are you
4
talking?
episodes.
I might be able to
Yeah.
join you.
I was thinking.
I'm off work at 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Anytime after that, I can start.
Yeah, something like that would work for
But
me.
there's rules if I go. You know that, right?
Oh, he's talking about the Rome.
Yeah, the
Well,
I'm
we were
talking
gonna
about House of the
Rome.
Dragon.
I was that I'm down for tomorrow. The Rome, I was thinking probably going to Init space. Can you shoot Init now that they're not part of the
I
Imperium?
want to. No, they're still busy.
Maybe we can go down south
mean-
then. I don't know. Maybe there's some shit down south we can shoot.
Dom,
You guys are blue with a
don't-
bunch of south stuff too, though, aren't you?
Don't you? Dom, come on now. I know you've got an alt that can shoot him.
I don't.
I don't believe that.
I'm loyal to the core.
Yeah, because
Come on, you got your spy tune. Just send a spy
I don't.
tune.
I'm probably the only person playing this game as long as I have. I don't have a single spy.
Because
Not one.
all the people, because like we can't shoot PanFam, so all the people we can shoot, I think you're blue.
We can go. No, there's low sec people we can go shoot. Let's just stay out of high sec because
I mean,
Well, yeah,
It's
I don't want
half-
to go high sec. And
It's half dead, but you can fly through Pravi and try to find people to pick on. But
I can
literally, if
point
you're
out all the
going,
shit there. Yeah.
I was like, we can go down south, but I was hoping to
South
do.
is where I'm from. Come on.
Well, you're in the southwest. When you're the southwest, when I say south, I'm meaning like Faithabolis, Immensia, like that's the south.
Delve is like west southwest.
Delve,
Wormhole.
Delve
Maybe.
Delve is just southwest. Fountain is west. Northwest is like Declan. The north is like Tribute. And
Can you guys attack fraternity?
I'm holding firm.
no, we're
on
blue with
Delve-
Fret.
Delve is west southwest.
Yeah, we're actually deployed with Fret right now. Like they're definitely blue, and I will definitely get purged if I shoot them. I will get purged if I'm even if I don't shoot. If I'm in a fleet with someone who shoots them, I will get purged.
Oh, so you guys really can't technically do.
Yeah, like we're gonna avoid all PanFam because if LB go, like I'd like to do it with LB goes and some other people go that they're neutral to us and they can fly with us, but I don't want to go into PanFam space because then my coalition will try and shoot them
You know
since
what we could do?
they're not blue and we can't do anything to save them, so they'll
Depending
just die.
on how many people you get, maybe I can form a fleet and come fight you.
Yeah, we could have duel off. I have a bunch of like assault frigates and stuff built, so don't be bringing
I
like.
can tell people. I was red versus blue for a long time. I'm
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, if you want to bring some other assault frigate or just like something small, like don't be bringing like battle cruisers,
battle
and
cruisers?
shit. Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, so no
I know
bad. What about?
not everyone's gonna have the skills for it, but I would love a Nurgle fleet. I love
I-
Nurgles. They're my favorite assault.
I mean, those are easier to
are
get into because they don't
Nurgle
require
elite.
like level 5s of all the frigates and then some specialized thing. Or no, Nurgle. That's the assault frigate.
That's the
that's the Trig
Triglavian
assault frigate.
frigate,
That's right.
yeah.
Okay.
I
I
love.
What was I? I
they're
was
fun.
thinking.
I lost my Nurgle
I was
in
thinking of the
Botch.
worm. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, I like the worms. Yeah.
But no, I got a bunch of fits to go with wolves and harpies for damage. And
Well, but
then-
if we end up doing that, oh, go on nuts. I could do snuff for sure.
yeah, I was like wolves and like yeah, if we could. I mean, we could do low sec stuff, but wolves and harpies for damage, and then I
don't-
basically got like
I
a
don't
bunch
think
of electronic
Snuffed
attack
Out should be
frigates.
against Snuffed Out, but that's
Well,
just
we'll
me.
lose, but it'll be fun, right?
Yeah, and then I got like some like sentinel carries.
How many people did you guys have in your fleet
hyena
last time? Was
stuff.
it 6 of you?
I think there's about six to
I think
seven.
I can get 6 people. I might not even need 6 people. I watched you guys, so.
Well, I'm just saying like
Drayden will be in
What?
charge
That
this
was you
time, so
nothing,
it'll
huh?
go better.
It'd be, I'm a little hesitant to go to like a fleet full of like goons. Like, I mean, it's fine
No,
if you
no,
go there,
I think
but
go against us. So we'll bring our fleet and fight you.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Cool.
It would just be my
Yeah.
corp guys, but probably.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. If you want to have a throwdown, I'd be down.
I mean, I just 6 would probably be the most I could get at a week.
That's probably the most we could get. We might even have less than that. Like, I mean, I'm gonna try and find a time.
like
where,
I said, we wouldn't need 6.
I'll
fight you
just
guys.
I'll just sub my alt account and you can play on it, okay, Dom?
So-
It'll be f-
Sorry to circle back to this, because I'm gonna
Count
head out
sharing.
here shortly. So to set, how do we feel about 7:30 as a hard time tomorrow? 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
For
so
the
it'd be
room?
4:30 for you to do the streaming like movie night.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so we'll start that tomorrow then at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
So no Rome then?
If I was to do Rome, it was gonna be earlier in the day. I was hoping,
I
but
can't roam tomorrow.
I mean,
during
it's
the day.
it's short
Make sure
notice. It would also be short notice, and I doubt most people could go. So I might try and just
Yeah. Might as well
uh,
not even ask.
You know what we could do?
yeah.
We could play poker in Discord.
I will.
Oh, yeah, we could do that right
That's a lot of
now.
fun. We had a great time
It
doing that the
was.
other night. Yeah.
I will.
We're gonna
Oh,
do
you're
it.
We had a whole
drunk.
bunch of cool people on there.
I'll probably start getting the ships ready tonight or tomorrow, and then maybe next week we can find a day when we can do that though.
That would
Yeah,
work.
sure.
Yeah, I'd do that.
That'd be awesome. That'd be great.
Like I said, if you give me a week notice and we pick a hard time, we can talk after the show. We'll pick a hard time, right? This is when we're going to do it. We'll get everybody going, and I can probably get some people involved. I mean, we might only fight you once or twice, but it gets boring
If
killing
it-
the same people over and over. So
If it's all the same to you, could we pick an easy time? I've already had kind of a hard time this week. I could.
yeah,
use
we
an
do an easy time.
Have you had a
Okay.
hard time or have you had a hard?
I've had a hard time.
What's up, Seema?
Hey, we were just talking about you, Seema.
Yeah,
How are you,
Akroth.
man?
Akroth finally gave me the money you gave. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully do that fleet. Hopefully next week at some point, Seema.
You know what?
Next
Seema could be on my
week.
side and fight against
There's so many days between now and next week.
you. There are.
Are you
Lots of shit
busy
can
on
happen.
all of them?
Like, well, I'm working Monday through Friday, but
All day? All night?
sometimes, I know what time I start work in the morning. I never know when I'm gonna finish. You get home. It depends
I
on
had a- I
where.
had a hard week.
Depends on where I have to go. Sometimes I get home at 2 in the afternoon. Sometimes I get home at 9 p.m. I
The
just
life of a
But if you
VP.
plan better, that might not happen.
no. It just depends on.
I'm-
Sometimes
I've been fucking picking on you
Sometime-
for like last 10 minutes. You haven't reacted once.
that's because I don't.
You gotta
God
play
damn
that VP card, brother.
Well, no, it's
Yeah,
it's
just
bec-
go
it's mainly
home and
because of
fuck
where I
off.
have to
You
go.
need
Like
one
sometimes
local.
it's local stuff here in Spokane. I can just go and do it. I get off early, and then
So-
sometimes I drive to Yakima. It's about almost 4 hour drive each way, and then I have
It's a
like
horrible
4 hours of work to do there. So it's like
There's a simple solution, Drayden. So you're
Wait.
the VP, right?
Hire somebody, yeah.
You've got underling bitch
I have
minions.
one underling.
So that person gets the distant routes.
I can't do that all the time, or he'll quit.
Well, then he's not a good underling.
Pay him better.
No, we pay fine. It's hard
I'm
to
being a
find. It's
smartass.
hard to find
Don't abuse-
people that have.
I'm
Yeah.
not actually
Oh,
advocating
no.
for abusing your employees.
No, I
Don't
don't know.
say it's
He-
hard to
he-
find people that work these days.
No, I
Don't
said
say
it's
that.
no.
Okay, fine.
I'm not saying it's hard. I'm saying it's hard to find
Okay.
people that are okay working a variable schedule and being on the road for 7 hours a day, 6 or
Yeah,
7
that's
hours a
probably
day.
true.
Like there's a lot of people like I don't want to drive that much. It's like, well, if you don't want to drive, then that's what you have to do for this job. Like it's
Got it.
it's 2/3 to 3/4 driving and a quarter doing stuff. Like that's kind of what the job is. So
I
people
got
that
a
are
question
not
for Seema. You
wanting to
still here?
drive long hours.
Seema, you still here?
I'm sure Seema's here somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
and
So
someone works.
we were going to do a thing since I can't go on and roam with them. I'm going to get a fleet going. We'll go out and fight them. You could be on my fleet, right? Say yes.
So actually, I got a question on this, Drayden, for what you guys actually do, like for your
Yeah.
day job. So it's a water dispenser.
Yeah,
I'm
water.
trying to
It's
think of,
basically like think of like Culligan, but it doesn't do the bottles. It does the filtration of the machine. So we have to plumb it into the building. But
Oh, okay. So that's similar to like
Plummet.
when
A
I
water heater.
when I worked at Starbucks,
Nah, it's
like
not
we had
water.
super expensive like water filtration systems.
this
And,
is
like,
a whole
every once
building
in a while-
filtration.
Well, no, we had a specific like filtration system that was like stupid expensive. That was where all the water that went to like say the espresso machines and like all that shit like was super hardcore filtered. So is it that kind of maintenance?
No, so
Right.
like this is literally like a
find it
stand-up
difficult.
by itself machine.
It's
It doesn't
just for the
filter.
Ah,
It's just
It-
for the
I find
toilets.
it
It's
difficult
just for people to
believe
go
that
fill up
this
a cup of water and
very
drink.
specialized would be anything like the Starbucks job.
But
How jerk. See,
like
you
the
doing that?
work is easy.
That's
Like
fine.
working, it's basically like fixing them when they break and doing filters and shit like that. But that's the easy part. But the thing that takes a long time is our coverage area is like everything east of the Cascade. So like the central and eastern, like the basically the 2/3 of Washington that's on the east side, and then northern Oregon, northern Idaho, and western Montana. Like that is our coverage area, and we have to drive to all that stuff and drive back the same day.
You guys should
So
fly. Why don't you
no,
fly?
it'd be more expensive to fly.
Like a jetpack.
But so it's like oh, you got to go to Butte sometimes. Like, well, that's a 4.5 hour drive out there, 4.5 hour drive back. Then you have a couple hours of work. Those are longer trips. But then an average day is about a 2 to 2.5 hour drive each way, plus a few hours of work.
Yeah, I get it. That's what I do too.
But and so that's the thing. It's like there's a lot of people. Like, it's not like the hours or the work is hard. It's just there's a lot of people that don't want to be on the road all day. They don't like driving that much. So it's like,
Yeah,
well, that's a requirement. I mean, you have to be able to drive.
an hour to work both ways every day.
Times that by 3.
No, I would
The
never
hours,
do
so,
that.
yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. See, that's most people. That's their thing. They're like, I don't want to drive 6
understand.
hours a day.
I
off
understand
topic,
that.
but I have someone that wants to say hi, and you can probably hear their purring.
Kitty,
Nope.
Aw, so cute.
but
Was that a blanket?
I joke
Let's
around about the
roll.
VP. I joke around about the VP thing. We're a company of like 5 people if you include the salesman. So, like, I may be the VP.
Because you've got lots of powers.
I may be the VP. The VP was a joke. There was
I know, it's fucking, that's why we love it.
but I'm like the service manager, and I have one person that works under me. But me and him both have to go out and do service, and then the other guy does all the installs, and then my older brother does all the administration, billing, accounting, and all
I
that.
think it's called Drayden's Water Service. That's what, right?
Yeah, it's basically like a family.
Oh, he was asking you.
It's a
guys.
family mom and pop shop business. It's not like a big corporation. So being VP is not like some corporate executive VP. It's like I'm the VP of a mom and pop shop business that
See,
not
when you're on
huge.
fire, you should jump on here. That's funny.
You are still the VP though, so that
The
doesn't change.
VFP. Fuck yeah.
But here's the thing we found. We found the one pussy Skyhawk likes to touch.
His pussy.
I mean,
I think
y'all
Scott-
know this is not the first time this pussy has been on stream.
No.
Thanks.
I
It's
know,
not the
but
first
it's
time his
still-
pussy's
it's
been
still
next to
good
your
for-
face
it's
either,
still
right?
good for humor.
He's nice and worked up
Oh,
and neat and
yeah.
purring good for you guys now.
That's dirty. Hell yeah.
This cat, so he's been this way ever since he was little. I'm not kidding you. Like, you make eye contact with him, and all of a sudden you can hear his purr motor just going off. Like, that's all it takes, and it's
My cat
funny.
Weird. That's all it takes for me too. Oh my god, that's
Good
awesome.
lord.
All it takes is eye contact.
Just a little bit
and
of eye
Dom's
contact.
ready.
You got me
Yeah.
going. Fuck yeah. Bam. I'm
Give
there.
Get some eye contact. Those
Red
pants
line
get a
knows.
little bit tighter.
Just imagine like Dom just walking into a place. Someone's like, "Hey, hello, how can I
His
help you?" He's
eyes-
like, "Keep going, I'm almost
eyes-
there."
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
almost
a
there,
little
baby. Come on.
Excuse me. I think that'd probably get you arrested.
Probably
Well,
not.
not if I did it in my pants. They can't do anything, right? What the hell here?
So I'm waiting until after
Sorry.
Fan Fest,
Get
but I
eyes.
did have a coworker whose cat recently had kittens, and after Fan Fest, because after that I'm
I
not
want
going to
one.
do some traveling for a while.
Ship one to
I-
me.
I want to get another cat. This one I got 8 years ago in October, is when he was born, and he's been with me since he was 8 weeks old, and I can tell that he's definitely lonely. Like when I went,
Oh, that's
when
right.
I was,
she had a second
when I,
girlfriend.
yeah, because I had the second one and he passed away earlier this year. And before that happened, this one was never completely alone, like ever. So the times I've done traveling this summer, like I've come home and he's just like extra clingy, and I can tell he's lonely. So I want
I've
to get
read
him a
things that
friend.
that's absolutely a thing.
No,
Right, I've read- yeah.
I did a lot of reading actually about this back after I had to let the older one go. And like grieving in cats is absolutely a thing when they've bonded.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. If they've formed a bond, it's just like losing a family member for them.
Well, yeah. Well, so like what happens now is whenever I say I disappear for a few days to go on a trip. When I get back, if I've got multiple loads I've got to bring from my car up into the apartment. Sorry, I had to say loads. I
On
know
the
you love
topic
it.
of cum.
I'm a juvenile. What
I
the fuck's
know.
wrong with me?
But so I take the first load up into my apartment, and so I bring
I need ice. I'll be right back. I need ice. Hold
I
on.
bring the you got a wireless headset, god damn it. Oh
It's
fucker.
plugged in.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
He'll-
Talk
he'll
about
miss it.
bringing the loads
So,
again,
so I'd
Skyhawk.
so I'd bring a load up, give the cat a bunch of attention, and then go back to my car. And as I'm coming back through the hallway to my apartment, I hear the crying and like of the cat from my apartment. I'm like, oh, I hope he didn't do that a bunch while I was gone, because I bet my neighbors hate me now.
I know what your
Cat
probably
meowing
did
will
while you were
never
gone.
be as bad as dog barking. Dog barking is the worst.
But like the thing is, when they're just for this little cat has some fucking lungs on him. Like the first apartment I lived in with him, I was with my ex at the time, and we were in the process of like waiting to close on a house. So we stayed temporarily after my lease ended at a friend of mine's place for like a month until we were able to move into the house. And the first week we were there, he would just yowl, like not meowing, like fucking yowling just at night because he was freaked out because it was a different place. This cat's a ball of anxiety.
Well, that sounds
Same,
like
to
a lot
be
of work.
honest.
He's a sweetheart, but he's a ball of anxiety. He's my little sheltered baby.
I mean, in 2023, who isn't a ball of anxiety? Let's be honest here.
Me, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not
good
when
luck.
I'm drugged.
Good
Well,
for
see, that's the
you
thing.
two.
I'm
Oh.
drugged most of the time.
He says hello to the microphone. Apparently,
Hello.
He
Oh, I
likes
heard him that
rubbing on
time.
the microphone.
Kitty.
I'm not.
Oh
a
yeah,
fan.
Baldur's
I
Gate
never
3
have been.
came out. I want to get that game.
Oh,
Ugh.
is it officially out?
It's out. I think. Well,
get it.
it's
Go
out.
buy
Where
it.
I think like the early thing was, but yeah, I think it's fully out now. I think it came out either yesterday or today.
It's coming out.
Like my boy was playing it in the early, and it looks cool.
Yeah,
but
they released like an
my
early.
problem is it's just too
thing
much
where-
money and I'll get bored of it.
I like. I like those games a lot. I finished the first Divinity Original Sin. It was fucking really good. I played a bit of the second one, but I haven't gotten that far through it. But I have another game that's like that. I haven't gotten that far, and it's a bit older, a little dated, but it's a very similar style. It's called like Torment: Age of Numenera. And I was like, it was cool, but I didn't get too far.
How old is that fucker?
Last few
I've never even heard of that.
I haven't played them
It's
a ton,
probably like 10, 15 years old.
but I went and I picked up the Harry Potter or the Hogwarts Legacy game,
Was
which
that
is a
good?
little bit. It's gorgeous to play if you are a Harry Potter nerd and like super into the books. It's a total trip because you're getting to you're exploring fucking Hogwarts. Like the detail in it is really cool. There's lots of hidden stuff that you can poke around and find out, which is again from the books, like that's how the school was. Some parts of the gameplay can be rather challenging. I currently am stuck on a particular battle that I have walked away from 3 times because I got so pissed at it when I lost and couldn't beat the boss. But then I also finally bought Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, I love that game.
I have it. I haven't actually started playing it yet, and that's on my to-do list this month.
Okay, so
I really enjoyed that one too. I liked.
that was a game. Yeah, so I bought it when it first came out, and I guess it was riddled with bugs, but I didn't really play it much then.
But
and
it wasn't as expensive as these new games, right? So it was.
Well, games have just gone up.
It was
The
it was a
standard
lot
game.
cheaper when I bought it.
I know, but
last
that's my
month,
point.
too.
Is I haven't changed.
The standard game has gone from 60. Although here's the thing, it's a standard game being $60. A AAA game being $60 has been that way for like
Hey, Lava.
a decade or two. So it's
No, it has not been
surprising.
$60 for a decade or two.
Dude, I remember buying new
Decade
games.
at least.
60?
Diablo 3 was
At least.
$60, and that game was 14, 15 years
I
old.
must
10
be
years
buying
old.
games when I'm high and I don't remember what they cost.
Yeah, like I'm saying AAA games, not just any
I
old game
or
out there.
something.
AAA big major titles have been $60 for like almost 2 decades, and so they've finally gone up. But so them go to 70, it's like, you know what? I could,
You know what? I bet
It's a lot of
Cyberpunk was the
money,
last
Something
was the
common.
last AAA game I bought. Like for a long time. I don't.
I bought
I'm looking at
Diablo
my list.
4. That was pretty
I'm looking at
good.
my list, but I don't think I ever paid $60 for that. Did I?
How about Diablo 4 is 60. A lot of games are or 70. I mean, a lot of games are 70. They're just $70 now. But
Okay, that
what was I
makes
saying?
sense.
27 Cyberpunk 2077. But once I did play it, it was like maybe a year or two after its release, and they'd fixed most of the bugs. I only encountered maybe like 3 or 4 bugs in my entire playthrough, and all but one of those were cosmetic, just visual bugs that, like most of them were just funny to see. I think there was one where a cop like ran over to a cop car because they were about to leave, but then all of a sudden they like rubber banded back to me. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then all of a sudden they started getting a sit in a car motion like in the air in front of me. And then the cop car started driving off, and they stayed next to me, but stayed the same distance. As the cop drove off, they just like flew through the building. I'm like, they're just sitting in the air, flying, and just went through the building. I'm like, interesting. All right.
Yeah, I played that one pretty much right away. I
So-
didn't really encounter any bugs.
But yeah,
Except one. I did get stuck once, and that sucked.
yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, most of the bugs were just like visual like that. But like I said, it was only like a few of them. Like they're rare. But I love that game. Well, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I did not like the ending. But
Which
uh,
game?
What game?
I was
2077.
disappointed. I agree. I was
Oh, okay.
disappointed.
Yeah.
I
But
literally
I don't
all
want to give spoilers, so I don't want to discuss the ending. But
and I appreciate that because, like I said, all I've done with the game is download it, make my character, launch the first like part of it, and then immediately save game and quit.
yeah, but
So,
I mean,
okay.
the whole gameplay, like, it's a gorgeous game, and the just the setting and everything, the setting, the music, the style, just
it's
the
the open- it's a
immersiveness.
big
It's
open
all.
world, isn't it?
It's very much like Grand Theft Auto type of a game, but in a cyberpunk universe.
Open,
What?
You can
like,
ride the trains in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, good
goddamn.
point.
Well,
open world games are my favorite overall, like just type of game to play. I intentionally sometimes will like just run Google searches or like look around for, whatever is the biggest open world game out there right now.
Yeah.
And like just go buy it based on that alone just to fuck around with it. That's like Far Cry 5. Love that game because it's got a big open world that you can go and explore. Like I still play the fuck out of that game even though it's not new anymore.
yeah, it's and they came out with a new update, or I don't know if did the expansion for it come out
Not
yet?
out yet. It's
Oh,
coming
okay.
soon,
I'm
For
probably
Far Cry 5?
no for 2077.
Far Cry 5 already got one.
I'm gonna probably replay it again once that comes out. But yeah, that game I loved it. Like I was like, anyone that says Cyberpunk wasn't a good game, they're probably talking about the old bug-ridden thing, because it's
They
amazing.
fixed the bugs pretty quick.
Yeah,
They
no, that's
never
what I'm
wrote
saying.
any
That's what I'm saying.
issues though. That's the thing.
Yeah, like it's all fixed now, and it's such a good game. It's probably the best game I've played in a long fucking time. I loved it. The style of it and everything.
It's one of the only
is
games that I took
perfect.
time off of Eve to play. Right?
Yeah.
Usually I'll play other games like just a little bit here and there, and Eve's the main focus. Cyberpunk was the main focus, and Eve was just a little bit here and there while that was.
You gotta
Well, I
have
went through it,
something to
yeah.
play when you've got to have something that you can tab over and play while you're sitting on the fucking bridge blocks waiting for someone to find something, or in between fights, or pick one of the many things where you're just spending time waiting and
I
eating.
usually just watch something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to play that again. But yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like,
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
This is why like I've got 4 monitors bluntly, is so that I can play a different game on one screen while I'm waiting for Eve shit to happen on another.
I
I
actually
have 3 right now.
I actually started playing some Minecraft again. I was like, fuck, I haven't played that game in for fucking ever.
No.
Not base
We
Minecraft.
need an open comms Minecraft
No.
server.
Yeah, I'm playing like super modded
I-
up Minecraft. I can't play
I-
can't play vanilla Minecraft anymore.
I will
It's
not
too
play any
basic.
of those
Seriously,
fucking blocky
it's-
ass stupid. No.
The place where I already host my web servers, I can spin up a private server for us for Minecraft, no problem.
Yeah, like I would play. I would recommend doing a big mod pack though, not basic Minecraft.
Yeah, like it's the kind of thing where it's literally $5 a month to like host your own like it is your box.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you have to
Jack,
pay for
what
that. You
game are
can't
you
just
talking
host
about?
it.
I mean, like you're literally renting like server rack.
Oh! I thought you meant like you have a machine at your house. that
No,
you were gonna-
like
oh,
I
was like, you
yeah.
have to pay to host something on your own machine. What the
I,
fuck?
I'm doing web development stuff, and like I'm actually working on my own Eve.
I have a server
third-party-
here, Skyhawk. We could probably do that.
I'm working on my own like third-party tools, and because of that, I've already got like some servers and bullshit set up. And adding something on for Minecraft is like easy. They've literally even got a template for like adding a new server onto your account for Minecraft because so many people do it.
So there's a launcher called Feed the Beast, FTB. That's what I've been. And there's a mod pack called Direwolf 20. It's the 1.19 Minecraft version, and it's a
For everyone still listening to us, I
Direwolf 20
apologize.
mod pack.
Sorry.
It's pretty fun. It's got some cool shit in there. I would recommend that one if we do it.
I need
I'd
to play
play-
the German version of it called Minecraft.
No.
God damn it.
That's why I love Vlad.
Also, Skyhawk, did you see the picture of my cats? I put in show notes.
I am running to go look.
You're not. I see you sitting there.
I'm mentally running.
Oh,
okay.
mentally. Okay, all right, I'm fine with that. What Striker said, satisfactory for me is the
Oh,
open world on rails for mobs. What game are you talking about?
So what's funny-
Satisfactory
so
is the
I love
game.
that
That's the
photo,
game.
Vlad.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
For a
Oh my
moment though,
God,
the one
Satisfactory.
whose tail
Whoa.
like is up in the background. At first,
Who-
at first glance, I
raised
thought that
you?
was the cat in the foreground with like his legs spread or something.
The same raised by
Which
wolves,
occasionally
talking to me
mine
like
will
that,
do.
You're gonna get bit, brother.
I don't
Ooh,
think
there's a
so.
nice.
I ironically put those cats completely separate. Like one's 3 years older than the other, but
What's up,
apart
Cheese Toast?
from one being lighter than the other, the color pattern's the same.
What a great name. Icon has cheese toast. Yeah. Hey. So,
No, this
Red
is
line?
this is my little boot.
Hold on.
He's my little baby.
no, it wasn't
What's
you.
up,
It was
buddy?
Vlad. Did you say
can
you
I
put
help
your
you?
cats in erotic poses?
No.
Sounds like a Vlad thing to say.
Oh, that's what I heard. Sorry.
I need to get a cat. Ugh.
No, you don't. Here's the thing
I
with
want
cats.
one.
Cats are great to visit. Because I love they're so cuddly and fun.
I've had cats.
But the best trained cat, I mean the most best trained cat in the world, still shits in your house.
in a litter box.
I mean,
You know what though?
Yeah,
He
that's
what
goes-
the
boxes are
he
for.
goes-
he goes.
Sometimes the best
I
trained
l-
adults shit in your house. I mean, whatever.
That's
I
true.
do.
I
My house
love-
though, I can shit in my house, right?
I love though
I'm teasing
that
you.
I can leave a clean cat box
Are you?
and disappear for a week and have it's not the end of the world.
See,
Yeah,
that's my
and-
problem. The
Or
only reason
you
I don't
have
have cats,
self-cleaning litter
I just hate
box.
that smell of the cat.
Yeah, and-
box.
Well, I would put it-
and I don't want to.
So
I don't want
I
to clean it. So
actually-
there you go.
So Vlad, I have one of those self-cleaning litter boxes that
I would
does
get
take
one of those.
that
The
that
robot
does-
ones.
Well, no, well,
hmm
so I have a self-cleaning litter box that takes like the crystal trays. I stopped using that though when I had my elderly cat who had diabetes because it wasn't able to keep up with how much he was urinating, so it became a problem. So I had to change out to like traditional stuff. This one is fine with using that stuff, so I've been thinking about making the switch back. But like my automated litter box is literally in storage in a trash bag right now.
Okay, but when you say that, you're not talking about that new robot one, right? That spins.
No, the
Okay.
It's
robot
the one
one's
that like
different.
goes and scoops and then dumps it in a bin thing.
Okay.
Just empty the bin.
And I will say, like that crystal is fucking incredible. It's just with an ill elderly cat, they can urinate so much that the crystal just can't do it.
Yeah. Also,
Crystal
with the normal litter box, you get the ones that have the lid that goes on top, and they just have a little entrance hole that's elevated up. That prevents litter from getting flicked all over the place, and
Not
it
really.
helps
They
with the smell.
still
a
they
lot.
no this
They'll
this
track
one-
it on their paws. We put a little mat in front of it, and then it comes off their paws when they come out. Yeah.
this
does
no,
not.
You have to
no,
put a little upgrades
seriously,
to it.
This
It does
motherfucker,
not do that.
this motherfucker on my lap right here, this little bitch. I can have a lid on that thing and a mat around it, and I still find litter in my bedroom, fucking 15 feet away from the goddamn litter box. And I'm like, how you do? Yeah, and I know. I see you looking at me
I'm
guilty
gonna
right
put-
now.
I'm
So
gonna put-
all of you cat
I put
owners,
him on blast.
I'm
right
gonna
now.
put
all
fly
the cat
paper in
owners,
front
have
of the
you
cat.
guys ever had your cat shit in your shoes or anywhere
No.
like because they're mad at you?
I had a roommate's
I
cat.
hear
that-
stories about that.
I had a
That
roommate's
actually kinda
cat that
funny.
would not shit in my
Yes.
shoes, but I had a roommate's cat that would come in my room
Our-
and shit in the corner of my room behind the Popson chair. But
So
because it didn't like you or just
probably, I don't
cats-
know.
Our cats,
So-
out of anger, will occasionally pee on our clothes.
Mine
clean
never
clothes
do that,
anyway.
thankfully. Growing up, though, the cat that we had when I was a child was the sweetest cat. I could literally pick him up, drag him around, manhandle him, and he just went with it. There were even times where, like, I would literally sneak into my parents' room and steal the cat like off of like my parents' bed and then drag him back to my bedroom, and then not let him leave because I was like, no, I want the cat with me to snuggle. This is like 7-year-old me. Well, at like age 7, I did that to the cat, wouldn't let him leave the bed. He apparently needed to go to the bathroom, so he just shit in the bed while I was holding him.
Oh
That-
man.
Yeah.
That taught me a valuable lesson about cats.
Yeah. But no, I've always. No, okay, not my apartment with my brother, but that's the only time I've always had like pets. They were never like mine.
I'm a dog
they were
person,
like
I'm
my
not gonna lie.
or
I'm a dog
family
person.
family pets when I was a kid at my parents' house, and then or roommates' pets at other houses. But so I've never like owned a pet myself personally, but I've lived with cats for like 25 years of my life, so I'm very familiar with cats.
So, all right, Vlad, since you've got some right now, how well do your cats do at actually responding to their names and like coming if you call?
Poorly.
So
Yeah.
this one, so he was on my lap a minute ago, like you guys saw. He jumped down of his own accord. He was most of the way over to the food bowl, and I called his name, and I did like a little thing with my fingers that I do to get his attention, just like kind of snapping him. He immediately ran right back to me.
Yeah, I had cats that would actually the when I was living with my roommate, the last place I lived in, it's funny because it's their cat, but they called it my cat because they were much more like dog people, so they like love their dogs and then just like took care of the cat and that's it. But like I am much more of a cat person than a dog person, so like the
See-
cat was always hanging out in my room. There's like they called it my cat. I probably should take it with me. They even said that you can. I was like, just give me your cat.
Then you have to buy the litter and shit though. right?
Yeah,
Well,
That's your
th-
cat.
this one even likes being held like a baby like this. Like he's purring up a storm right now.
But yeah, like I could sometimes call his name, but like I would do like this weird thing where I'd like kind of like make a little. It wouldn't even snap. I just like go like this with my fingers, and he would like perk up, be like, "Ooh," and just come over. He would come
So-
over. I don't know why that worked, but it
So
did.
what I do is it's similar. It's
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I think it's just like the motion and the sound gets their attention, and then they see like, oh, you want me to go over there? Okay, I will.
well,
so
I was
so what
watching my boy's
what
cat
I-
once, pissed him off somehow, and he fucking peed in my laundry basket of clean clothes.
oh, that makes.
I was not happy.
I've never actually had an animal pee or poop on any of my clothing before.
So I made intentional choices with this one. Like the thing I do with my hand to get him to come. I started with him the day I picked him up.
Sorry.
At the day I picked him up.
What are you laughing about?
Yeah, man.
He's like the thing I do with my hand to get him to come. I was like,
I got it. I kind of
did
rub it in between my fingers. Yeah.
all right, go ahead.
Wow,
Sam, sorry.
that was the motion you were doing too. Like rub my fingers a little bit.
I
right
had
in
to.
his-
I had to.
Right
Go
in his
ahead.
taint. He fucking likes that shit.
All right, you're talking about your cat though. That's
Sorry, I
I
broke
want
for a
pictures
moment.
now.
So So
Sorry.
that motion I do with my hand to get my cat to come towards me and pay attention to me. I started with him when he was 8 weeks old, literally the day that I brought him home. So like it was very much so a conditioning thing. My older cat though that I got when he was 2 years old, I basically had to just like fuck around until I figured out a way to like get him to come to me and pay attention to me. It's just, but if you do get them as a kitten, pick a particular, like hand gesture or noise, something to like get their attention and just stick with that, and you absolutely can condition them.
yeah. you
Does
can- you can
that
train
work for your
cats.
boyfriend too? That little motion. Your man, yeah.
I
it does. It
wish
does
I
too.
I
well,
am-
wait,
I
your
am
last one.
single. I'm single as a Pringle for 6 years.
Do you know what? It's because you don't do that motion to the guys as much. You need to.
No,
give them a
that's
little
hey.
fucking,
I said I've been single as a Pringle. That don't mean I ain't been getting none.
Oh, good point. But can you call him that way? I'd be happy. I could do that.
I mean,
I'm gonna do that to my wife. Then I'm gonna make her look at me. I'm gonna rub my fingers together, see what happens.
so in the year of our Lord 2023, gay men have evolved beyond doing this, and we now use a new method called Grinder.
No, you need to do. You know what you
Wait,
need?
this used to be the thing you did?
Yeah, just move your fingers. That's the international symbol for let's get it on, baby.
Oh, no,
I thought that was I want money.
I know there
Well,
are
maybe, yeah.
absolutely signals. Like I've been in a men's restroom at a rest stop on the interstate and totally been like, oh, this guy's trying to fucking pick me up for a hookup right now.
That was
because of, like,
you? Why didn't you respond?
I don't. Since when were you a 6 foot black dude?
Well, sometimes. Don't judge me.
He does like the weekend warrior thing with it.
It's actually. This is a topic that I can talk about for a while. Honestly, I've seen subtle pickup
good.
things at rest stops. I've also seen things where I'm literally standing at the fucking sink washing my hands after taking a piss, and then I look in the mirror and there's a dude behind me at the urinal turning around like waving his boner around, and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to leave.
So, do you want to? You know Carneros, right? Used to be the leader of
Yeah.
Bastion.
Met him.
He's
I
also,
met him at
he's also
Vegas
a gay man.
21.
He made the mistake in comms one time of saying to us, right? Oh, I bet I've seen more penises than any of you. And I immediately said to him, "You want to bet?" He's like, "What do you mean? What a bet?" He's like, "I guarantee I've seen more penises than you this week.
Oh yeah, that's your job.
I work in urology." Yeah. Touching them, different story. Seeing.
I'm like, there's a numbers game here, and I'm like, like, are we talking seeing pictures of, or are we talking seeing in person?
Seeing in person.
Well, he's a urologist.
I work in
like,
urology.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but like, I can also pick up like tons of. You don't understand, gay men. They want to show you their dick when they're talking to you online if they're thinking about
That's
hooking
what-
up
Oh, it
with
gotta be in
you.
person.
All
Also,
men want to
you're
be.
Are
right.
you
You're
seeing-
absolutely right. Actually,
Are you
that's
seeing
not,
dozens a
not just
day?
the gay men.
I was
No,
like, are you
it-
seeing dozens a day though?
I don't do dozens, but probably 5 or 6.
What?
Yeah.
If I'm on vacation and traveling to an area, I'll just leave it at if you're a fresh face, the algorithms and Grinder will float you to the top of like visibility essentially. Like if you're new or if you've made a change to your profile, you will become way more visible and certain things become a lot
This
easier.
is the weirdest place to come to for advice on how to pick up gay men, but
Is it?
It
Is
You
works.
said,
another
nah,
place,
you
huh?
said
Hey,
come.
the advice leads to coming, so
if it works, it works,
It
right?
does need to come, doesn't it? Redline.
I don't know.
On the
You
topic.
have to ask the
That's
gay
favorite
man.
word. I love it. That's too funny.
That's my favorite word. I want to address something, Dominark, earlier. You told me to shut up, and that was very rude.
Did I?
And I want to know who the
I-
fuck you
I
think
think
you
I
are.
said shut the fuck up.
Are we?
You
Are,
did.
are we
No.
filing a?
Who's got the on the topic of cum sound?
That's manic. I'll have to.
I need
so
I
wait,
need that.
Do you
that needs
remember
to
what
go
we
on
were
the
talking
server.
about?
so wait. So
I
with
don't.
this Discord
No.
soundboard, can you just add in all the sounds you want, or does it
Yeah,
like?
for
Oh,
sure. Do
yeah.
whatever
No,
want,
can
man.
you?
Yes.
I thought it was just a.
I thought it had to
whatever
be
they
like
have.
on the server, so I don't know how people are playing all
What?
these sounds that aren't because we don't have any
No.
server sound.
No, you can
Right,
add.
so Drayden,
you have
you-
them anywhere, and you can play them anywhere if you're Nitro.
Drayden, you own the
If
server,
you're
right?
Nitro,
Yeah, if you're Nitro. And
Okay,
At this
no.
point, why wouldn't you be paying for the? Free
I
Discord
don't
service,
pay
sir?
for Discord. That's stupid.
Well.
Oh, so
I-
even if you're
I'm
on
not
free,
judging.
if
Yes.
you own the server and if you're on free, you can still add stuff to it. You're
Okay, I'll just
much
use
more
the
limited.
server's soundboard as my personal soundboard. Perfect.
Exactly. That's what I did.
But if you're Nitro, your soundboard can be played in any channel you're in.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
That's dumb. I don't like
Well,
it.
no,
Yeah,
if it's
so that's
if
why
it's
I can
if
play
it's
all the
if-
sounds from Cesspool.
you
Dude, I
can
don't
al-
hear any
you
of 'em,
can
so
you
it's
can
weird.
play. Well, I
You
could
muted
all
them.
I
You
can
I
also
turned it off now.
as long as you're in the server, you can play any sound from that server.
From
so
that
like,
server. But if you're
I-
Nitro, he can play cesspool.
You can play sounds
No,
from all the
that's what I'm
servers you're
saying.
in.
yeah,
Oh, so
exactly.
I don't have to be Nitro to play soundboard from a different server in this server?
No, you do. You don't have to be Nitro to play sounds from this server on
Right.
this server.
Anyone can do
If
that.
you want to play sounds from an outside server on any other server, you have to be Nitro.
It's like
Yes.
the blind leading the blind up in here. I love it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So no, is this
My
thing you have to have a
favorite
role
place
to do
to
that, or just if you're in there, you can do it?
Alright,
can
so
do it if
I'm
you're in
yeah,
it.
I'm just gonna use this server as
you're-
soundboard
if
as
you're
my
in it,
soundboard.
If
And
you're
other
in
people
it,
can use it if they
You
want.
can go fuck yourself.
I
so
got-
the only role
I can go fuck
for the
myself. Oh, yeah.
soundboard Dom
No,
involves
if you're in it.
it being
right,
able.
Dom?
No,
Which
right.
the only role on Discord that
Do you just
affects
shush me?
Shush. He's talking.
the only role on Discord that impacts soundboards is whether or not you can modify it on that server. As long as you're on the server, You can use them on that server, and if you have
Incorrect.
Nitro, you can use them anywhere.
And if you have a
Incorrect. It
role
is
to modify, then
permission-
you can change the thing.
It is
Correct?
permission based, and your permission to use said soundboard can be disabled at the whim of a moderator.
Oh yeah, mods can like turn it off. The thing is though, like say if I've got Nitro and you disable it for me to say use them on your server, as long as I'm on your server still though, I can use your soundboards on someone else's server. You don't block me
Yes,
from your
of
sound.
course. But you can't use them
Why'd
on
you-
mine.
Correct.
You got kicked, Tom? What
I
happened?
did.
What'd you get kicked for?
I don't know. It's not letting
Okay.
there.
Yes,
goes.
you must. If you got kicked, you must have to come join PL now.
No, he'll never join PL.
It wouldn't take me.
I'm sure he
Okay.
could probably get November to vouch
Yeah.
him.
I'll kick a bot for you, Dom. You can join.
Maybe. Why'd it say invite? Why does it say an invite?
You just got.
So what are we taking our next shot to?
Me.
We
let's
got to
take a
insert
shot.
the text.
What text
What?
is that?
You must provide a message for this reward.
What are you talking about?
It's a redeemed shot. G. Sue me.
We don't
Redeemed
have
a shot.
We don't. Oh.
He redeemed a shot. We have to.
Oh, yeah, we have to drink, but we don't know.
Well,
what we're drinking. Let's
we
just drink
have
the chi. We love chi. Fuck yeah. Oh
Chia.
no, he said. Oh yeah, no chi.
Yeah, chia
I
pets.
liked that earlier. She mentioned that in order to that you guys should do something in Indiana because I'll never fucking go there, and I thought that was very good idea, Chi.
Wait,
Most
he,
people won't go to
Not-
Indiana.
he
It's
said
kind
do
of-
something in Indiana because he'll never go there.
I'll never go there.
Oh.
Anything you want me not to go to, do it in Indiana. It's just
What's
that
wrong with Indiana?
Indiana fucking sucks.
awful.
It's
Yeah.
like a board of racism and disgusting.
It smells
criminal-
bad there too.
You're not wrong.
You
The
just
only thing I'll-
described
the
Idaho
only thing
too.
I'll give Indiana credit for, because I'd never heard of them or seen them, was cooked
You've heard
peanuts.
of Indiana.
Right? Have you ever heard of
Cooked
that?
what?
Cooked
Cooked
peanuts.
what?
Peanuts.
Cooked
what?
peanuts.
Peanut?
Right? Is
Cooked
that right?
who?
Who?
Cooked who?
I cooked peanuts.
Oh, look, we got a science question redeemed.
Oh
folks.
shit.
Oh shit! Who did it?
Oh, okay. I can kind of answer this one actually. Do I have to get the lab coat?
Can you say that word? Say it.
Oh, damn, we don't have Manic to play the Drain of the Science guy.
Mount. More.
And we don't have LB to be brave enough to sing it freestyle.
I don't
It's
know.
okay. We got Red Line
Drayden
from the
Science
cesspool,
Man.
who
can
is
go fuck
so
yourself.
fucking ready for this.
LMAO,
Red Line, take it away.
Get fucked.
I
Cunt.
can't
Are
get
you
in the
kidding?
game.
me?
Try to
There's
switch you
no
up.
way. I'm not singing a song. I'm not singing the song.
Why can't I join your game? Join table.
I don't know. You gotta hit the join table button.
I didn't click that one.
Like I said 30 minutes ago. Goddamn.
So I'm gonna dance like I'm hearing the music, but we aren't hearing the Drayden Science Man shit.
Dre.
We knew we need Billy. He could do it. He could rap
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, maybe.
All
Yo.
right, so
I like his fucking
Oh,
raps.
wait,
They're
hold up,
funny.
Drayden.
oh, this is a Scott question. We should probably wait till Scott
Dre-
gets back.
Yeah, probably.
Dre the Science Man question. All right, you ready? Oh wait, no, the song. I forgot what I was doing. Never mind.
Yeah. All right, so I actually do know what you're talking about here. It's like Amuamua, Mau.
Yeah.
It's Amuamua.
It's that crazy thing that appeared
Yeah.
in the solar system that we were like, what the
It was
fuck
a
is this
while
thing?
back. It was a few years ago, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So it's like this weird kind of oblong, like space turd. It's like I think of like a Revenant in space, but not a ship. It's a rock.
Unless it isn't.
A
it
space
isn't.
turd.
It's a very oblong asteroid that was just kind of tumbling.
Yeah, it was a weird shape for an asteroid.
Yeah, so it wasn't very big, and so it doesn't really have enough gravity to pull. So it probably was just, it could have been a broken off form from something else. So what that rock do? Like that, whatever that emote is, I fucking love that emote. So the thing with this that made it special, because normally it'd just be like any other asteroid, it's like nothing, not much of a big deal. But they can always look at an asteroid, find its
Ross
trajectory.
Ladd. What the hell?
They can find its trajectory, and what they found out about this one is the speed it was coming in and the direction it was coming in. It was going to go near the sun and whip out, and they realized what came from outside the solar system. This is not something from the Oort cloud, the suspected Oort cloud, or the Kuiper belt or anything. This is on a trajectory that must have come from outside the solar system, and it's going to whip around the sun and leave the solar system. It's basically just so basically our solar system as it travels around through the galaxy. This was just a rogue asteroid from interstellar space that happened to come into our solar system, and it's going fast enough it's going to zoom back out. So this is essentially the first non-solar system object that we've detected and confirmed that it was not from the solar system. So pretty sweet. But where it came from, I don't think anyone can tell.
A
'Cause-
Tokyo Drift asteroid. That's funny.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so it's I don't think there's. I mean, you could try and trace its trajectory back and look. I mean, maybe they've done it. I haven't looked at any research stuff into that, but I don't think. I think it's pretty much a. You can't really tell exactly if this came from a specific other solar system or not. So
What's
one of the
misinformation? I
one
don't
of the
think
fun
Rocky's right.
things about this one too is we actually didn't notice it until it was already on the way out.
yeah, could have been.
Like
Well, that's scary as fuck.
We didn't see it on the way into the solar system. We know, like it was observed on the way out of the solar system after it passed closest to the sun.
Yeah, I mean, we're not watching every inch of the sky at all times. I mean, there's.
I hope
There's
it
a
came from
lot
Planet
going
X,
on,
that'd
and
be
I
great.
think what is it,
Yeah.
10 to 15% of the sky is like observed on any given
I don't think
night.
it's even that high.
And also that's observed, but the thing is, like, not everyone's looking at all those pictures at all times. Like, it's like
Exactly.
you have a bunch of computers essentially sifting through the images and flagging things that seem abnormal, and so it's very possible for things to go unnoticed until, you know. That's the thing. Is like, yeah, we're always watching, but you know that doom. The thing is, like, we know where a lot of the asteroids are, and a lot of near-Earth objects and non-near-Earth objects and stuff are, and their orbits and everything, so we can predict if anything's going to be a danger to Earth in future orbits. But then there's a lot of things, we're constantly discovering new things all the time, and there's a lot of things that, you know, we detect in time to be like, oh, this is heading towards us, but it's not going to get close enough, so we're good. There
Like,
could
in
definitely
4 years, right? There's supposed to be one come really close. Not gonna.
well,
hit us, but
it's like
come close.
it's like those things, like those are clickbait articles. Most of those are talking like, oh, this thing is
Yeah,
going to
you
be
can
a
look it up.
bullet burn on Earth, and it's like, don't worry, it's going to come within 1,000,000 miles. It's like, there's so many times that happens all the time where things are coming that
You need to look
close.
that up.
Well,
I'm
so-
pretty sure there's
so-
one in 3 years or 4 years.
There
It's
was-
coming close.
There was one the one that was talked about for a long time is 99942 Apophis, which is an asteroid.
Yeah, the keyhole one,
yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, that's the one where like at one, and this is now with better mathematics and better measurements of its orbit has been ruled as like essentially being impossible. But in a passing of the Earth in 2008, if the theory was is if it passed within like this narrow range of literally a kilometer wide, which in the terms of space is like fucking just
Yeah, they call
tiny
it
as
the
fuck.
keyhole, but yeah, it's like
Yeah. If it had passed through that, its orbit would have been impacted in a way where in 2029 it would have had a very high likelihood of hitting
I
the
think like a
Earth.
1 in 40 chance or something like that, which is really high when you come to astronomical chance of hitting you. That's bad. And the thing with Apophis, why it would have been really bad, is because that was a big asteroid. That was like, I think it was like a couple miles across or something like that.
It's 1,210 feet.
Okay, so not a couple miles, quarter of a mile.
I'm
But
sitting on
that's-
an article for it right now.
Oh, okay, so a quarter mile, but a quarter mile asteroid would be massively destructive to Earth. Like not
That's
epoch ending, not, you know, mass extinction level, but
it's nation ending.
yeah,
Would
like I
suck.
mean, if hopefully it would hit in the ocean, but the thing's like that's the thing, like even if it hit in the ocean, you're gonna have massive tsunamis that go all over, and it's still like an asteroid that big coming in that fast and hitting that hard would cause global problems.
Yep.
It would not cause the human race to go extinct. It would not cause the extinction of most things, but it might cause the extinction of some things, and it would cause some serious side effects for the Earth for, you know, 5 to 20 years to come or longer. But not anything that we couldn't overcome. But it would be bad.
Based on refinements based on observations from March of 2021, Apophis' orbit was refined further, and the JPL announced that Apophis has no chance of impacting Earth in the next 100 years.
Yeah,
It'll come close a couple times, but like we're fine.
yeah, because of its orbital resonance, it's gonna be. But the thing is, like, we know it's gonna come near, and that's the thing with a lot of those things, Dominic, with the where they're saying like, oh, the asteroid's gonna be coming close. Like, we know about most of those, and we know that they're coming close, and it's gonna be a quote bullet burn, but it's a safe bullet burn because we know it's going to miss. So there's even
unless the aliens change the fucking.
well,
trajectory.
there's even asteroids where like they're like, oh, it's coming 3 times closer than the moon. It's like that's really close, but we still know about it and know that it's going to miss, and not, it's like 100,000 miles away from Earth. That's a long, or that's really, really, really close. But if you know it's going to be 100,000 miles away from Earth and not hitting Earth, then why worry about it?
Well, and what made people freak out about Apophis was before we got better numbers on its orbit and better measurements, when we would run the calculations, we basically came up with a range of a couple 100 kilometers wide of, well, in 2029, it could be here out in space, or it could, be like buried into the fucking Earth after
Yeah.
a collision. Like we don't know.
Yeah.
Now we know because better measurements and,
Well,
better
yeah,
instruments.
it's the longer you get to observe something in motion, the better the more precise measurements you have of its path, and speed, which then, with calculus, you'd be like, well, this is its much more precise orbit, and so now we know where it's going to be. But
There's no way you got
Uh,
me here.
To put it in perspective with the size and shape, because it's an oblong oval, so it's 450 meters along its
Yeah.
longest
this
axis.
this is a Muamua.
No,
Oh, this is Apophis still.
Apophis is
Okay.
450 meters along its longest axis. The Empire State Building is 444 or 443 meters tall,
So it's like
So
an Empire
ascend-
State Building asteroid,
basically.
but
Like,
more
it's wider, but yeah.
wider. Yeah, so it'd be put like 2 or 3, stack like 4 Empire State Buildings together in a
Yep,
cube, in like a
probably.
square, and
But
like,
it would create a cool lake, right? Maybe like a deep, cool lake.
if it hit on land, it'd make more than a lake. It would be really bad. Like, that'd be a huge. Land would be destructive. Ocean would be best. There'd be huge tsunamis on the coast of it. Let's say it hits the Pacific Ocean. The entire western seaboard, and Japan and China, like everywhere that has a coastal spot on the Pacific would be in some serious trouble, because the tsunami coming from that would be big, like
You
way
might have been
bigger than most of the tsunamis we've recorded. So it'd probably evacuate all coastal areas within like probably some number of miles. But
You would have been amused by this, I'm sure, Drayden. But
would cheat.
last week when I was in Chicago, one of my stops was the Adler Planetarium.
okay.
And when I was there, one of the exhibits they actually had like a thing that went off every 10 minutes that was a impact simulator. It was basically like a bunch of sand and clay at the
They
bottom
shoot
of
the
it.
little,
and then
they
and
shoot
then
the
it-
little rock into it. Yeah.
that was cool to watch. Like, I've seen that stuff on YouTube before, so it
Yeah.
wasn't super new to me, but seeing it in person was kind of extra special.
Yeah, and that would be really cool. So, oh, you just reminded me. I don't.
We need a drink. That's what you remind me.
Well,
of.
yeah,
Need a
let's drink. But
Take a drink.
I
I
meant
even
to
have a shot.
I didn't have a. So there's a thing I meant to sign up for earlier in the week, and I forget. It's probably still open, I'm hoping, but I was gonna sign up to actually go.
Red line.
To FanFest?
No.
Oh, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Damn it. Empty that wallet out, bro.
Don't talk to me right now, Dominic.
So not
I'm having
tomorrow.
trouble.
So it's not tomorrow, but so it's always the second Saturday of each month. The LIGO Observatory over at Hanford, which is in Washington. It's like a 2.5 hour drive for me.
Like a
Um,
big
is it a cool one?
observatory? Like
So it's not a optical. It's the gravity wave observatory.
yeah.
So they have two. They have one down in New Orleans, and the other one's up here in Washington, down in Tri Cities, like by Richland. And
So,
they use
Brayden,
that to measure the gravity wave, and they do public tours on the second Saturday of every month. And I was going to sign up to go next week, and I forgot. But the good times fill up fast, like the afternoon times. So I was gonna go a couple months ago, but the only times available, because I forgot until like 3 days prior, and the only times available was like 9 a.m. and I'm like, that's a 2.5 hour drive, which means like I'm gonna have to get up at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning to get ready to go. No, I'm not doing that. I'll go to another month. But
I have a polite expectation for
I
you
do
when you do that
cheese toast.
finally. I expect you to come back from that with a nice YouTube video of your experience.
yeah,
I'm
they
like,
only
record-
they do allow cameras, but they only allow you to take pictures and videos in certain spots, obviously, because
but I would seriously, any information you like put into a video about stuff from that that tour,
Yeah.
I would soak up like a sponge.
I want
That's
to,
cool.
yeah, it's like I want to go there, and the thing is like, so it's a cool walking tour, and they show you like some of the inside stuff. They walk along the whole one of the length of the arms outside, and then you get to go. I think you get to go into the control room in one of the spots, and then afterwards, the later end of the tour is you get to just they have some of the engineer or the scientists and people that work at the observatory come in, the physicists. That's what I'm saying. They come in and we'll just do like a Q&A with the crowd for like an hour or something like that.
So I didn't really talk about it last week when I hopped on. Really
It's
late
right on the
show,
Hanford site, Strayek.
But last week when I was in Chicago, most of my time during the day was spent being a museum nerd. So I did Adler Planetarium, Shed Aquarium, and the Museum of Science and Industry. I ended up not doing Field Museum because we were tired and like had walked a fuck ton and ended up doing an architecture boat tour on the Chicago River instead, which was actually really cool. And they had a bar on the boat, so it made it even better. But spending 3 days in a row just wandering around museums was a ton of fun. Museum of Science and Industry, they have the only World War II era German submarine that the United States captured during the war.
Yeah.
It is,
you took a picture of that.
I took.
From the
we
inside.
also, yep, we did. I paid the extra money to like do the tour through the inside, which if you're ever there, highly recommend it. It's worth the $18 to get to go inside the sub. It's funny though, they do give you warnings that like there's spots in there where if you drop your phone can like basically end up like underneath part of the deck. And they warn you at the start of the tour, there's like 5 phones in the whole. There's 5 phones in the whole of that sub, and yeah, you're not getting that shit back.
Yeah, they're not going to take it apart to get your phone back. Yeah, I mean, like, so I'm excited. I probably Stragek. Yes. So it's on the Hanford Reservation, just like north of Richland out there. Well, I think it's on. You have to go. Is it Highway 27 or something? It's like you have to go around it a little bit, but there's a spot. They give you the address on where to go. And it's the second Saturday, so not tomorrow, but next Saturday. I would be down if Stragek wants to go too. I would go with Stragek.
Yeah, pictures would be awesome.
No, I have not. Yeah, so that's the thing. There's like the Hanford Reservation out there in Washington is it was a nuclear power plant reservation, but it was like closed the public because that's where they've shut down all but one of the reactors, or I think there's still one running, or maybe they're not, but maybe they've shut them all down. But all the enriched uranium that we use in plutonium. So all the uranium enrichment that we use to make plutonium for all of our nuclear weapons today were made at Hanford. They were all done on that site. So that is like where all of our plutonium came from that's the thing is like, we haven't really, they all got shut down in like the 70s or the 80s. But that's the thing is like, we haven't made any new plutonium since then. We just keep taking the plutonium cores out of our old nuclear warheads and putting them in new warheads and, stuff like that. So like we haven't enriched uranium in so long, I'm pretty sure. And then there was some other place that enriched uranium. I don't know if it's Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
But so Hanford made all the plutonium, but then we did have some early atomic bombs that just used straight uranium. And I can't remember, like, there was like Fat Man and Little Boy.
Yeah, one was uranium, one was
plutonium. The one that was plutonium was done in Hanford. The one that was uranium was done in that other site. I want to say it's Pennsylvania, but I can't remember. And we did some other atomic bombs with just uranium cores, and those were done at the other site. But all the plutonium enrichment was done in Hanford. Did we buy plutonium from Russia? That's possible too. I don't know.
Well, Hillary did. Remember the yellow cake stuff?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But like all the plutonium that we made ourselves was done at Hanford.
It was the sexiest stuff.
But yeah, all those are shut down. Yeah, all those plants are shut down. And actually, one of our customers for water coolers is a place that it's part of the reclamation thing because,
place that buys plutonium from Russia? What?
No. Turns out back in the 60s and 50s and 60s and 70s that we didn't have the best nuclear waste disposal methods. And so there's a lot of potentially irradiated material still out on the Hanford Reservation, just buried under the desert sand and stuff.
No, that's why Indiana sucks so bad. That's where we
well, no, there's a bunch of, like, there actually was a scare, was it like a couple years ago, where a sinkhole opened up and just a bunch of dirt and like everything fell into this old tunnel where they had a bunch of nuclear waste just disposed of down there improperly, and it fell in a bunch of, and they were worried that a bunch of like radioactive material came up into the air and stuff, and it turned out it's okay. But so there's a customer of ours that their job is to take all this old irradiated material and like scrub it down, and they can either scrub it down and get it safe to just get rid of and dispose of safely, or they have to scrub it down and find out like we can't fix this one, so we're going to encase it properly and concrete and stuff that we need to, and then dispose of it in the way that it should be disposed of in today's standards. So it's funny because when I go there, it's like I'm all walking through the areas. There's like fences everywhere. It's like don't enter radiological hazard. Don't enter It's like, okay, if there's a radiological hazard 3 feet that way and a radiological 4 feet that way, I don't feel like I'm safe in this spot.
So on this topic, actually, one of the first United States nuclear disaster happened in your state, actually, Drayden. I don't know how familiar you are with SL1.
I do not know that one.
So SL1, which is Stationary Low Power Reactor number 1, was at the U.S. Army. It's a U.S. Army, or was a U.S. Army experimental reactor that was at the area that's now Idaho National Laboratory. It's apparently like 40 miles west of Idaho Falls. I don't know how far that is from you.
That's southeastern side of it's like kind of south central, southeastern Idaho, but that's a long ways away. But I know where that is.
Okay, so basically, though, they had an issue with the reactor, and this is going back to
ARCO
fucking year.
Okay, because I know ARCO had the first nuclear reactor.
So this is back in 1961. The reactor started having the reactor went into meltdown, and I'd have to like read up again on exactly why they were fucking with it. But basically, they're having issues with the reactor, and there were 3 engineers. That one of them literally was on top of the reactor trying to pull the rods out
by hand.
Yes, pulled too far, and it caused a big problem. One of the dudes literally ended up impaled to the ceiling of the reactor room by the rod.
Oh, it just launched out.
It was bad.
It's
literally the investigators, when they first went in afterwards, they're like, there were 3 people. I only see 2 bodies. Where's the third? Found the third pinned to the ceiling.
Jesus. Fuck.
Like legit pinned to the ceiling by a fucking nuclear rod.
So sorry, it says ARCO. ARCO, now I think ARCO's the name of the town, but ARCO was the site where the first nuclear power plant in the United States was. It's in Idaho at ARCO.
What year was it built?
I don't know.
You said power plant. Sorry. Okay.
Power plant. Yeah, this was not an enriching plant or anything. This was just the first nuclear power plant to provide power for people.
Here we go.
Built in ARCO.
On January 3rd, 1961, after an 11-day maintenance shutdown over the Christmas holiday, employees were preparing to restart the reactor. Control rods, which absorb neutrons to regulate the fission reactions, needed to be reconnected to the drive equipment used to raise and lower them for operations. Workers were required to lift control rods to connect them. One of the workers lifted the rod too far out of the reactor's core, prompting SL1 to rapidly surpass full power operation, resulting in near instantaneous sequence, a fission chain reaction that generated enormous amounts of heat and a steam explosion that thrust steam, water, and metal at the 3 men working to prepare the reactor for restart. All 3 men died, 2 instantly and 1 2 hours after the steam explosion.
And that's why I will no longer remove rods by hand, right?
Removing rods by hand is stupid because these aren't the... Okay, go ahead.
Investigators determined an operator was trying to reconnect the control rod, which had a history of sticking, to its drive mechanism. The rod was pulled 66.7 centimeters, more than 2 feet, out of the reactor, more than 6 times the 4 inches allowed maximum.
Oh.
That's a big mistake.
See, I feel like
the good thing is he didn't get fired for it, though.
See, the thing is, like, if there was a malfunction in the machines that are supposed to know better, and then a person is sent in, the thing is, like, that person probably was not informed or didn't have the training or the knowledge to know that more than 4 inches is dangerous. And he's like, we got to fix this. Well, and just
it was. Keep in mind, this was 1961. This was pretty new shit then. This was
we weren't all that well knowledgeable about nuclear stuff, but it's probably untrained employees too.
This was literally the United States' first nuclear accident.
Well, and the things like, so the control rods, those aren't the fuel, really. So don't mix those up. Like, control rods and fuel rods are different.
Correct.
Fuel rods are like the actual uranium
Yes.
that's powering the thing. The control rods are the moderators that are essentially, they essentially absorb the neutrons instead
Yeah,
of
I
re-emitting
got
them.
it wrong at first.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like, so the control rods, the further you stick them in, the more contact they have with the fuel rods that are in the reactor, and they absorb the neutrons. So the neutrons bouncing around is what the fuel rods need, the fuel needs to like react. Because essentially, when uranium-235 is hit with a neutron, it then fissiles.
Yeah,
it goes through
essentially-
fission and then shoots off. And then breaks down. Lets off a bunch of heat, which is what powers the steam, or heats up the water, which makes steam, which powers the turbine. But then it shoots off multiple neutrons, and so like every time you have a fission reaction, you have one neutron coming in causing the fission reaction, and it shoots off multiple neutrons that can cause multiple, and so that's why you get this chain reaction of like it's like exponentially doubling up. But then the control rods essentially absorb the neutrons in the thing, so there's less neutrons flying around causing reactions, so they slow the reaction down. So the more you put them in, it slows the reaction down. The more you pull them out, the more reaction is allowed to happen. So if you pulled
You
it
know
out
what?
too
Do you
far,
know why most of us know that?
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, you're damn right.
Yeah. So if you pull the control rods out, you're basically getting rid of the moderating thing, and it's just allowing the reaction to just go full bore and just go out of control.
You know what? We need to make sure
So,
everybody in
here's-
chat here knows there will be a test later. I hope you are taking notes.
Yeah.
So I'm actually some of the facts I've been reading off from this are actually from the Department of Energy website. So I'm reading here the key lesson. The Atomic Energy Commission, which owned the national reactor testing, immediately surveyed the nation's 47 licensed reactors to assure shutdown procedures and operating parameters fell within safe specification. What's more, the design of nuclear reactors evolved
It
to
was
strongly
something like
emphasize safety. For example, the SL1 design, the one that I was talking about that had that incident, which allowed the reactor to operate with the removal of a control rod, is not allowed in modern reactors. Basically, the reactor cannot function if you like try to fuck with the control rods completely.
Yeah. Let's just go with Strat. Strat, you said you're going to be in Spirit or Priest Lake from the 31st to the 9th, but what about next Saturday? What about August 12th? What are you doing? Want to go? You
What are
want
you
to go?
doing?
You want to go to a LIGO observatory tour? I'd go.
I don't know. Okay, Lava Volcano. What do you mean?
You know,
The
isn't
beads.
there a movie about the 3 Mile Island?
think so.
It's got Jane
I-
Fonda in it. It's awful.
I've never watched it.
It's not good.
There's a movie, but I think there's some shows that are pretty good about it too.
I've never seen 3 Mile. I've never seen 8 Mile, and I live in Michigan.
I've
Like,
seen
just
8
shoot
Mile.
me.
8 Mile
I was actually impressed with 8 Mile. It wasn't too bad.
8 Mile
We
wasn't
should.
bad.
I would be okay with
Oh,
us
there you
doing
go.
8
Okay,
Mile
thank you,
for a
thank you.
movie night after.
No,
House
but
of
hold
the
on.
Dragon.
No. I have to. How's Dragon? But before we watch any Miles, I strongly suggest that we watch some Monty Python and the Holy Grail, since you have not seen that, and that's travesty.
Yeah.
So
Can I play
Okay.
a sound clip for you guys and you tell me what it sounds like?
yeah. What's up, background?
All right, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it
Oh,
is.
that
here
wasn't
it
it?
is, here
Oh, I thought
it is, here it is.
Say
No, no,
that.
no. Here it is. You ready?
Sorry, that was me,
I
Drayden.
was like,
That was
that's,
all me.
I was like, this sounds like
Here
some
it
reverb.
Here it is.
Demon explosion.
What's it sound like to you?
Demon explosion.
You
Let
could
me
hear
hear it.
Demon
No.
explosion.
I heard demon explosion.
Sounds like semen explosion.
Oh, semen explosion.
I
Well,
was gonna say that almost sounds like me, and I was disturbed.
It-
I was like,
When did you record that? I
I,
didn't think anybody
I
was in the
thought it
room.
said I thought it said demon explosion, and I was gonna go with two answers on that. I was like, either one, the demon core exploding, or two, some kind of anime hentai thing,
It's very
which
quiet
would
for
probably be
some-
along the same lines as semen explosion. Yeah, I don't like that one.
Eve players hate this one simple trick.
Yeah, Eve players was like Eve.
Where is team, bro? Team?
Team?
He plays this one sound. Eve players hate him. Yeah. No, do the whole one. Like just Yeah, the
Not
screech.
that one. Don't do that one. I hate that. Stop it.
Dude, imagine if what's that? What
It
was
all
the
happened?
team? What was the team on the AT feeders that brought the beast hull tanked? What ships were they? Dommy? They weren't Dommies. They were wasn't Brutix's. It was some Galente ship. Oh, was it Megathrons or something? I don't know.
I don't remember.
But they hull tanked the shit out of them.
All right,
Yeah,
I got a question for you. This is gonna tell me if you're a true Iowan or not.
All right.
Do you have a bottle of Iowish cream?
Say it again. About what?
Iowish cream.
No.
One moment, please.
No.
Oh no, he's.
I want one now. What the
Are
hell?
we gonna get banned for this? Oh no, he's not from Iowa, so it's fine.
He was.
I am from I am
He
Iowa.
just doesn't totally live
I am
here.
cornbred corn.
Hey, it's
Well,
fucking
you were born in
Yeah,
Iowa.
guys.
You don't live in Iowa.
No, he's not on here.
born and bred in
Iowish.
corn fed.
See, Iowish cream.
I'm sorry.
I get
Irish.
shit. No, like it's invisible.
Irish. With an R.
Yeah, I think.
Is it cream soda?
I think cheese toast and I were on the same page with that. Like what we were thinking.
There you go, Dom. There you go.
Did you link it? Oh, there you go.
It's Irish cream, but the joke is it's Iowish instead of Irish.
I get it,
It's,
Graydon.
it's
You get
made
it?
in-
Okay,
it's-
you were
it's-
acting like you didn't
yeah.
get it.
I couldn't
for a
read
long
it.
time.
it's made in or well, it comes from
I bet it tastes like asshole through dirty
No,
sock because
no,
it's Irish
no,
cream.
this
Gross. No,
with
gross,
this
gross.
no, that with vodka in a martini glass. Oh my fucking god!
Does it have to be in a martini glass?
I mean, if you're like classy
I just don't
as
like Irish
fuck,
cream. I don't like it.
I always thought that was, like the.
But I actually had a mini beer tonight, and it wasn't too bad. And it's got like real cream in it. So
I always thought it was
so
like,
this is it's Mississippi River Distilling is who
Okay.
makes this. So like I'm sure you guys have that where you're at in the middle of the state, but
I'm sure if I look for it, yeah. I just
Yeah.
don't ever buy that.
they've got a bunch of other stuff too. They make a really good old fashioned mix. They make some really good bourbons and brandies. Their vodka's really tasty, and it's all like Iowa made shit.
What's it called again?
Mississippi River Distilling. They're like literally just down the road from my grandma's house. So every time I go back to Iowa, I always make a stop there and pick up
But
stuff.
I'm assuming they don't use the Mississippi River water though. I hope anyway. Maybe that
Never
adds a
know.
little bit of kick to it.
You never know.
There
Well,
you
yeah,
go.
we use grains sourced locally from fields within 25 miles of our distillery. Our craftsmen oversee each detail of the process from milling of the grain to the fermentation, distillation, and eventual bottling. We are as dedicated to the contents in this bottle as we are to the people who enjoy it in their glass.
That seems good.
But yeah, they literally only use ingredients that are like, from Iowa.
Iowa, yeah.
oh,
We've got a lot of fucking beer brewers here now. 'cause
Strike
Iowa
Egg.
kicks ass.
Strang, what happened to the fro?
The what?
Oh, Strang, last time I saw him, he had a big afro, but he does not now.
It's alive.
But I think it's funny because you click on the image, it's like, you got to make sure you're over 18 to see this. Are you? I'm like, yes, I am. I'm like waiting for like something. It's like, oh, it's
It
just
is-
a whole.
yeah,
it's
it
just
is
a
old,
wholesome photo. Okay.
So, geez, it is a very old game, but it was a lot of fun.
Well,
back in
the
day.
second one's under a hat. The first one's not.
Lost.
The first, I mean, you got some fuzz up top, but I mean, it's not like the. When I saw you at the Applebee's, it was like a big old fro, like big old afro. But
Geez, if you end up doing that, make sure you look up. There was 2 like patches you needed. Otherwise, the looting on it didn't work very well. Just FYI. Might not even be out there anymore. Who knows? Who's going? Oh, Strike Out, you going bald? That sucks. I'm sorry. We all are eventually.
you still got a lot of hair.
We all go bald eventually. Yeah.
Oh, cool. But yeah,
Skyhawk knows. Oh, can't hear him.
oh, gotcha. Okay, he was doing the classy trim up for the to meet the potential in-laws. Not yet in-laws, I guess. I don't know.
Soon to be in laws? All right.
The hopefully soon to be in-laws.
I didn't realize I was fucking muted while I was trying
Yeah,
to talk.
we did
Hi.
because we couldn't hear you.
my hair. So my brothers like to give me shit about my hairline at the front because it looks like it's receding and it's definitely high. It's been parked at the same fucking spot since my senior year of high school. It hasn't moved. Instead, it's back here. Like every once in a while, I get to see like the camera angles for security cameras at work, and they do not do me justice at all. Like every time I see that angle from the top looking down, I'm like, cool, fuck you, camera.
Like it's funny because it looks like I ever see hairline, but mine it's like I have this giant cowlick on this side, so like my hair it's like my hair is like long enough, but it just like always pushes one way or the other. And then I have one kind of here, but not as bad. It's like if my hair starts getting long, I get this like empty spot that like comes down to like a big old point, and then like my hair like decides to split both ways after that, and so it's like I get this like
Yeah, baby.
Fu Manchu mustache from the middle of my hair. So, like,
No, see, I have this giant.
so I literally cannot have long hair or it starts doing that, so I have to keep it short.
I have
we
this-
playing poker, so if you want to join, you're more than welcome to.
I invited people.
I'm
No
good.
one came.
Thank you though.
That's fun.
I have a big 5 head. I don't have a 4 head. I have a 5 head.
See you, cheese.
But
Why? What? Oh, geez. Good night, bud.
see you, man.
Check that out, bud.
But like I said, the rest of it, it's all fading back here.
No one else is allowed to leave, just so you
Well,
know.
that was all whiskey. I didn't mean to take that whole shot, but I did.
Yes, you did.
So
I
sometimes
poured
you
it
don't put
for
mixer
you.
in there?
Sometimes I
That's-
don't. Sometimes my it's like automatic reaction. I'm like, time to drink this.
Okay,
Whoa.
see this here? This is all I've got for liquor. Once this is gone, Skyhawk's not buying booze for a while, not till after FanFest.
What?
I'm going dry until FanFest once this is gone.
That seems like a bad idea. I don't know.
Oh no,
I mean, it's a healthy option.
It's hella fucked up at FanFest.
Instead, what you'll see on Fridays after this is me eating, like the 100 milligrams of Ice Krispy
Oh, we're gonna
treats
get
and then
we're
drooling on
we're
stream.
gonna get blitzed as fuck, Everhart.
Exactly. I'll switch from drunk Sky to like fucking
Can-
high
can-
as fuck.
can I
I
just-
do both. What?
Can I just like change your
That's what
name
he's saying,
to?
Lava. He's just
Can I just
gonna-
change your name to
Yeah.
half Everhart, like high as fuck, like?
I see nothing wrong. I've
or
actually changed-
half hawk, sky or high as fuck hawk. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
any more and more because I've got so many tunes. I identify more with like a lot the people that I
Placebo
play.
Smile?
The people that I like actually play the game with on a daily basis. It's more by my last name because all of my tunes have the same last name for the most part. So I got my vanity plate a couple months ago too. So now I've got Everhart for my plate for my car.
My money.
Nice. Oh, Akaroth, we were talking about earlier. Hopefully, sometime this week coming up, we're gonna have to do some more roaming. So
Half hawk. What's that mean?
high as fuck.
I
Hawk.
just said this, Dom.
So
Sorry, I'm high as fuck.
I got some assault frigates that we're gonna have ready to go.
Dom, cheers.
Yeah, I mean,
Hell yeah,
we're
cheers.
obviously gonna try and do it on a night that people are available. So but I'll have assault frigates and then electronic attack frigates because those are cool. And it's funny because I built all of them except for the Kitsune, which Redline is gonna cry about now because I think that's his favorite one.
So I actually have a tune that since I handed over, I've got a holder tune that I don't need anymore. I think I'm gonna go make that character name.
Half Hawk.
Yeah, half hawk.
Half
Hell
Hawk
yeah.
Everhart.
Nice. But yeah, it's
That's a great name. Yeah.
like so I don't know, like I keep thinking like hoping that that's like all we need, right? Assault frigates, and then I was hoping
And I'll bring like
I was hoping at least one of each electronic attack frigate. So like a carries for tackle. All the assault frigates have points on them too, so they can tackle. But the long range. It's like a long points and scram carries. So hopefully that can hold stuff down. And then I got a hyena for webs, and then a sentinel just for newts because newts are good too. So I don't know. Hopefully we can have like one of each of those, and then the rest assault frigates.
Akaroth, are you?
I did not
recruiting?
do any Logi. I'm assuming that we're just gonna probably not get any extended fights where we need Logi. I'm hoping that we will catch shit that we can just blow up and get the fuck out of there. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't think we're gonna
the
have
group's
enough.
too small to have.
I
Logi,
don't
honestly.
think we're having enough people that we're gonna because to have a couple of Kirins like. I feel like just having more damage, but I mean I figure like 3 support ships for EC or EWAR, and then like hopefully like 3 or 4 harpies / wolves. I have wolves and harpies. I'm gonna give out. So whatever,
Well, and I'm
whatever,
gonna form a
people's
fleet hack off and
flavors.
come fight you guys.
I was asking you, Akaratha, if you are recruiting, because all 24 of me needs a new home soon.
Nah, come on, don't do me like that.
I'm not doing anyone like
are, I
any.
feel like you're
I
screwing me
told
over. I
you
love
that
you.
I'm gonna look. I have made no
fucking-
decisions. I'm gonna look
I'm
around.
teasing you.
I gotta look.
I might get kicked out of my corp if I don't recruit you. I've been
I
told
gotta
that.
lift up skirts, pull down pants, take a good look. Like I gotta make sure I look at the goods.
You do. My goods are pretty cool, though.
Last place I chose to live, I stayed for 8 years. I'm looking carefully. I don't like moving.
I've been with MPX. for
Moving
6
sucks
now.
ass.
It
Oh,
does.
I will say the best decision I made with this is I decided to just fucking sell everything. I'm not even being attached to the first T2 ship I ever built in the game back in 2016 was my jump freighter, my Anshar. It's currently listed on the market.
Damn.
Like I was like, you know what? It literally is pixels.
So I would say
Sell everything.
I would say the one thing though, you said like the one ship you haven't sold yet or haven't put up for sale is the Erebus.
It's so the one ship I haven't put up, or I've listed it in Discord channels. It hasn't sold. It's a Leviathan.
Leviathan.
And it was actually given to me for free by someone who is a good friend who left the game.
That's
Oh,
ridiculous.
that's
How much?
I want a free Titan.
How much to get it from you for free?
100
Seven-
billion.
well, probably 150.
160 bill.
That's
Wait, is that what the holes are? Oh, this is a fit
Oh no!
Titan.
Well,
This is a fit
so
Titan.
this is a fit Titan, and
Okay.
bluntly, that's the cheap price. That is the
Damn.
Uber. That is the
softening
Uber
nothing.
bro price.
It-
Like I've seen you naked price.
It used to be
I'll send you
like
dick pics for it. That's all
man,
it
it
takes.
used to be 80 to 100 billion for a fully fit Titan like average
No,
price.
I sold.
Somebody's left over there.
I already sold my avatar, and I sold that at super bro price at 175 bill.
But I was just saying, if you might be moving to TNT, I would probably say like that's not far from where. If you're down in Providence, that's not a far move
I
to
just
move
don't
a Titan.
want to. I don't want
It's
to
like
deal
2 or
with
3
it.
midpoints to get to Delve. Like I mean,
No, it's more than that.
is it
I've
from
moved-
Providence?
I've moved in. Well, yeah.
Well, they're not
It's-
mine, cheap.
It's probably
other people's.
3. It's probably 4 to get to like 1 DQ. would
I did well. So keep in mind that back during the big war a couple years ago, I did briefly deploy my avatar there to shoot at Imperium, although I never actually did.
I just feel like
And
It's gonna be
like
too
it,
cool,
it
right?
was 7 mids to get to Delve.
Nice.
My Titan has been to Delve before, and it took
Oh.
forever.
I didn't think it was that much. I figured that you have to go like 1 into catch or something like that, and then like a couple Aquarius mids, and then into Delve.
I mean, this was along the Keepstar chain that they had set up back then, which was a good chunk through Losec. So it is possible that
It's-
there's other
I
shortcuts.
mean,
No.
it is going to be because the thing is that you can't just dock up in a state. You can't use low sec
Yeah.
stations. You have to.
No,
It is going to be risky to move it, I guess. But
I've
without
done the moves
support.
before. I used to move stuff around like this and like get paid to move it. So like moving a Titan, I know how to do it correctly. I also fucking hate doing it.
without
I
moving
don't,
it from
I just
Keystart.
I don't like
Ed,
doing it.
At least
Said every person who ever lost the Titan moving it.
I was like, I
Well,
mean,
you're,
like
you're not wrong. Like you can know how to do everything fucking perfectly and still feed a Titan.
I
moving
wouldn't
it
know-
absolutely.
Especially if you tell people on a show like this.
Yeah,
right?
I
Well, that's why, like, bluntly, like,
that's why
bluntly,
he's saying
I'm
he's selling it.
I know I'm selling it and I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
moving it. Like if it doesn't sell, the tune that has it already has permission to stay in the corp that it's in for fucking ever.
It's your corp, isn't it?
Well, no, it's
Oh, I
actually
thought it was yours. Okay.
it's in someone else's corp right now that's in RC. So like it can basically stay there until someone in RC decides they want to buy a Leviathan. Like that ship is not moving. If I was going to move it, I wouldn't fucking say a word anywhere.
Yeah. With the Lancers, it does make
See, I
it more.
say shit like that, but then I end up telling people.
With the
anyway.
Lancers, it does make it more difficult. But also, I was like,
I mean, I would
without
only
moving
say
it. Good.
I'm not above misinformation dumb.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, I was
just
like, without
forget to tell
without
people.
citadels to like, I mean, like if you could move it between citadels where you could tether, that would make it safer. But like, I mean, if you don't have like towers or citadels or something like that to like jump around in, and especially now, like even Fortizars could be dangerous if there's a Lancer sitting around.
What's the mobile observatories are to stop?
Since you can't dock
cloaking,
up.
right? Cloaking, right? that what that's for?
Yeah, they'll break cloaks, which
Okay.
then
Yeah, I
they,
thought so. I just
they
wanted
can
to make
scan
sure.
you down and get you before you can recloak up. So if they know that you're in there with
I
a
don't have a
Titan.
Lancer yet. I gotta get one.
But yeah, the Lancers can, because you have like what, the 30 seconds before you can retether when you jump in. So even if you jump on a fort, if Lancers catch you, and they can keep somehow keep lancing you with multiples, and preventing you from tethering, and you can't dock at a fort with a Titan. So like that could be potentially dangerous. I don't know.
No, but my it's actually funny. The only thing that I continue to own and have anything to do with my alliance in Pravi is the servers. All of the alliance servers, including the TeamSpeak and the TeamSpeak license and Alliance Auth, all of that is still in my IRL name, and I'm paying for it up until Sunday. After I hand that shit over, I'm dropping Alliance, and I'm good to do whatever the fuck I want.
You did find somebody to take over that stuff? I know
Yeah,
that's sometimes hard. Yeah.
I've had someone in line to take over for it. Bluntly, I wasn't going to hand it over until all my shit was out. I'm not stupid. This is
No,
still
yeah, for
Eve.
sure. No, yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying it's sometimes hard to find somebody who will take over those services, you know, because
Well, so what's happening is the Alliance executor that's like fully taking over for me.
folded too.
He's going to be putting his card on file for like managing shit, but he's got a server person that's going to like actually do the day-to-day maintaining and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm
But-
just talking about like I'm more talking about the cards part, right? A lot of times
Oh yeah,
people are very
well, like
hesitant to do
I
that.
mean, I was pretty honest with them. I'm like, someone's taking this over by the end of November, because what we did was last year, we did like a funding thing, and oh my god, why am I spacing on what it's called? Like fucking crowdfunding online bullshit website. What the fuck is it?
Oh,
called?
Kickstarter?
Starter.
Yeah, or not Kick.
GoFundMe.
The other one,
Yeah, I
crowdfund.
did a GoFundMe last year.
GoFund. There you go.
Go for
And
it.
and that funded all of our alliance server shit through August 1st, because that's the first is when all the billing hits. And I was like, all right, money's out as of August 1st. Someone either takes it over, or at the end of the month, shit turns off. Because
it's-
by
it's
the end of the
whatever.
month, I'll be gone. So like, it's up to
Yeah.
you guys now.
And this, the issue didn't do the bullshit thing, just turning it off without offering it to somebody. Because I've seen groups do that
It's
too.
not leaving them high and dry when I give 3 months
Man,
notice, though.
High and dry.
I mean,
3 months, you gotta give 3 years notice, something like this. That's a big
Well,
change.
I
I'm
hate
just fucking with you, man.
CCP.
Nah, it's not that bad.
Oh,
I don't think we covered all of the community beat. I'm just telling you. I know we're way into that.
I think we got all of it. Though.
No, we didn't. There's several things.
I mean, we definitely didn't talk about that fucking pack as much as I wanted to, but I digress.
What else do you want
Because
to say
it's no
about the
big deal.
pack?
Tell us more about how you think.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
the.
Tell
I
us-
didn't
tell
get
us
to
more.
argue with Dominar. and it was
Redline, I want to hear how you think that pack is the best thing since sliced bread, how you think it's going to solve all of our fucking problems in the game, and how it's going to turn even to a world of 1 million active players. Go away with it, bro.
Why would
me?
I say
No,
any
no,
of
he
those
was against the
things?
pack. He
He's
was against
against
the.
it. I'm for it.
He
I
was,
know, I was being a smartass and trying
Oh.
to set him up. God damn. fucking
Damn it,
hell.
we're
Are you-
dumb. We're all dumb.
You
What do you
serious?
do?
You seriously think that I couldn't come up with great things to say about that pack?
After you sit,
I
no,
know.
top of the head,
I think you
I
did.
was trying to set you up. Like,
I think the pack is perfectly fine, just minus that one implant. And I wasn't like outraged by the implant, but it's like, don't cross that line. Don't like, and they took it away. It's like good.
and red
So
line.
there's no
I-
controversy on anything
say-
else but that pack.
I
I mean,
say
but
do it
that,
again.
that one item.
Don't do it again.
I say this with love and respect, Redline. I
Hmm.
think you could find a way to be a smartass and have fun with either side of most arguments.
Fuck yeah, you can. Yeah, that's my goal in life. Actually,
I just want to win poker.
I'm doing pretty shitty here too.
You are
All in,
not.
just all in.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is the next time all of us are at Eve Vegas, we all need to go to a blackjack table together.
No, see, the
No.
difference is that
People-
this
Poker.
is-
People don't
This
like
is
me when I'm at
Discord
blackjack
monies,
tables. I remember I made
this is
this.
Discord money.
I made a lady really mad at a blackjack
Smart.
table in not in Vegas, but in Quest Casino, which is over in Spokane. They have actual tables.
What'd you do to her? What'd you do to that poor old
Because
lady?
she's apparently like very focused, like trying to play blackjack the right way, and I just come over there half drunk, like fucking around, like I'm just here to throw some money away, and I'm like playing blackjack. Like she got really. This is like I was
I'm winning.
I was like hitting when I shouldn't, and she was like really upset because like apparently when you hit that like reduces the card count, especially if a face card comes up, she gets really mad about that. But also when it's like you have 2 4s, I'm like I'm a split. She was like, "Why would you split on 4s?" I'm like, "Because I got 2 of the same card. Why wouldn't I split? That's 2 chances to win, bitch."
She asked you, why would you split? Why would you fucking ask, bitch?
Well, it's
I'm
because
having fun.
4s are a bad. Generally, you
I-
don't want to
no,
split
I-
unless you have like the right combo. But it's like 4s are a bad thing to split.
Well,
but I didn't give a
You
fuck. I
should have
was like,
said, "Who's playing my hands, me or
I-
you?"
it's
Well,
like,
that's my whole thing. Is like as far as
well, right, because then I end up
it's-
hitting 3 cards and eat up a bunch of the cards before it gets. Because she was on my, she wouldn't have cared. She's on my left, but she's on my right, so I go before her, and so
you
I'm
took cards that she might
I'm
have
eating
used,
up
yeah.
all these cards that now reduces her chances of getting the shit that she wants. She is getting pissed about it. Fuck her.
So
That's
she
fine.
can grab all her shit and go to another table.
She
like-
did leave, but not
I've,
before
I've
getting
watched,
mad
I
at
usually
me.
watch poker on TV, and I've had a lot of like pros will talk. The hardest people to beat are people who don't know what they're doing.
That's me. I don't know. Well, I know how to play blackjack, but how to play blackjack well and efficiently.
Well, I think I talk more poker than blackjack.
Oh, I mean,
Blackjack's all luck.
I know how to play Hold'em, but I'm not good at it either.
No, I didn't get a rise out of anybody. Wow.
But yeah, so it's like, I think I don't really like blackjack because it's all one-offs. Like craps is the funnest game to play, but roulette is like where to make the money. But roulette actually has some of the better payouts.
Yeah, but that's pure luck, right? Craps. I mean, I guess.
Right.
that's luck.
Well, blackjack is where
I
you
like
can make the
craps.
most money if you know what you're doing because you can game the odds a little bit
I
better.
can't, but yeah.
But I mean, the odds are still against you, but there are. I mean, you can potentially like if you can count cards and keep track of shit, then sure. But craps is just fun. It's like you can go a long ways on a little money in craps because the game just it doesn't. It's a slow moving game, but it's a lot of fun and it takes a while for. I mean, you can sometimes like you put one bet down, and if it takes the roller enough times to hit the crap out number or anything like that.
Oh, you
Or-
change the bet every time he rolls.
No.
Yeah,
Um,
you do.
Not unless not if
When he
you,
rolls, then you do a new set of betting after every roll.
there's a new set of betting, but you don't have to bet. If you bet and it doesn't crap out or hit 7, and it sets a point number. Let's say it sets a point number of 5.
Unless you're playing the other, like there's a whole bunch of different betting you can do.
well, but I'm saying like your bet now is so you put your first bet up.
I know I
and-
play craps.
Yeah, so if they crap out or hit 7, you win on the first roll. But if, let's say they hit 5, point numbers at 5. Now your bet is set on 5, and you.
Or I bet they hit 8 the hard way. There's a whole bunch of
I
different
know,
ways you
I
can
know
do
you
it.
can bet a bunch of ways, but I'm saying like you can roll on that one bet until someone either rolls a 5 or a crap or a 7 after that, and so like it could take like 8 rolls for that one bet to go away or win, and then you bet one more. So it's like you can sit there on the craps table, and if you're only betting on that one roll and you're not betting on everything after every roll, you can like milk it for a long time. So that's what I'm saying. Like craps is fun, and you can stretch your money out a long ways, but blackjack is like easy because you have the best odds are on blackjack. I mean, it goes all the way up to 36-1 odds or payout, or I usually just go there towards it. Like when I'm almost done gambling, I'll go to the roulette table and be like, all right, everything or half of it on like, one of the dozens. So it's like 3-1 payouts, and you can just like quickly triple your money or lose all your money very
Or
quickly.
lose all of it. Yeah.
A lot of times I'm like, okay, cool. I'll bet like $100 on like the second dozen. I'm either walking out with 300 or 0 after this one roll. Here we go. Let's do it. That's how I gamble. That's how I always lose my money at casinos. It's like, I'm going to win big on the roulette table. I came out with $0.
I think the only like game you lose your money easier is Keno, right? I mean,
I don't know how to play Keno.
it's just a lottery basically.
Yeah, but it's like there's so many. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that board. But yeah, slots have the best payout, but they also have like the worst odds of winning.
I suck at slots.
I mean, they only have the best.
I think I pulled the handle wrong.
They have the best payouts because you could literally put in like a couple bucks and win like $500,000 potentially. But
Some people
it's-
can. I seem to not be able
But
to.
those are like the mega jackpots. Like generally, you'll win a little bit. And it's like you'll do like the stock market downward trend thing, like up a little, down a lot, up a little, down a lot, up a little, down a lot. And that keeps you sitting there spending your money because they entice you. Like, oh, I'm winning. I won a little bit. Let me just keep winning some more, and then you lose a bit. We're like, oh, but if I win just a little bit more to get back up there, that's how slots get you. Slots just make a lot of noise. I think my favorite slot that was at this the Coeur d'Alene Bingo Casino. It's not in Coeur d'Alene. It's the Coeur d'Alene Tribe Bingo Casino. So it's down on the Coeur d'Alene Tribal
Yeah, you
Reservation.
gotta be on. Indian land there.
And it's down in Plummer, Worley, little town of like 300 people. Got a casino out there, big casino, huge. It had this I Love Genie, like the old 70s show or whatever it was, and it had this slot machine with that. It was like a laid out table slot, and it was like it would roll through things, but every time it hit like the genie bottle symbol thing, like if you got so many of those in a row, you could go into a bonus round and then you do all this stuff. But every time it hit one of those genie bottles, it would go, oh, like, and then like it would get higher, it'd get higher pitchy times. So it's like, and I found a machine that I hit on that several times, and it's like loud too. So everyone's sitting around, and it's like, oh, and everyone's like looking around like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I'm winning. I pushed the
Why
button.
is Skyhawk not listening?
I was like, I pushed the right button. She likes it.
I love Lucy, or
Yeah.
No,
it's
Genie?
I Dream of Genie. Yeah,
I
it's,
Dream of Genie.
Yeah,
I love Genie.
I Dream of Genie. Yeah. And it was just like, oh, ow, ow. I was like, oh my god, the bonus round, guys.
I loved I Dream of Genie. That was a great show. She was a sexy bitch.
Yeah, it's funny because there's like a bunch of most of the people who go down to that casino are like old retirees. You got these old ladies looking over like, oh my goodness, who's having fun over
She
there?
wasn't a mom, Akrod. Did you not watch the show? She was a genie.
Yeah, she was a genie. She wasn't a mom.
Glory genie. Oh man, she was good stuff. What was the other? Oh, Bewitched. Yeah, hell yeah.
Bewitched.
They did not have a daughter. That was Bewitched. Yeah, I'm right. You know it, Akrod. I'm right. You don't like it, do you?
Hey, what was it 9:30? I'm gonna call it.
All right.
I got
We're
some.
gonna stay here and play some poker if you guys want to
I
play.
got some planets to manage.
Plans to manage. What kind of plans?
Planets.
Oh, I don't do that. What system's that in again?
I'm in Jan.
Jan, you are not, you liar.
Yeah, I'm not in Jan.
Motherfucker. Is it Uemon? Are you in Uemon?
Nope. That's LoSec. I'm not in LoSec. These are my high sec dudes. Although I do have some plans to manage in nullsec too, but
Son of a bitch.
that's in Mila. Come get me.
I'll come look for you.
But no, and I
It's on Akrod. It's just on Discord. Just join Discord.
I had a couple of my characters just get interplanetary consolidation level 5, so I get a whole another planet to add. Fuck yeah. All right. Anyway, we're out for the night. We'll
Good night, guys.
catch you guys
Love
next week. See ya.
Join our Discord.